Kind of mistimed that, I think. Probably not the best countdown intro that there's ever been, but it is what it is. Welcome back. This is the second stream in 1 day. Wow. Really putting in a lot of work, I guess, in this very real job of internet streaming, even though that's not my job. But welcome back. Tonight is going to be a continuation of the Kris Tyson, Ava, MrBeast drama. If you weren't here last time, basically what happened is the person on the left here is formerly known as Kris Tyson with a C, is now Ava Kris with a K. Tyson, they transitioned, and it caused a bit of drama about a year ago. And MrBeast came out in full defense saying, this person's not going to be trouble. Everything's going to be fine. They're just my friend. They're not going to be a menace. Well, unfortunately, they were a menace, and they caused a lot of problems. What we covered last time was the allegations and confirmation that Kris Tyson is indeed a lolicon. That is somebody who enjoys pictures of children drawn in a very provocative manner. This was proved by art that they own, close connection with a known lolicon artist, private Discord, which we're going to talk a bit about tonight, where they were in with 15-year-olds, 14-year-olds when they were 21 and sharing lewd messages, and in fact some very bad ones, which may open Kris up to some criminal allegations if the police seems to go forward with it. And also there was the hintings of a man from who used to work for MrBeast, who said this is just the tip of the iceberg. Now, he has since released this video. I worked for MrBeast. He is a fraud, and it has racked up just under 5 million views. It's a pretty interesting video for the first 10-15 minutes. I have some problems with it, but we might take a look at it. But what a successful first channel video. Almost 100,000 subscribers and 5 million views from your first video. That's a good way to start. Good way to start. Now, another person has come up to debunk the video, and we're going to look at that as well. And we also have the nerd pastry girl and her continuing a-logging of MrBeast, which is kind of funny, really, because you know, you always have smaller channels a-logging big channels, but like MrBeast has 300 million subscribers, and this woman Rosanna Pansino, she only has 15 million. So she's a tiny gnat, a tiny little fly, but she's still, you know, buzzing around MrBeast's head. It's funny how things work on a macro scale and a micro scale, where you've got, like, you know, like a little channel like mine, you know, a couple thousand subscribers, talking about channels, you know, maybe 10 times, 20 times, 30 times larger than me. But then you've also got the exact same situation playing out at the big leagues. I think it's really funny. But I personally don't like this woman for my own reasons. And we'll get into that when we get into that. But we should probably start every story in the beginning. So be sure to like the stream. That's the first thing you should do. And say hi in the chat. If you weren't, I was streaming today as well at my other time. So if there was an extra video, if you've just logged on and you're like waking up or something, there's actually an extra video waiting for you where we go over the body cam regulations in Minnesota for anyone following the Necrocator drama. That's on the channel now. And we even had Legal Mindset pop in and say hi and give us his opinion. Right, so let us see what has happened with Kris. Ava Kris Tyson alleged Discord messages leak. Everything we know so far. I'm not sure if this is actually everything they know, because what I've seen is pretty bad. People uploaded all the messages and then put it into a searchable database. And well, let's see if they say it first, and then I'll see what I've seen, which I said is actually criminal action in my opinion. Ava Kris Tyson, formerly Kris Tyson, has made headlines once again after her alleged former Discord moderator Nathan leaked more than 500,000 Discord messages. This is a good thing to remember, by the way. Even if you're not engaged in degenerate behavior, Discord messages will always leak. There is a few things in life that are guaranteed. Death, taxes, and Discord leaks are guaranteed 100% of the time. Even if you don't have someone doing like ops in your server, just recording everything to try and snap up people, Discord messages are unencrypted. They're on a big server. They can be accessed at any time. It will come back to bite you if you say anything stupid on Discord. So just don't, you know. This is a good time to mention, though, if you join my channel as a member, you get access to my Discord channel. But I think our Discord's pretty wholesome generally, from time to time anyway. So these logs were uploaded to a GitHub repository and contained a total of 15 assets, some of which displayed the messages from general chat, mod chat, and bot commands. Numerous X accounts have since shared alleged Discord server messages containing what Kris Tyson originally wrote. One of the conversations from October 5th, 2017, featured interactions between Discord users Discount Milk, MrBeast, and this was actually, I'm not sure if MrBeast, the profile name, was confirmed to be MrBeast. I think it was. But MrBeast was confirmed to be in this Discord before he started his new Discord account, where he's actually, I think he just changed it to Jimmy Donaldson or something. But MrBeast was confirmed to be in this server when Kris was posting pics in the Not Suitable for Work channels. It's Hayden and also Kris the Meme God, who is Kris here, who is this person here. That's Kris the Meme God for context. So let's see what this article has displayed as the first incriminating evidence, shall we? Here's how their messages read. Discount Milk says, no, he's not. His peen isn't big enough. I'd know. MrBeast responds, no, I know his peen size, and it's huge. Kris the Meme God responds, haha, at MrBeast joins in to comment on my peen size. I love it. This was posted on October 5th, 2017. In a message from February 6, 2019, 2 years later, I suppose, Kris the Meme God mentioned content related to controversial artist Shadman. That is the Lolicon artist who is surprisingly got a very big reach on the internet. We kind of touched on it a little bit, but it seems like there was a lot of people collaborating with Shadman. And if you've been watching Matty recently, Josh Moon of the Kiwi Farms did mention that may be because it was it had a very unique look to it. It kind of had this like kind of glow bloom sort of style to it, so it was instantly recognizable as a Shadman, which is what led to a very funny meme, which was I think I actually have an example of it here. Yes, I do. Thank you very much. This was posted to me to the last channel. This is basically the format of a Shadman seen in the medium of Bossman Jack. Basically, anytime someone posted something from Shadman, regardless of whether it was, adult content or regular content or legal content, people would just say, you know what, that Shadman, I'm just fucking out of here. That's just how it works every time. If you see Shadman, you leave because it is known he is just this degenerate person. And surprisingly, a lot of big names were just doing all these collabs with him. For example, Anissa Johnson, whatever. iDubbbz's wife and also master and puppeteer who has her hand right up his backside telling him what to do. Yes, thank you, Parallax. That is very appreciated. I really like this one. It's just perfect. It harkens back to the good old days of the internet, right? So that's the typical format. But Kris the Meme God said, refreshing Shadbase daily. So that was his website where all his art was posted. And this was mentioned in his Discord links. And I believe it was actually a link to the website, which is not included as a quote here. So since this is a direct quote, this seems like not good journalism, but probably better that people don't go to his website. On July 28th, 2024, that's just last year. That's almost a year ago. Actually, wait a minute. What day is it today? 29th? Or I guess 28th for some people? That's actually a year ago. Or more or less, whatever. Kris Tyson alleged former Discord mod Nathan provided context to who Tags and Milk were. I feel like it's only right that I jump in to say that Tags and Milk were Kris's IRL friends, who were also their age. They weren't minors at the time, however, and I'm not sure about Hayden. With that said, there were minors in that channel who were able to view these conversations happening frequently, which is not okay in of itself, said Nathan. Now, Nathan is the guy that we saw on Twitter. I think it's this guy, right? He has one more video. This is the man with the painted nails that we saw 2 parts of before. Let me see. Where were we? Readers can access the GitHub repository containing the alleged Discord messages here. And if you want to go see them, you can see them. It's called, very funny, it's called Kris Court Leaks releases on GitHub. The server was scrubbed clean. Again, it's impossible to scrub a server clean. It's like when you dissolve a body in a bathtub. Even if it looks clean, like the porcelain's all white, you can still find the DNA. I would assume. I don't know from experience or anything. Before it went public, it was scrubbed clean. Kris Tyson alleged former Discord mod Nathan provides details before leaking the chat logs. On July 28, 2024, Nathan posted a 2-minute video. Yeah, that is a couple of days ago. on X to provide details about the alleged Discord chat logs before leaking them, claiming that the server was scrubbed clean before it went public. He said, Ava Kris Tyson's Discord leaks are getting dropped in less than an hour, but I have a couple screenshots that are going to be included that I wanted to show you guys right now. Here we have Kris complaining about the hentai bot not sending any gay hentai and asking Lava. So Lava is the person that was allegedly groomed. They initially said, no, I was not groomed and I enjoyed every moment of it. But then after all the other Kris stuff came out, they said, you know what, in retrospect, I was groomed and Kris is a degenerate. That's who Lava is. Asking Lava if he was the one that did it. Now, keep in mind, this server was scrubbed clean before it went to the public, and these are the results after the great cleansing, as Lava called it. All right, so this is the video that they're talking. Let's have a look on X. Because
Tyson's Discord server
I would watch it embedded, but the thing is, like, when you're making content on X, I have a bit of video criticism here. He posts like a screen cap, and if it's in a vertical video, it's basically impossible to read, so don't do that. At least make the text really big, you know. But all these Zoomers, they're posting these tiny little chat boxes and like, hey, you can pause it if you want to read it. Like, nobody can fucking read that, you mongoloid. Wait, is that a bad word these days? Oh, shit. Oh, well. Oh, well, I'm probably in enough trouble as it is. We'll see. Let's see what he has to say. If it actually works, let's try refreshing this for a second.
Discord server leaks are getting dropped in a little less than an hour, but I have a couple screenshots that are going to be included in that I wanted to show you guys right now. Here we have Kris complaining about the hentai bot not sending gay.
See what I mean? Like, you guys can... No chance you guys can read this. I'm watching on like a 4K monitor, and I have to squint. I have to get my old man reading glasses out to see this. I literally can't even like, nah, it doesn't do gay for some reason, but literally everything I asked about to go for. Was it Lava that did it? Decided that the gay to ban gay. Like, fuck, just don't do this shit. Like, I swear to God. I swear to God, these Zoomers.
Gay hentai.
And we can access these. I'm going to say that these are accurate. Like, I'm going to take him for what his word for what he's saying, because again, these can be verified by checking the database.
And asking Lava if he's the one who did it. Now keep in
So if he's the one that prevented the hentai bot from posting gay hentai, that's what they're saying in the chat.
mind, this server was scrubbed clean before it went public, and this is the result of after the great cleansing, as Lava called it.
Let me go back and see if I can read anything spicy in this one, actually. Let's see. This one's a bit larger, so it's a little bit easier to read. Funny how that works. Good thing we can see your face and everything. Like, that's the primo thing. When you're showing evidence, you want to make sure your face is in full view rather than just exploding the images so we can actually read what's on the fucking screen. Let's see. This is how the bot... what? That's how I know the bot won't delete his messages. This was from a few days ago, LOL. Yeah, I was just searching for that and noticed it. Commence the cleansing of the Discord. Search every kind of bad word in every known chat. Delete every instant of it. Unless it's a bot log. Best to search oldest and newest so you don't see many bot logs. Yeah, everything needs gone. Correct. Unless it's a bot log or something in the rules. This server is going to be spotless and ready for partnership. And then it says, but logs don't matter. So I guess they want to keep a record of them please in the server, which is weird. I guess that's how they leaked everything. But spoiler alert, I'll give you a bit of what was Kris posting in this Discord? Well, apart from doing like literal goon sessions with children in their shared chats and in their shared not suitable work photos, Kris posted actual pictures of his own body, nudes, which included his penis. And he was sharing that to 14, 13, 16-year-olds, which I believe is a criminal offense. And if there is any decency and integrity in the police force, I wonder if they're going to look this up, because surely that is a crime, isn't it? Surely that should be like Chris Hansen, like, why don't you take a seat over there? And then you break down the door with all the cops and it's like FBI open up, right? Am I not wrong here? Let's see. Yes, exactly, Kitty. Send him to the wood chipper. Send him to the wood chipper.
So there's not going to be an insane amount of evidence against Kris in these logs as much as there should have been, due to the fact that the great cleansing, in Lava's words, happened. He also says here that he wants a free NSFW channel.
A free NSFW channel? What? I guess free to post anything, not like, I think he's like paid or something.
Whatever that means. A lot of people have been saying, I just don't know how to take a joke.
Free to post everything.
Here's an example of something that I know was a joke.
All right, Kris the Meme God. There you go. On January 28th, 2019. Just put my nudes in NSFW.
But it's still wrong and not appropriate to be sending in a channel with minors in it. They say, just put my nudes in NSW. Obviously, it was a joke. They never did, to
That's not what I've heard, though. I've heard that he did put it in there, because then they start commenting on the size of his dick.
my knowledge.
This seems like Copium trying to move away from culpability to my knowledge.
However, not a funny joke. Here we have Kris talking about how they finally locked down the NSFW channel to gods. However,
all right, so I guess God would be a tier in their Discord. Let's see. I locked the NSFW channel yesterday for only gods. So Kris the Meme God, and there's other god. No, you know what it is. I assume it's mods is what they're doing. What do you guys think? Should I open it back up? And also discount milk. Can you give someone else god mode or god role? I cannot. I would not. I would need a role over god to give the god role. My apologies, friend. Oof. Guess I'll do it tomorrow. I don't have my mouse and keyboard. So he's already one-handed gooning with his phone out. That's what's happening right here. God.exe has stopped working. Denying the peasant's porn. You on OS 5, ... No, I ain't no bitch. That's what the messages say.
I was a god and I was a minor at the time. So I'm not sure what the point of locking it down was if you're going to lock it down to a role that also has minors in it. Because Lava was in that role too.
And again, Lava is the one that was one of the people groomed by Kris Tyson.
But then in the same message, they say, or should I open it back up? And I'm like, I don't know where this confliction was coming from between leaving the NSFW channel open or closed. It's even...
Hold on. This is a minor point of autism, but is someone eating cereal in the background of this video? Can you hear like a spoon moving?
Where this confliction was coming from between leaving the NSFW channel open or closed.
It sounds like someone's eating cereal. The sound of a spoon moving through milk into porcelain. It's triggering me. Sorry. Back to the real topic.
It's even to me at the time, it was pretty obvious to me that it should at least...
NSFW has an 18 and up warning when you click on it. It's saying it's staying as it is. So that's Nathan posting this to himself. So this, I don't see the point of having an NSFW's like channel in a Discord that's with like 5 people and like 4 of them are minors. It would seem like they're just doing that to get around Discord's moderation policies because, again, spoiler alert, Discord mods do watch what people do in various Discords. If you started your own private Discord with friends, a Discord mod could be just spying on you to make sure there's no illegal shit going on. Now, more often than not, if you are doing illegal shit in your Discord, particularly perverted illegal shit in your Discord, the Discord mods will just join in and tell you congratulations because that's how Discord works. They're all run by people that are kind of pro this stuff, which is probably how it's got along or how this lasted for so long as it is.
Have the 18 and up warning on it. But these are 500,000 messages, so if you can help us go through all of them, post any screenshots of anything problematic you find, or anything that just kind of rubs you the wrong way, because we have not gone through even a small percentage of it. We're just getting it out to you guys as fast as we can.
All right, so that's his, I believe that's the 3rd video that he has put up. Let me see. And he has linked the full Discord leaks available on his Twitter as well. That's if you want to go see this for yourself, it's the I'm Brain Freak Nathan W on Twitter. That's how they got the Discord partner status. I mean, probably, right? Yeah, probably. All right, that is that. Let's see. There was even like, this is like a big event, by the way. Like people were doing like countdown clocks and everything. I think Drama Alert was doing that. I mean, they have to do that now because now that the boogie drama is over, they've got nothing to talk about. And I think their show's just dead in the water. So they've got to talk about something. Let me see. That is the end of that article. There we go. Now, bad news. Oh, wait, actually, what is this? Let's see. I have another one up here. YouTube drama. Kris Court website is now open, revealing 500,000 messages. Here's some examples. All right, let's take a look at these examples first before we move on. Kris the Meme God sharing Shad-based website. So sharing lolicon artist and art to minors. Kris the Meme God. She is only 14. Damn. Let's see. Memes are dank says. Ed everyone, private messages me your YouTube channel. Broke mom, private pigler in the house. Kris the Meme God says to discount milk, I made you better than mod. You are God dad. So this is like a thing that Kris does is he refers to 15-year-olds as dads, like the daddy sort of thing. But even though he's 20 at the time of these messages going out, or at least above the age of majority. I believe that most of these were sent when he was, some of the degenerate ones were sent when he was 21, maybe perhaps 22 as well. Let me see. Discount Milk says, I am following you, Opa. Chris Memes God says, you grapist. Grape your voice channel. Harder, daddy. Please meme. Please meme. No, wait, I'm not in part of this. He's talking about just memeing, the action of memeing, not me. Obviously. I was not in this Discord. I can guarantee you that. The only Discords that I'm in is mine, Preston's, potentially Sean's, Legal Mindsets, and then I've got a few old ones from the old days. Also the Battle Ace as well. Whew. Let's move that across. Meme sus. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Chris the Meme God says, nah, it doesn't do gay for some. Oh, so this is the hentai bot. It doesn't do gay for some reason, but literally everything is allowed. Allowed there. It's allowed. Is that allowed? It's like allowed, like loud noise. Is that how you spell allowed for allowing something? I don't think so, right? No, this is just, never mind. Everything is allowed there, so go for it. I'll look into the bot and see if Lava disabled the gay feature. So Lava, the hero that we needed, disabling the gays. Disabled the gay feature, but as far as I know, it just doesn't do it at Shade. What did I do, says Lava. Yeet. Chris the Meme God says, did you set up the hentai bot or was it somebody else? I didn't set it up. I didn't set it up until... I didn't set it up, he means to say. I'll look into it then. I believe it's a free NSFW channel. I'll catch... If people want to go catch the gay, it's fine by me. I like how Not Suitable for Work has more messages than general. Can somebody explain to me what like a hentai bot actually does? Is this like a download, something you download from Discord and it literally just posts like you say like I don't know, Street Fighter, and it just starts posting like Chun-Li hentai? Is that how it works? I really don't know. Now, there was this other video that was posted, which is looking pretty bad for Jimmy. So if you remember the last stream, we saw that in Chris's and MrBeast's house, where they used to be roommates, that they had a very prominent piece of lolicon art that was made by Shadman on their wall. It was the only piece of art on the wall. And, you know, I forgot to mention it this stream, but for example, what has Shadman done? One thing, he drew a picture of Keemstar's 8-year-old daughter blowing Donald Trump. Just for the lols, I suppose. That is only one example of all of the art that he has done on commission and just for the hell of it. But this same image appears to show up in this video. Now, I'm not sure if this is edited or not because I have not seen this actual video, but let's have a look. It's only 5 seconds.
I just don't want to do it. And also, Chris, my roommate, moved out.
So if Chris has moved out, why is this image still in the picture? Now, I'm not sure if someone has edited this in or not. It looks a little bit weird. Like the way it's sort of hanging seems odd. Like it's curled up. I don't know about that. I don't know. But a lot of people have suggested that MrBeast is the devil. So maybe he's just in on it too. I don't know. You'll have to tell me what you think. Right. Let's move on to something that's a bit lighter because I don't want to talk about degeneracy all night. But I do want to talk about this, the Cupcake Woman. The Cupcake Woman. Now, I don't like the Cupcake Woman. Rosanna Pansino. I'll tell you why I don't like her. Because her boyfriend quit his career to support her. And who was her boyfriend? Husky StarCraft. And I used to watch Husky StarCraft back in the days when StarCraft 2 first came out. Husky and HG StarCraft, they used to do the HDH Invitational. It was good content. They had lots of funny parody StarCraft songs. And then one day he deleted everything. He deleted fucking everything and just disappeared into the aether. Like he had hundreds of thousands of subscribers and he just disappeared. And he decided to do that to work full-time managing his nerd nummy girlfriend who just makes like these
hey guys,
pizza challenge, I guess. That's a big forehead. Anyway, I guess like putting baby corn and goldfish crackers on pizzas. This is what you do on YouTube. 63 million views. Wow. Nice. Great. Good stuff. Anyway, this woman personally has a vendetta about MrBeast. She's A-logging him harder than anyone has ever A-logged. And this seems to stem from one time she was in a MrBeast video, like a hide and seek video. And like she was in the top 3, but then they didn't care about her for some reason. And like she's just been going after MrBeast for the longest time because of that. But she has some quite salacious videos. But one of them is actually kind of funny. And I have a bit of a giggle about it. But she is now making quite a big claim. I am being silenced. Let's see what this has to say. 2 minutes. Can I make this faster? There we go. 1.25 speed. The best speed of the entire internet.
On dog duty tonight. All right, so this isn't quite the video I thought I'd be filming today, but apparently the first video I made about MrBeast and his Beast games is being suppressed and restricted on TikTok as of today. If you haven't seen that video, it is still up on my YouTube and Twitter, but it had around 11 million views on TikTok. I was simply telling one of the contestants' stories who talks about what appears to have been a very dangerous and mismanaged set.
Do you think that TikTok would be suppressing news about MrBeast? It's a Chinese company. Like, why would they start suppressing the content after it hit 1 million views? I mean, sorry, 11 million views. If I search for her on TikTok, will I find that? TikTok. Let me see. Because, like, let's be honest, a lot of people that complain about shadow banning aren't actually shadow banned. And it's just that the algorithm decided that they haven't got enough, they've maybe lost interest or it's saturated to every person that'll take account of it. That doesn't mean that shadow banning doesn't have, but a lot of people do complain. It's a very easy explanation when you want to complain about something. Oh, interesting. Okay. You know what? There is some accuracy here. It looks like her video has been covered with a spoiler tag. So maybe I'm just taking my... If you look here, see? That means it's been marked as sensitive on TikTok. I don't really use TikTok very much. I have a TikTok account, but I typically just repost my stuff like without a second thought and never go back to check it. That's why I always get like loads of notifications. All right. So maybe there is something here. Although, to be fair, in these videos, she does talk about the conditions of like panties being stolen, you know, women beating up on men and things like that. So it could be that it's just running afoul of TikTok's terms of service. That could also be a potential there.
The video I posted is now only viewable in the US. It is blocked.
Well, wait a minute. I just viewed it in Japan. So why would, wait a minute. Why would you suppress a video only in the US if it's MrBeast? That's the primary MrBeast target. Hold on a second. Let me just reopen TikTok and see something. This seems pretty sus to me. I think she's just complaining. Watch anyway. I can watch it. I can watch it in Japan. So she's a liar. What, she used a NordVPN and it didn't load up and she's like, I'm being suppressed.
In every other country. I have not received an email from TikTok explaining why this happened. As of right now, someone is trying to silence me. I'll let you guys try and guess who would do something like that. So I'm here to tell
the Chinese MrBeast? I don't know what the implication is here.
all of you that I will continue to talk about people's experience on Beast games because I am genuinely concerned about their safety.
I don't believe she's genuinely concerned. I think she just has a vendetta against MrBeast. But you know what? It's kind of entertaining, so it's fine.
And well-being, especially for the further future stages of the competition.
Almost certainly.
And MrBeast continues to run the show like he has so far. I truly believe.
All right, so let's go into the main video that I wanted to talk about on her. This is like 5 minutes. It's a quick one. And this one is a little bit funny, but maybe you won't find it as funny as I do. But I'll tell you why as we go through it.
Time for a video because I have received messages from over a dozen people involved with the current Beast games. For those of you who don't know, Beast games.
I will say this about MrBeast. If you're going to have a terrible smile, don't get into a scandal because it makes you look like a soulless, evil individual. Beast Games competition series from YouTuber MrBeast ordered by Prime Video with $5 million payout. Okay.
Games is a competition show ran by MrBeast that will be on Amazon Prime. It is being marketed as the biggest competition show ever. I'll talk more about that later. On to the messages. So the messages.
All right, let's see the complaints from the losers. I bet there's no complaint videos from the winners of the Beast Games.
That I have received from contestants on the show are pretty much all telling a similar story, and I find them to be very disturbing.
Okay, very disturbing stuff. Prepare yourself. This is your warning to also like the stream, but also prepare yourself for crimes against humanity and more importantly, humanity. What is it? I don't know. Herstory.
Messages are from people who have competed and they've been eliminated. Some of the messages are from people who are still competing, and some of them are from people that I personally know who are involved on the show and still doing so. Okay. These people are genuinely upset about how things are going. They're scared for not only their own safety, but the safety of their friends who are still competing.
Again, I'm going to be a little bit strict here. I know it's in vogue to make fun of MrBeast and pile onto MrBeast, but like I said, I don't like this one very much because of what she did to StarCraft. So could you not just leave the games? Like, if there's a big fucking cash prize and like you've got to stick your hand on a car for like 100 hours or something to win it, yeah, you could actually really hurt yourself if you're not being careful, but you can always just walk away, surely. There is actually an interesting story about a very I mean, it's very sad, really. But there was a competition called Hold Your Wee for a Wee, I believe it was called. And basically, they made a bunch of contestants drink a bunch of water, like a lot of water, like gallons and gallons of water, so that they were basically about to throw up. And then the last person to go to the bathroom would win the Wii. And there was a mother that did that, and she drank so much water, she actually got water poisoning, which I thought was just called drowning, but apparently you can actually get poisoned by water. And she just straight up died from this competition. So, you know, don't die for something stupid like a prize. It's silly. I mean, it's just stupid. But I heard that was a true story.
They aren't doing this out of spite. They're doing this because they are afraid for themselves and for their friends. As of right now, I have 10 stories from 10 different people, and none of them have shared their stories with each other, and I will be talking more about them in the future. I have personally worked in entertainment and on sets for almost 2 decades, and what is going on here is beyond disgusting and extremely dangerous.
Okay.
I wanted to read you one of the messages with the permission of one of the contestants to give you an idea of why I'm so upset and why I simply just can't let this go. It's absolutely not okay. So I'm going to read.
The reason, like, make no mistake, I still believe the reason she's upset is that because after MrBeast, she failed in one of the MrBeast videos. She went on to like a podcast like circuit. I think she started with H3H3, complaining about how she was actually the 3rd contestant or like the number 3 person, but then they made Logan Paul the person because he's got more clout than her. And it seems like she's just butthurt from that entire time. And like she was like, one person hit in the roof, and you know, let her hit in the roof, and he was the winner. They should have been like, maybe, but like, it seems like she's just complaining because she's didn't get the way she wanted, right?
To you her message. I was a contestant until the end. I also didn't accept their hush money. It was really bad.
Okay.
People were having seizures because they were not getting medication, even though we were promised we would.
So people getting, like, this is a pretty serious allegation. Not getting the medicine they were promised. First question I would have is, why didn't you bring your own medicine? But okay.
And it was 100% rigged. They presented it as though the game would be like Squid Games, basically a type of game show where all the games are an even playing field.
Okay, well, this is the first part where I find this is actually very funny to me. And again, it could be, maybe I'm just a spiritual person. It could just be the Schadenfreude. But if you sign up for Squid Games, it's like, this is going to be just like Squid Games, the show where you go in a competition and you fucking die. And you're like, well, you know, this Squid Games wasn't very safe. Yeah. Like, what are you expecting? Like, am I the wrong here? Like, obviously, you know, it's not real and they're doing it for fun and it's just like a silly little video, right? But you joined Squid Games and it was a little bit dangerous. Like, I don't know. This seems like a bit of a whinge to me.
That was not at all the case. All the games were about speed and strength.
This is insane. This is an insane complaint, okay? So they're playing Squid Games. People who are strong and athletic have an advantage? Yes. That's how Squid Games works. Did you not? That's the entire plot of the episode. Did you not see the one where they're playing tug of war and nobody wants women on their team because women aren't as physically strong as men? That's literally the point of one of the episodes of Squid Game. And they have to use strategy to overcome their strength weakness. Yes, Squid Games is going to be uneven, but like, you're expecting to go up against like actual athletes, and you could not compete against Squid Games. Okay.
So only the young athletic males were at an advantage over the women and elderly people.
The elderly and women couldn't compete against running men? Imagine my shock.
Were also casted.
Imagine
to make
being
things worse,
a woman.
men
Exactly.
started realizing that they could take out the women without being eliminated. Guys started
We need to put in some like Bateman, walking when he's listening to that music. You know, like, what is it? The song Perfect Girl. He's just walking through the office, like, and just like beating up all the women in Squid Game. Now, obviously, they shouldn't be doing that. But when it says tackling and hitting women, I wonder what they mean by that. Like, if it's like a race sort of game, people are going to get pushed down. That's going to happen. That's the reality of these physical sports. Unless you're doing like a wipeout style, one person goes through it at once. But they weren't doing that. They were playing, the first game is the, what is it called in English? I know the Japanese name for it. It's the Daruma game. But it's the one, it's like the red light, green light. So in that game, you can push someone, and if they move, they're spotted moving, they die. That's what happens in the show, and that's what happens in the YouTube video. So yes, you're going to be at a disadvantage if you're elderly or just not as fast as a man. And there are some fat men there, so don't pretend that women didn't also compete in this like very well. But yeah, that's what happened. Now, if you're pushing people, like pushing people over, tackling people. I'm not sure how serious that was. Like, I guess that was edited out of the footage, surely. But these sounds like exaggerations from a loser. I'm sorry, so far.
Tackling and hitting women. 2 girls were tackled and passed out on the field and were dragged off to continue filming.
I don't know if that's actually true. Dragged off. Like, do you think MrBeast actually had stooges that were dragging women by the feet and bringing them off stage? I don't think that happened. Like, surely if someone actually passed out, I think they would have had like a stretcher or something and carried them away. Like, dragged away, really? Like, the only people that got dragged away were probably for comedic effect. And like, they were like, okay, we're going to drag you away so it looks just like you're dead on camera, because everyone on that had like the little squib packs that like make it look like they've been shot, which is actually really interesting to see how they did that. For all, because they had like a straight up like 1,000 contestants and they had to make all of them like the night before. It was kind of crazy. So apart from doing that for dramatic effect, I don't believe this statement, but okay.
I saw people with broken bones, stitches, etc., and most were women. We were given maybe 400 calories a meal and only fed every 12 hours. Food would run out and people would fight over, steal, and hoard food.
That's literally how like, again, this is actually sounding more and more accurate to Squid Games. If this is true, though, then I guess that is pretty bad. But it also is very funny. And that's the real truth, right? No, but I don't know. I can't help but laugh at these sort of complaints. Like, we entered Squid Games. They didn't give us enough calories. Like, again, one of the episodes of Squid Games is literally them not having enough food and they have to fight over the food in the night and like murder each other. So I don't know what you're expecting for Squid Games, but okay.
Water was scarce and kept running out as well.
All right, there is like a bit of a funny part, like semi-funny, gross part here.
I had to sit with a bloody pad for 2 days before I could get undergarments and my reusable pads because I'm allergic to regular pads.
All right, so she's saying that she was unable to use her pads for her period. Surely she could have brought her own and they could have given her them at any time. I don't believe this, or I feel like she was expecting to be provided them for her. If she didn't pack extra pads, I think that's on her. I don't know if I can believe that MrBeast was like, look, if you want to play the Squid Games, you got to sit in your bloody pad for 2 days. I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if I believe that. Why is she sharing this? For attention. I don't believe it to be true. Unless she was literally just expecting everything to be like, if she thought it was going to be like a 4-star vacation or something, where there are people going to be attending to the delicate YouTube personalities. I don't believe this. And I think it sounds like she just didn't prepare for a 2-day excursion.
We were
like, if she's allergic to regular pads, why doesn't she just have these available to her?
also sleep deprived, only allowed 3 to 4 hours. We all slept on the floor in the stadium in a $10 sleeping bag.
Yeah, that's because it's Squid Games. I'm sorry, but the Squid Games is not meant to be a fun little excursion into the woods. Squid Games is supposed to be traumatic. That's the entire point of it.
I get that people saying it's a game show and it's not meant to be easy. I'm not saying it should be easy, but it was presented like Squid Games, where competitions were not biased and didn't exclusively cater to young athletic men.
That's not true. Like, Squid Games is biased. Young athletic men do have an advantage. And furthermore, the actual TV show of Squid Games itself, there was people getting unfair advantages in that show. Literally, the owner of the Squid Games was in, like, oh, spoiler alert, I suppose. There's literally an old guy that actually owns the thing, and they're just like letting him win things. And no, Squid Game is not supposed to be like, that's the entire. It's just like, I'm not sure people even watch Squid Games at this point. Yes, it is in the show. It is presented as being a level playing field, but the reality is it is not, and that's the point.
People who went signed up for Squid Games, not for American Ninja Warrior and Survivor. Why else would they cast elderly people on the show?
Because it's funny. It's entertaining.
They offered anyone who lost $1,000 to sign away their rights to join any kind of class action lawsuit of any kind. I didn't sign, so I didn't get the money. After this article came out and things started blowing up, they called everyone back and decided to offer an additional $1,000 per person to make up for any of the inconveniences.
So there was over 1,000 participants in this. So they're offering straight up just $1 million. Is that right? Like, I don't know. That does seem pretty generous, honestly. And let's be frank, if you do enter an athletic game, there is a chance you'll get hurt, even on just like regular, like, you know, Wipeout or Ninja Warrior or anything. People sprain their arms, they break arms, they rip open skin. Like all sorts of accidents can happen in any physical endeavor. Like that's just the price of playing these sort of things. I'm sorry. If you weren't prepared for this, then I feel like this is kind of on you. Now, there was an allegation that panties were being stolen. That's not okay. Okay. Leave that shit in Japan where it belongs. But I'm not sure if that would be contestants doing that or the staff doing that. Who can say? Who can say? Like that is obviously shouldn't be allowed. But if you're just complaining that it's a little bit physical and maybe you fell over and hurt your leg or something, and then you're complaining because you didn't get the $2,000 for signing this contract, which is basically a gift for coming to play it, right? And I assume they get transportation covered as well. I don't know. I feel like this is a bit of a whinge story. Now, there is some very real criticism of MrBeast that we'll get into later after this, I suppose. But this one I'm not seeing as much as I think so.
They knew it was bad because they also offered to provide therapy through their insurance. And it wasn't Amazon Prime that called me. It was MrBeast's crew. We were...
Do you think they were just giving out subscriptions to BetterHelp or something? I wouldn't be surprised.
We're set up to fail. And when the men started tackling people to get them out, nothing was done about it. They were not even eliminated. The game that had to do with the briefcase, it felt literally like Hunger Games. While MrBeast is standing on his
that's kind of the point. It's kind of like Hunger Games. Like we might take a quick look. We'll take a quick look because this is actually a very interesting. Like it really is fantastic how they actually created it. And again, like I know it's popular to just dogpile on MrBeast right now, but like that is actually a very impressive video. That's one of the few videos of his I watched because it was just really interesting. But let's take a quick look at what it was actually like. So let me see here. So this video got almost 650 million views.
Looking down, watching all of us.
Oops, wrong button. Sorry. So let us take a look at what Squid like, because I assume there's at least one person in chat that hasn't seen Squid Games. So they don't know what it's like. So this is the MrBeast Squid Games. The real thing that surprises me here is that like they're actually able to do this without getting like a real copyright lawsuit against them from the actual show creators, because they ripped off the entire show. Okay, so you've got this first game, which is like basically if you move, you get shot is the theme of this, and you've got to run across and not be seen. So red light, green light. I think everyone sort of played it. And yeah, you can actually like push people to get ahead in this game. And then you have to like lie down. And I see a lot of slow, fat people on the floor. It wouldn't surprise me at all if people got pushed down. But I don't know about tackling. Maybe like at the end part here is what she's talking about, because there's kind of like a mad dash in the last few seconds. And I don't know about tackling, but I'm sure that someone got pushed over or something and they had hurt feelings. That was the first game. The next one is the honeycomb game, which is this one is definitely a non-physical one that women and men would be on a level playing field for. But then you have things like tug of war, which is obviously going to be completely determined by strength and teamwork. Let me see. There's the marble game, which is, again, this is a game that's determined on skill and not physical strength or speed. The glass bridge, this one's an interesting one. I really like the glass bridge. I think it's one of the most interesting Squid Games. But basically, it's one of these boards will make you fall through and you'll die essentially. And half of them are real, half of them are fake, sort of thing. And who goes first, who goes last, who can make it across? How do you barter to get across? That's very interesting. Now, if they faked it, maybe, who knows? The very funny thing that happened here, though, is that there was actually something really clever what they did here, because in the TV show, the contestants get to choose their numbers, and like number 1 goes first, number 15 goes like last, for example. So what they did in the MrBeast Squid Games is they put the numbers in Korean. So if people watched the show and actually paid attention to what the numbers were in Korean, they could have had an advantage of picking like a middle number, because a number that's like not the beginning's the worst parts to be in this sort of game. So it's actually really funny. It's like, well, if you guys actually watch Squid Game, you would have an advantage on this one. And the last one, they couldn't recreate the actual Squid Game because it was too dangerous. So they just played musical chairs for, I guess, $1 million or something. And then it came down to these two guys. So yeah, a lot of physical stuff would happen in this first one. I assume all of the complaints literally come from the red light, green light game, where, yeah, it's like 1,000 people that are running, stopping, running, stopping, running, stopping. Of course, someone's going to get a sprayed ankle or something here. Maybe you can't stop in time and you push someone and then you blame them like you did it on purpose. Who can say? Who can say? Again, it sounds a lot like whinging from a loser, if I have to be honest. Let me see. So they said we are set up to fail. Let's see.
Peasants fight.
Let's go back a little bit for the beginning of this one.
People to get them out. People's crew. We were set up to fail. And when the men started tackling people to get them out, nothing was done about it. They were not even eliminated. The game that had to do with the briefcase, it felt literally like Hunger Games. While MrBeast is standing on his podium, looking down, watching all of us peasants fight for a chance at 5 million. I know it's a game show, and I know it's not meant to be easy, but even with a waiver, it is a company's responsibility to have safety protocols in place to try to prevent injuries. That is not what was happening here. The fact that the nurses at the hospital in Las Vegas are also confirming all of the injuries that happened is proof. They did not have to sign an NDA. And 5 of us so far have tested positive for COVID. Also, someone was allowed to go in with pink eye, which of course is also contagious.
Okay. There's 1,000 people. There's 1,000 people competing. Like, is it 1,000? No, actually, it's not 1,000. Sorry. It's like 500, I think. Maybe it's less. Maybe it's like three. It's like 3 to 500. I don't know. It's not 1,000. Oh no, they got the coof. They weren't properly masked up. Oh no. Cry me a fucking river.
Now, this contestant has shared even more details with me, and I'll keep you updated. I have even more statements to come. And just as someone who has worked in entertainment and on sets, huge professional sets for years, I've seen people being treated different ways, but this is absolutely unacceptable.
I don't know. You be the. What do you guys think? Do you think that the Squid Games was unfair? And vote 1 for Squid Games did nothing wrong, and 2 for you agree with the cupcake woman. If you think it was dangerous, unsafe environment for the elderly and women, press 2. If you think that this looks like a lot of fun and I wish that I could have been a part of it, press 1. I know what I'm going to choose. Like honestly, I think it would be great to be in this. Oh dear. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Also, apparently 5 million. But apparently it's all fake. So who can say? We're going to go through that next. How many people were contestants in this? I'm pretty sure it was quite a lot, right? Like the staggering amount of logistics is actually really impressive. Oh yeah, so it's like 500 people or 400 and something. At least 407. At least 400. There's still quite a lot of people. A lot of ones. All right. So that brings us to the meat of the content tonight, which is going to be this individual, Dogpack07, the man who has put out this video that everybody's talking about, and I'm going to talk about that too. It's called "I Worked with MrBeast." He's a fraud, and racked up just under 5 million views in 5 days. That's a lot of change. Now, this video to me is pretty sus in the beginning. I haven't seen the actual end of it, but there's a lot of complaints in here that I feel like nothing burgers. But apparently it gets better as it goes along, and there's some more serious allegations and some very serious legal problems with it for some of the lotteries that they've done. But some of the criticism is jokes, and some of it is just like outright insane. I kind of have a bit of a theory that this guy himself probably joined the MrBeast crew with the intention of making this video. And I feel like he had ulterior motives going into it, but he does actually present some very wrong things that have been going on at MrBeast. There's also this other guy, Chucky, on Twitter, who said that he wants to debunk some of the things, but some of his criticism of the video's criticism is completely ridiculous. So we'll go through and then we'll kind of switch between the two. I think that's how we'll do it, right? So let's see. How does this video begin? Oh, interesting. Hold on a second. I didn't notice this. This video is not monetized and is for educational purposes only. This is a bit of a weird thing to say because, first of all, this was his first video on his channel. So this was an unmonetized channel before he posted the video. So, of course, it's unmonetized. Secondly, if you've done the smart thing and monetized it, because there's no reason not to monetize it, because YouTube plays ads on your video regardless of whether you monetize it or not. So you may as well get paid for what you're putting out there. If he had monetized this video, 5 million views with a 53-minute video, that's a lot of money. Like, let me think here for a second. This could be in the range of $50,000 to $100,000 for this one video. The way that YouTube views work is they actually get paid more if your video is trending, if it's getting a very large amount of views in a short amount of time. If you just get like 1,000 views Like if you have one person that has like 1 million views and then another person that has 1,000 videos with 1,000 views, so the same amount of views overall, the person with the 1 million views on one video will get more money because, as I said, it works on an upward trend. If videos are getting more attention, advertisers want to put more videos on them. It's just the way it works. So like you might get like $1 for the first 1,000 views, but then when you get to like 100,000 views, you could be looking at thousands of dollars. It's kind of crazy how much money you can make on YouTube if you do have these consistent views coming in on monetized videos. So first of all, I didn't notice that here because it's like kind of hidden under my little things, but interesting to say it's not monetized. And of course, he probably wants to get a bit of credit for doing so, but it couldn't be monetized even if he wanted to until he started uploading this video. So it's a bit of a nothing thing there.
Do you think attention is the most valuable currency in the world?
Yes.
Well, of course. If you could post something and everyone in the world would watch it, you'd be the most powerful man on earth.
We're not.
Copium. You know, my first few videos were literally talking about how much money law tubers were making in the Johnny Depp and Rittenhouse trials and things, right? Like that's literally how I kind of got into the position I'm in now and made friends with people in the law space, is because I was saying like, hey, look how much money these guys are making from Johnny Depp. And it was interesting because, you know, I approached it with a very methodical and analytical way. Then I just started making meme videos, and then, I don't know, this is a very schizophrenic channel. I just do whatever I want on it. I've got other channels for different reasons. But yeah. Gotta get that green.
Promoting gambling. I think people are going to see this negative.
Very smart with your money.
Sorry, this seems a bit loud. So
Millions of dollars on YouTube videos is a gambler. Who would have thought?
Lottery for money.
I really like his schizo board. I've always wanted to do a video with a schizo board with like little pieces of like cloth attaching everything. So far, I actually quite like the way this video starts. I will be doing an EFAP of this, by the way, right now, and I'll be analyzing serious things and just little pieces of nothing that is probably going to annoy people, and you got to deal with it. I'm the schizo now.
This is legal. I don't get it. It's a scam.
The music seems a bit loud though, doesn't it? Turning it down a
Fake
bit.
signatures.
Ponzi schemes are great up until they just go bust.
It's a pretty wild claim. Ponzi schemes are great until they go bust. I mean, I suppose that's true. Everyone thinks they can make money from a Ponzi scheme, but you can't. Someone always makes money, but it's not you. There's a bit of a wild transition because I've seen like the first 30 minutes, I think, of this.
Hi, I wanted to provide some context to this video.
Look at those dilated eyes. This is a very like I'm gonna break off my film critique hat, I suppose, here, even though I have no experience in that. Well, I mean, a little bit, I guess a little bit. This is a very interesting transition from like a kind of professional, dark, moody intro, and then it's just some dude standing into a camera that looks like he's high in a hoodie. He's just like real schizo vibes, but it just kind of works. Like I would never think to do a video like this. Like whenever I plan out a video, I never think I need a real schizo moment for my opening.
I'm a former MrBeast employee, and today I am alleging that the company rigged videos and did illegal lotteries and sold fake
This guy is
signatures.
cooked,
I would
perhaps.
consider that fraud. Okay, thank you. Enjoy the video. So this is part one into my investigation.
Then he hard cut to the cornfield. The corn harvest is alive and well. I'm not sure of the point of this. This might be the cornfield that's on MrBeast's lot. If that is the case, then he was planning this all along. Now, he does say here that he started planning this, or he started doing this video before the Kris Tyson stuff came out. So this video would have happened anyway, but he just happened to capitalize at the exact right time that Kris Tyson started getting all this criticism. He had this video that was basically ready to go. So very serendipitous little coincidence from there.
MrBeast. I recorded this before the Kris stuff came out. I was also going to come out about the Kris stuff probably in part 2 or 3.
So there should be more, by the way. So that's good. I think that's why he's got so much subscribers, because like I said, he's almost got to 100,000 subscribers. Part 2 or 3 sounds a lot more interesting than the first part, where he talks a lot about the scams and basically using kids for money and stuff.
Because I see a lot of people saying like, oh, if you knew, why didn't you come forward?
True.
Why didn't you go to
The
the
random
authorities?
intro.
Well, I was going to come forward. And also like going to the authorities isn't going to work, because what are you going to say? Like, you heard rumors that this person is this way or that, you know, there's...
This guy is also very much on the table to be litigated against, because he did sign an NDA, or at least he had one. I mean, he had to have signed an NDA since he had the NDA, and he was in the car saying he was working for MrBeast. I don't think MrBeast would hire this random dude unless he did sign. So the fact that he's coming out and saying all of this, I guess he's just hoping that he won't be sued because, MrBeast can't afford a lawsuit, surely. No, of course he could. I feel like this guy's really opening himself up to a lot of potential damages and hoping that he just doesn't actually end up in a real lawsuit, because that's not going to be great if he does.
Obviously, evidence of like the shad-based stuff, like that's been out for a while. People have internally known at the company.
True. It's been out for about 1.5 years, I think, is when I heard about it. It probably existed for longer than that, though.
Kris is kind of a potential minors attracted person, and the company protects
Well, we
her,
know
and
he is.
They were protecting her, and they protected her as long as they could. Jimmy knew, everyone knew. So
let's see. This message from this person says, "Bro, I worked there for not even 5 days, and Kris was talking about his love for Lolly and talking about his Discord server where they shared it. Glad you spoke up. That place is actual hell." Look at that. You get to work with MrBeast and have goon sessions and Discords. Truly the Zoomer dream.
Which I think that's more of a red flag than anything I'm going to reveal in this video. But those messages happen in like Mr.
Imagine talking about Discord in the workplace, though. Even if you do work for a YouTube company, or imagine just mentioning Discord in public.
These Discords, and I don't know. It's a mess when like MrBeast contestants are being exposed to like minor attracted persons and the company's protecting them. There's a big emphasis at the company of like how to manipulate children. Like,
gonna have to go past this at 1.25 speed. Like, that'll knock off a good 20 minutes.
Weird ways, and there's been like parasocial relationships, and encouraging like almost children simping for these people, and maybe that's as nefarious as it gets, or maybe it goes deeper. Anyway, here's an old podcast clip of Jimmy explaining that he knows that his audience is young. Oh, which is an old clip. You could say like his audience grew up. I would say.
I don't think anyone pretended for a second that MrBeast's audience wasn't young. Surely, like if I said, what do you think the average age is? I think most people would say like 12 to 13, right? That's just that you can tell by the video editing style that it's just like this like constant cuts for attention retainers, very flashy, very colorful, and deals with these things that kids love. So yeah, it makes no surprises there, and I don't think anyone ever pretended that it was anything different.
His audience since then, and his content's only gotten younger. Also, this clip really just shows that like
that's a wild claim to make, though. His audience has only gotten younger. How do you do that? I don't know about that. That seems like just, again, I'm going to criticize a lot of things this guy says. He does have some good shit though, but like he does make a lot of these wild claims up, where he would have to provide some evidence for this. How does the audience get younger? How does that work? Like MrBeast's first videos were like spinning a fidget spinner for 24 hours straight. How do you go from that to like win this island that costs $1 million? Like how does that make the audience younger? I think this is just the same content that attracts those young people, right? Like it's not like he's doing Ryan's toy reviews or something.
The YouTube analytics are bullshit, because he can try to use that as a defense, but he knows. So here's that clip, and then I'll get into the video.
The average demographic is what, 13 through 17? Is that the biggest spike in your analytics?
Well, I mean, mine's horseshit. It says like 18 to 24, but I know all my fucking viewers are little kids.
Yeah. So there's a couple reasons for this. Typically, young kids don't make their own YouTube channels or YouTube accounts, and their parents make them, or they lie. If you sign up for YouTube and you're under like 13, it puts you as YouTube Kids, and you just can't access the bulk of YouTube videos. So of course, most people sign up saying that they're 18, because that's just the way the internet works. You want to have access to everything, and you don't want to be like segmented away in this like safe space. So that makes perfect sense that the average analytics is showing 18 to 24. I doubt this is the reality, is what they're saying here as well, is that they know that their audience is somewhere in the range of 12 to 13, but it just doesn't show up in their actual analytics.
Yeah, I feel like it's a lot like that, because little kids lie about their age, or they're on their like.
But yeah, then I have like a fucking massive one for like the 40-year-old range, because all the fucking idiots are on their parents' account.
Now, MrBeast intentionally manipulates these children's vulnerable minds for profit using 3 simple.
All right, now that the audio balancing is a bit weird in this video, so make it louder.
Steps which closely align.
If you're going to do a 3-step and like zoom in, you could at least make it so we could read what the 3 steps are. So I'm going to have to criticize this guy. Although I do like that he's got his little police outfit. It's kind of very reminiscent of the content cop. And I think that's what the aim is here. It's kind of like a little bit of a harkening back to that time when R-Dubs wasn't a complete cuck.
With the 3 major types of behavioral learning. Step 1.
All right. Again, this is Let's see.
These children's vulnerable minds for profit using 3 simple steps, which closely align with the 3 major types.
All right, 3 major types of behavioral learning: classical conditioning. So there's like a neural stimulus, observational learning. Like let's say you did a line of coke and your kid emulates you, that would be observational learning. Operant conditioning: a response is increased or decreased due to reinforcement or punishment. Now, you know what's the interesting thing here about operant conditioning is that animals and people typically respond better if they don't get the reward every time. So if you ring the bell, like ring the Pavlovian dog response is what most people think of, right? If you ring the bell and every time you ring the bell, you feed the dog, they start to know that if the bell rings and they're already hungry, they're already well fed, they won't go get the food because, you know, every time the bell rings, food arrives. So if you start off with doing the bell ring and then give the food, that works. But then you have to stop giving them food every time. Because if the bell rings and there's not always food, you have to go check every time just in case it's one of the times where the food will be there. This actually works on people and animals. Very interesting, isn't it? A little bit like gambling addiction, yes, but yeah.
Of behavioral learning. Step 1 is getting the viewer to associate the brand with trust and authority. MrBeast videos are real, and he's a great guy that gives away big rewards to his loyal followers. I will show you irrefutable evidence in a minute that his videos are in fact fake. Step 2 is showing the viewers that when people interact with MrBeast in a way that benefits MrBeast, when they do what he tells them to do, they win big rewards.
Is he subscribed? You are subscribed. Here's some money. Have a good day. Some of them feel like I just walk around with $1,000. It's like, oh, thanks for watching my videos. Hit that subscribe button because you might bump into me in real life and it might make you a lot of money.
When people are devout followers of MrBeast.
It's a pretty clever strategy. I can't lie. But again, a lot of these channels operate like this. Like, I don't think this was a surprise to anyone. I mean, there is like the tried and true statement, right? Like, fake it till you make it. So you just start off pretending you're always going to give like thousands of dollars away, and eventually it just kind of becomes true because people grow to the point where they're like, well, sure, MrBeast will give me $1,000. Sure, why not? He's giving money to other people. It could happen anytime.
MrBeast, they get rewarded. And step 3 is finally calling on the viewer to act in some way that benefits the brand, promising big rewards in return. Now it's your turn.
Yeah, call to action is very important. A lot of, even just for regular YouTubers, not just like what he's saying is true. But every YouTuber does this in some way. Like when I say like the video or something, that's like a call to action. Now, if you build enough trust with your audience, or if there's such a good enough incentive, like, buy a hat, sort of, for example, again, it's a call to action. And that's how you interact with your audience. So it's not like a shock that MrBeast does this. I think you have to dig a bit deeper to really incriminate him here with this first piece of criticism.
To do what MrBeast tells you, and you will win big rewards. But you actually won't unless you're famous or friends or family of a MrBeast employee. So young, impressionable viewers are made to believe that MrBeast is a trusted authority who can give them big rewards. These young viewers are explicitly shown that dedicated followers or random subscribers like themselves are winning big rewards when they do what MrBeast tells them. These young viewers are explicitly told repeatedly that if they subscribe, if they buy products or act in some way that benefits the brand, they will win big rewards.
Now, I do have a problem with these ones. Like, MrBeast does have a lot of these subscribe, and then he says something silly. But if you say subscribe for a free car, that's pretty bad. Like, just don't lie to people like that. Like, if you want to say like subscribe for, I don't know, subscribe for your dreams to come true, that's like obviously something someone can understand is like not a real thing. But if you have a video where you're giving away cars to like 100 people and it says subscribe for a free car, that does sound like false advertising to me. I do have a problem with that. Obviously, some of these are like, they're a bit tongue-in-cheek. Like his YouTube banner, I think, is like subscribe for a cookie. Obviously, you're not going to get a cookie if you subscribe. I think he goes on in this video to say that like children don't know the difference. I think they do, but I don't know. I guess it's not impossible, right? What do you think? I feel like it's fine to say subscribe for something silly, but then if it's something tangible like free car and MrBeast actually does give away these things, I feel like that is perhaps something he should not be doing.
Trust MrBeast, watch him help others, contribute to his cause, and one day he'll help you too. That's the formula. Subscribe for a Lamborghini, and to make you could be in one of these. Subscribe right now, and you might get picked next.
So like this one, like subscribe right now or I'll slap you. I don't think anyone actually subscribes based on the idea. It's just like a funny joke. That's fine. But subscribe and I might give you $100,000, LOL. Even with the LOL there, like I feel like this should not be something he's doing. Even when you get to like the smaller amounts of money, it makes it more realistic. Because if you promise someone $1 million, it's very unlikely that they'll actually believe you. But if you say like, I promise you $100, that's actually believable. So when you get to these smaller numbers, like I said at the end, subscribe and you could win $10,000. I really feel like you need to have receipts posted that someone got $10,000 from subscribing. Otherwise, this is just like made up bullshit. And fake giveaways are some of the lowest tier things you can do on YouTube. It really kind of makes me annoyed.
Subscribe and you might win a free car. Subscribe for a free car. I love all of subscribe and you can give you subscribe and you can win subscribe button. You could also win. Seriously, we always fly subscribers down. They never fly random subscribers down. MrBeast fakes his videos in ways that are worse than you realize. I say that because he's been exposed for faking videos before, and the common response is
fake videos. Let's take a look.
Why does it matter if the videos are fake? They're just meant to be entertainment. A large part of MrBeast's brand is the fact that he doesn't fake videos.
I remember when I first started seeing your videos, I was like, this shit's got to be fake.
Oh yeah, it's a huge problem for us now. I actually have to dial back my content sometimes just so people think it's real. Also, if what we had to film was scripted, you know, because what we do is non-scripted, so you have to plan for a bunch of variables that you can't control, blah, blah. If what we did was scripted, holy shit, this stuff would be easy to pump out.
Have you ever faked a video? No. But this train track is CGI, these bus...
All right, let's have a look. The train track is CGI.
Stuff would be easy to pump out.
Have you ever faked a video? No. But this train track is CGI, these bus wheels are CGI, this explosion is fake, this shredder is CGI, this car is digitally lifted, this pit is fake, this guy is fake, this raccoon is a paid actor, this island costs more than $1, this city is not abandoned, these buildings are CGI, and that's your only way out. You can literally get an Uber to the airport for $20. That's not a lurker, it's just a guy. This whole room is fake, this contestant is an actor and a secret employee at MrBeast. They haven't got through this fake door twice, this line is scripted, this action is scripted. In fact, pretty much all the videos with Mac are scripted.
All right, there's a lot there. There's a lot there. So let's go back a second and take a look at this. All right. Some of these I don't have a problem with. Like, I feel like some of these are just whining, but some of them are actually very real and are proof of fake videos. Like, let's see. So, like, obviously that's fake. Like the explosions, yeah, that's obviously fake. Like the bus's wheels, like spinning around and doing things. That's just editing. That's just editing. There's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. No problem whatsoever.
This shredder is CGI. This car is digitally lifted. This pit is fake. This guy is fake. This raccoon is a paid actor.
Obviously that's one's a joke though, so I don't mind that. I quite like that actually, like the little paid off raccoons. That's kind of cute.
This island costs more than $1. This city is not abandoned. These buildings.
Now there is something mentioned about this island, so we'll go check out this comment in a second. But yes, so this video is one of the more recent ones with Kris Tyson. I wonder if it's still there. If we go to YouTube, MrBeast puts out so many videos though, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to go through them. Let's see. Actually, it looks like there is less videos now. Latest 6 months. Has he actually removed a bunch of videos? Wait, hold on a second. Let's go to view stats, which is actually, I believe MrBeast does have a hand in. MrBeast. Let's see if he has a big dip in his. Has he deleted views? Is what I'm looking for. I'm not seeing it there. The problem is MrBeast gets so many views. Let's try social blade instead. That might be better for seeing views that are being removed. MrBeast. Let's see. MrBeast. I'm not seeing videos being removed. It doesn't look like he's removed anything thus far. Now, what I'm looking for is... Oh, okay. No, it's this one. It's just the thumbnails are just so... just so not accurate to what is actually happening. So this is the Beast, the one that he goes to the island. Oh, shit. You can complain that I don't have YouTube Premium, even though I do. Okay. So this is the one where they go... Yeah, actually, Kris Tyson's in this video, by the way. So he says he goes to this abandoned city. It's not... Spoiler alert, it's not an abandoned city. This is just an abandoned building, and it's a very real city, and you can just go to the beach here. And I guess they like just cordoned it off for a couple of days to film, and there was like a couple of people walking through. So, you know, bit of lies going on here. You can actually see like these are very much populated houses in the background. So this is what I would say an example of a fake video. This is not an abandoned city. It's just a couple of abandoned buildings, and they just kind of, you know, made it seem like it was a lot like more interesting than it really was. I do have a problem with this sort of amount of fibbing and the lies. But the first, like the video editing things, I don't have really a problem with it all.
Or CGI. It's not your only way out. You can literally get an Uber to the airport.
This is pretty funny though. Like if you actually say like nobody can get across this, nobody can get this island except by helicopter, and you can just get an Uber there. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. The amount of lies just for the idea of entertainment. The question is, do you think that it matters? Like sometimes there's an element of stretching the truth in the interest of entertainment, and most people don't have a problem with that. I think I'm on the fence with this one, like the abandoned city one. I feel like that's too much stretching the truth. And let's just say lying, shall we? But like, you know, if you wanna spice up a video and maybe, you know, exaggerate events a little bit, you know, gild the lily a bit, I don't have a problem with that for the idea of entertainment, because that's how all entertainment works. Even if when you just tell your friends a story from like what happened the other day, you always spice it up a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you just flat out lying, that's when well, you're a liar, pants on fire.
For $20. That's not a lurker. It's just a guy. This whole room is fake. This contestant is an actor and a
So I have not seen these videos, but if they just made like green screen rooms and pretending it's like full of spikes, that seems like bullshit.
secret employee at MrBeast. They had him got through this fake door twice. This line is scripted. This action is scripted. In fact, pretty much all the.
How does he know that these things are fake? And like, how does he know that the lines are scripted? Because he makes some pretty wild claims, like people winking are digitally altered.
Videos with Mac are scripted.
I don't know who this Mac guy is. He's like a famous person or something. But like I said, I've heard that this video starts off with the small details and ramps up. So it makes sense that some of these would be some of them I would have issues with. Like I said, I've watched the first 30 or so minutes, so I haven't seen the last half.
You did it! Yeah! What we did was scripted. Holy shit, this stuff would be easy to pump out.
Let's talk about Mac for a second.
Okay, so I have no idea who this Mac guy is, but all right, let's go.
Do you understand that? I found public records showing that Mac moved from California to Greenville, North Carolina, where Jimmy is located, back in August 2023, 2 months before he appeared as a contestant. According to a former MrBeast employee, this is around the time when Mac started working full-time on the editing team at MrBeast. Also, he didn't just move into any old house, he moved into $1 million mansion. Now, I'm not going to dox him. Only some asshole would do something like that.
After doxing and bullying the pilot some more like a f***ing douchebag,
turns to Eric and says, how do I fly this thing? And Eric just starts pushing buttons.
But I did find pictures of this mansion online, so I fed them into ChatGPT and asked it to create similar images. And this is what it came up with. And it's honestly not that far off. His 6,000 square foot $1 million mansion comes with a movie theater and 7 bathrooms.
What are you going to spend the $800,000?
MrBeast has no soul. He certainly looks like, I don't know if that's true or not, but he certainly looks like a soulless individual. All right. Sorry. Voice getting a bit dry there. All right. So this guy, Chucky, says, I want to quickly debunk some of the info in this video since the guy who made it was on my team. It was my first decision to fire him for his erratic behavior. He worked at the company for less than a month, and it wasn't an employee for most of the videos he mentions to have knowledge on. There's so much in his video that I want to specifically address him saying our videos are fake or staged because that is not true, and I was on the set for many of these videos. So again, this video is doing very well, very popular. I mean, like I said, hating on MrBeast is a bit of a train right now. So, you know, this video is getting a lot of support. But this guy correcting the record has some very silly claims mixed in with some very good claims. So let's take a look at those. So let's see. You won't get in a video unless you're friends or families with someone that works for MrBeast. This is a wild statement that can be easily proven wrong. There's probably hundreds of thousands of people who have worked with no affiliation to friends or families of MrBeast and employees. I think there were 456 people in the Squid Games. Yeah, I think that's how much they had in the show. That makes sense. Or ages 1 to 100. Jimmy doesn't even know, likely more than a dozen people. LOL. The CGI track was CGI. The bus wheels are CGI. The pit is fake. He acts like he's exposing us for using CGI to make backgrounds look cool when we have done multiple public behind-the-scenes videos with So Crispy showing this. It's clearly not a secret, and on top of that, we did drive buses into that pit, and same with the train that you claim we didn't. So yeah, I agree with this. What is his name? Chunky. I agree with Chunky here. This is a non-issue. This is a non-issue completely. The raccoon was a paid actor. I don't even know what to say about this. He's clearly not an actor, LOL. I can't believe he's actually taking this seriously. Obviously, that's a joke. To add this even in the criticism is just silly. Island cost more than $1. Not true. We did pay $1 for the island. You can Google MrBeast purchases Outer Banks Island for $1, which stated this video, which was stated before this video was even released. All right, so let's do this. Search Google. MrBeast YouTube LLC of Greenville purchased the land from G. Tully Sweet and wife Crystal Sweet of Portsmouth. According to the deed, the transfer tax was $1. The company also paid $27 in taxes and fees for the property, according to the deed. So I guess it's kind of true. It's like they're both kind of fibbing. It was more than $1, but it was also kind of $1 for the tax. It's like that's like 50. Again, this is kind of a non-issues thing. Let's see. He moved into the mansion 2 months before being in a video, $1 million mansion. He talks about how 2 months before we filmed the first Mac video that he moved into a mansion. Mac was staying at a friend's house, and I'm not sure how he proves anything or why it's relevant. I'm kind of confused about that point too, actually. That's kind of why I chose this moment to read this out, because I have no idea what this Mac guy is, and I have no idea why he's generating AI images of a mansion. I'm not sure how this helps his point at all. Let's see. This wink is it in post. We didn't see that yet, but brah, he really did this wink. This is a flat out lie again. The revenge storyline. All right. Well, you know what? We'll wait till the rest of this comes up in the video before we read that part. Oops.
$1 on.
I mean, my life's changed now.
Yeah, I'm sure that $800,000 is really going to change your life.
Max is a nice car.
Tell me, where are we right now?
We're in the place that we drove to a few minutes ago.
Mac, let's cut the shit here. What have you been doing for like the last year?
A lot of family stuff.
What kind of family stuff?
All right, let's speed
Just
this
like
up again.
you know, like catching my dad. You know.
For a year? How do you make money? How are you like surviving?
Basically, like, my main strategy is I go to like a grocery store type places.
Grocery store type
I'm like really confused here. Like this guy has like $800,000 from winning a MrBeast video, and he's claiming he doesn't do anything. That makes perfect sense. Like, what's the issue here?
I'll do when I get there. I usually get like an
Am I too low IQ to understand this?
The money that I made.
How did you make it?
Listen, you're getting too caught up in the details. They'll figure it out. They'll figure it out.
A lot of people just don't do anything and just kind of live as freeloaders. This isn't surprising at all.
You understand that? During this time lapse on the 4th day of 7 days stranded at sea, you can clearly see there's no one in the shelter. These are their empty beds. But after a hard cut, magically 5 people are awake, and 2 of the boys have bright yellow raincoats that they didn't have when it rained on day 2.
Now, this is actually a good piece of evidence saying that fake video. So this video here is surviving in the open ocean on a raft. So they're literally playing raft, but there's nobody cooking them potato soup. Very sad. Let me see if I can find that real quick. I feel like faking that sort of video is inexcusable. You know, if you wanna add some some spicy little animations and stuff, that's fine. But if you claim that you're staying on a raft, oh shit! For a second, let me just change this to YouTube Premium so I don't get yelled at. Let me see. YouTube Premium activate. There we go. All right. So they claim that they stay on this raft for 7 days in sea. Lying about this sort of video would destroy a lot of people's careers. Very few people can get away with doing something so absolutely fraudulent. Now, does this little clip prove that? It seems pretty conclusive to me. There's a storm on the raft, and there seems to be no people in the bed, but there's approximately 5 people supposedly living on this island. This seems confirmed to me. Like, this is probably what I need to confirm that this is just all fake. And maybe they did that for safety concerns. Then you have to add that in the video and say, like, look, we couldn't stay on the raft because of safety concerns. Just flat out lying about what you're doing. I don't accept that.
After standing the whole night completely soaked.
You didn't spend the night soaked, Jimmy. You slept on the production yacht. It's ironic because this is one of the videos where they claim that they don't fake things.
But no, we have to be the real channel that doesn't fake things.
In this,
so they're on the raft for 7 days. When did Kris get his chance to dilate? Like, did they have like a little dilation raft off to the side?
video, this wink was added in post. In fact, 58 was actually.
All right, this wink was added in post. So now we're getting to actually part here. Let's see.
But no, we have to be the real channel that doesn't fake things.
In this video, this wink was added in post.
Does he have anything to support this claim? This is a wild thing to lie about. Like, why would you just lie and say that this guy's winking? Like, I don't see any evidence of that. And like, it's just such a wild claim to make. Did the age 58 guy come out and say, like, I didn't wink, and maybe he's just had a twitch or something? I don't know.
In fact, 58 was actually on the far opposite side of the room from 42, and he just didn't hear him. This whole revenge storyline was added in post. Multiple shots show how timers are edited in post.
Like, re-editing, like, kind of it to make it seem like there's more of a story. I don't have a problem with that. Again, that's kind of adding spice to the video, like adding a bit of drama, and that is a very common thing that happens in editing. And I would say it's completely different from, to say, just faking the video and not being on the raft. But let's see. So Chucky says the wink was added in post. Brah, he really did wink. This is a flat out lie again. The revenge story was added in post. He implies that 42 and 58 were scripted to not real. The contestants themselves have talked about this on streams they did after the video. They legit didn't like each other. He also claimed that 58 was on the far opposite side and didn't hear him. Just because he was on the other side of the room, you don't think that 58 could hear him at all? How on earth would he know? Again, yeah, there seems like there's no basis for this claim. Which, again, there is some very real criticism of MrBeast, specifically in the gambling and lotteries and things that come up later in the video. But this just seems like it's made up. So people are giving this guy Dog Pack a lot of love. It seems like he didn't do his due diligence on a lot of these claims.
Timers are edited in post. Timers are edited in post. They also manipulated contestants' audio in post.
We got 15 minutes.
In general, if anything happens last second, it's fake.
I mean, like adding different like voice lines or things when they say something different, they'll like, you know, ad lib it in. That's really common because the fact of the matter is you typically don't have cameras rolling the entire time for everything, and sometimes you just miss things. And I actually did this myself when we were doing Cringe Van. So on Cringe Van, there were times where I was recording audio, but I wasn't recording video. And I would just kind of splice the audio and video together because that tells the story of what happened, but it just makes it more interesting on screen. That's not faking the video. That's just, it's kind of like video. Like I'll kind of break this down like photo editing. In photo editing, there's a lot of times where you take a picture and you'll edit it, you know, to the nines to make it look really lovely. But it's not that you're faking a photo. It's you're recreating what happened as you experienced it. That's perfectly fine. But just making like an AI image to like make up something completely fake is not fine, for example. It's very easy to understand. It's not that it's fake. It's just that you edit it in a way that better portrays what happened or close enough to it to be entertaining. But just not being on the raft is just not. You know what you didn't experience? The zip line? How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? Yeah, spoiler alert, guys. Max didn't actually steal my coffee when I had my camera set up. Yeah, that was added in post. Oh, wow, big surprise. Max didn't actually... I didn't just happen to have a camera watching me while I was sleeping so that Max could steal my coffee, yes. I know you guys are just ripping me a little bit, but yeah. Let's continue.
Someone's voice but can't see their mouth, the audio could easily be added in post.
Literally fake. I'm going to kill you.
And yes, this lie detector video was also fake.
Have you ever faked a video?
Of course, because lie detectors don't exist. Also, clench your butthole and you can get past them. Was the crab a paid actor? Hold on, let's go to the tapes and check. I so very rarely get a chance to show this anymore. Let me see. Where is that? Is it still? Do I still have this loaded? Surely I do. Surely I do. Where the hell is that? Oh, there it is.
Oh, get him. Oh, don't step on him. Don't step on him.
Yes, the crab was a paid actor. Crabs love money. Anyone that watched SpongeBob knows that. And absolutely. Absolutely. Negod was... No, that was real. I actually had a friend recently go there. And he didn't write on it either. So, but he is actually very fat.
No. It's still real to me, damn it! Okay, so MrBeast fabricates some contestant dialogue and timers and...
Animal cruelty? Hey, look, we treated Max very well, okay?
Movements and storylines and uses a bunch of shitty CGI, but who really cares? I mean, the videos are just for entertainment only, right? I mean, it's not like he's ever rigged the results of a challenge. That would be impossible because he films with hundreds of random subscribers, right? Wrong. Let's look at this video.
Okay, so this is a better example, perhaps. Rigging results of a thing. That is a much more serious claim and actually may be illegal based on various game show, lottery, and sweepstake laws as they're going to go into it. Again, some of his claims here aren't very good, but there are some good ones mixed in there. So again, for a first video, not bad, but there are some very serious things that happen here.
Not only were the results of this video completely scripted, but the contestants are not random subscribers.
So many people had jobs.
Oh, that contestant had to get out for her job? I guess you forgot she's your hiring manager. I actually recognize a lot of people in this video, including Jimmy's own girlfriend. So yeah, the random subscribers you see in challenges are actually never random. They're almost always local to MrBeast and oftentimes friends and family of MrBeast employees or just the employees themselves.
That kind of doesn't surprise me, really. Again, it is a bit, I guess, frustrating for like people that actually believe in MrBeast and he gives money and helping the common man. And MrBeast does do a lot of good, like make my own mistake. Doesn't excuse his actions, but like he did actually build wells in Africa, which I guess you could argue is a bad thing. I don't. I think it's a good thing. He cured the blind, sort of thing. Like again, that's a good result that I would like to see more of. But it doesn't surprise me at all that he would bring in local people because of the associated transport costs and just the logistics of actually finding hundreds of people to take part in these videos. Now, did he rig the video so that the girls won to show that girls are stronger than men, sort of thing? That's the question I'm more interested in. Not so much if they had friends or families taking part in these videos.
And when they do pull someone from outside of North Carolina, it's usually somebody who's in the industry, who's camera trained, who has built a following.
This is pretty funny though. MrBeast on his way to donate $500,000 to his rich and famous friends. That's a good meme. I appreciate it.
Hey, anyone I'm friends with watching that wants 10 grand?
They are never random subscribers. If you subscribe, you will not win $1 million. And what's even worse is that the results of this video were completely scripted, according to a former MrBeast employee.
All right. Were any of the results rigged? In the 100 boys versus 100 girls, we were told it would be a PR problem if the boys won by a lot. Also, we didn't have enough girls to film, so several MrBeast employees stepped in front for the video. But most had actually had to get out immediately. So production was told to make it closer so that boys could make it could get out. Production were told so that more boys could make out so they could make it closer. Also, at the end, they divided the circles into 10 parts. There was a shift change so that the people monitoring the contestants after that. I noticed no more girls got out, so I think the results are pretty much rigged. This is actually a pretty common thing that happens in boy versus girl challenges. There's a very famous like Survivor story one where they had like a girls island versus boy island. And you know, after a couple hours, the men had like tents and water distillation and everything. And the girls were like complaining about like what are they going to eat that night sort of thing. It's actually a very interesting show. And it was set out to try and show that the sexes were even. And it kind of showed the opposite, as is often the case. But it's actually very entertaining. It's actually very entertaining. They at one point they have it so that they switch one man and one woman to go like switch teams sort of thing. And then like the man just goes over there and starts acting like a king. It's kind of great. I kind of like that sort of entertainment though. I'm a big fan of those sort of things. But then there is shows like Alone, and there were one of the female contestants did very, very well on that. I think she was forced off the show by the producers because they said that she was getting too hungry, but she seemed like she could go the distance. So you never know.
It would have been a PR problem if the boys had won by a lot. And because so many of the female contestants were MrBeast employees who got out immediately, production stepped in to actually make the results of the challenge closer. You can actually see some of this happen on camera, like when Jimmy pays one of the boys $10,000 to leave, which is twice as much as the actual prize money. But it doesn't make...
Like, I don't have a problem with like these sort of things. Like MrBeast interfering with like the game show is kind of like an aspect of the game show. So the thing here is he's paying the challenges to solve all these Rubik's Cubes, and there's one boy who knows how to do the Rubik's Cubes, and MrBeast pays him to leave. I don't have a problem with this stuff that's happening off camera. I mean, sorry, I don't have a problem with the stuff that's happening on camera. That's fine, I think. That kind of adds a bit of spice, a bit of drama. No problem with this in particular.
The same offer to the girls.
The boys are blowing you out of the water. I paid the one guy who knew how to solve them to leave. Now, if you don't win, that was all for nothing.
At another point, he gives the girls a camera drone so they would have been able to see how many boys were left.
That doesn't really...
doesn't work out, but seeing how
okay, wait a second, this is actually just funny. So giving the girls a drone to see how many boys are left doesn't really help their chances of winning. I guess it could give them a morale boost, but the funny thing is that they crash the drone immediately. That is just poetry in motion, right?
See how many boys were left. It doesn't work out, but seeing how much they're willing to help them on camera, I'm willing to believe that they did, in fact, help them off camera. You know, apparently, at the end, they were only monitoring the boys to see if they stepped on the red line and not the girls, so that the girls would win the challenge. And to be clear, obviously, the girls had an unfair start with having so many MrBeast employees get out immediately. You know, I think they all did deserve $5,000 for that, but also the boys should deserve a fair chance at winning, I think. I think that's the expectation when you run a game show. But hey, that was a while ago, so I'm just glad they're not doing another rigged boys versus girls video. So knowing that MrBeast
crashed the drone, that's the real crime.
The results to be close, and that offstage producers
those drones basically fly themselves
influence how
well.
a challenge progresses. I want to show one.
Hi from KCMO. What's that? What's KCMO? Hello, KCMO. Is that your name?
This is a real-time video, meaning that time elapses the same in the video as it does in real life. Now, immediately, the intro is sped up, and the timer is clearly added in post, and he clearly touches the laser here. But whatever, let's assume that it's all real time. When he reaches the bottom floor, he has to turn these water valves. Now you can tell that these valves aren't actually connected to anything because the water flows out in an instant.
Oh, Kansas City, Missouri? How's it
touching the valve.
Okay.
The contestant also goes back to the first valve unaware that anything had happened, and he's still able to spin it.
I haven't seen this video, so I can't really comment on its validity at all. This seems pretty dangerous. Like, if I was doing game show shit, I wouldn't do anything with water. Like underwater escort missions, even though they're really funny in games and you can play the Sonic drowning music sort of thing. The amount of things that could go wrong is just too high. It's too damn high. So I really hope they had a really proper safety team here, because that is some dangerous shit.
The valve seems to spin freely and isn't actually connected to the flow of water. So you could assume that producers might be off camera with remote switches to trigger the flow of water. And assume
I mean, I would actually hope that they would, because the chance of just straight up dying is too high there. Like, spoiler alert. The drowned woman in undoing the knots underwater magician trick, that's all fake. And it's probably better that it is fake, because it's just too dangerous. Hello, Ethan Ralph poster. MrBeast is the Antichrist, but Christ is king, and I will defeat him. Very good to see you, Mr. Ralph, in chat again.
They tested this. The producers might know how long it takes for the water to clear out of the room, so they can sort of decide on the fly how many turns of the valve it takes, or just when to trigger the water in general to make the results close. And in this video, spoiler alert, the contestant wins the money, so rigging the challenge could be seen as a good thing, but there are many examples of contestants losing. And in traditional media, this kind of rigging is actually completely illegal.
We always have the same person tie all the knots so that we know they've tied them at the exact same tension. I mean, we can
like you literally do want someone tying all the same knots. That's kind of a plot point in The Prestige, which is why the woman dies in that. But like, I'm not sure about this. Like this time video, is it 3 people versus each other, or is it one person trying to beat the machine? Because if it's one person trying to beat the machine, I don't have as much issues with them like faking the water level and things like that. But if it's like the actual, you know, like an actual proper competition, like boys versus girls, then yeah, they do need to have very strict standards there. Now, again, if we go back to the complaints from Rosanna Pansino, she was complaining that it wasn't even in a level, but she was complaining about the actual physical differences between the different contestants. That's not an issue. As long as it's an even playing field on the actual field, not in your own body. That's the difference here. So let's go back. This is actually very interesting because I haven't watched Survivor in a long time, but I used to really enjoy it. Rosanna Pansino, yes. It's the horse she's escaped from the stable.
Kind of rigging is actually completely illegal.
We always have the same person tie all the knots so that we know they've tied them at the exact same tension. I mean, we get down to inches. And then we have a standards and practices person. And if you don't know what that is, on any kind of a
broadcast standards and practices. In the United States, standards and practices, also referred to broadcast standards and practices, or BS&P for short, is the name traditionally given to the department of a television network that is responsible for moral, ethical, and legal implications of a program that the network airs. Standard practices also ensures fairness on televised game shows in which they are adjunct to the judges at the production level, company level. They also have the power to reprimand and to recommend the termination of television network stars and employees for violations of standards and practices. There you go. MrBeast does not have one of these. It is an interesting question, though. Like, should MrBeast be held to the same standards as broadcast television? Fundamentally, what is the difference between a YouTube channel and a big production like Survivor? Like, obviously I can't put on something like MrBeast, but MrBeast game shows regularly do get more views than actual game shows. Where is the line there? That's an interesting question. I'm not sure I have a good answer for it. I'd have to think about it some more. But you should think about liking the stream.
Game
that
show
wink was
where
added
there is
in
a
post, by the way.
prize. You have to have somebody that ensures that it's fair. They are out there essentially to make sure that we don't do something that would favor one player or one tribe.
I paid the one guy who knew how to solve them to leave.
In my mind, I'm thinking it's a fair game.
Oh, look, it's that chick, Rosanna.
But it's not. If they were having problems finding people, they can see kind of what area you're in. And they came to my area many times, and I was in the smallest cupboard. They had like big ones, medium ones, and small ones. I contorted this little 4'10" body into the smallest space, and I was in there for hours. And they didn't even open the door because they were like, a person can't even fit in there. So they went in there and they opened all the cabinets, and my heart was like, oh, they're gonna find me, they're gonna find me. And then I could hear them saying, like, she's not here. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, she's not here. The other thing that they said is absolutely no climbing in the air vents or the ceiling. And they said it's because they do all their wiring in the ceiling.
I'm up here. Okay, I feel good about this spot.
If it was held accountable, especially because this was a YouTube original production, Zach would have been eliminated for cheating. He broke the rules, and guarantee you, if I climbed in the ceiling, MrBeast would eliminate me.
What basis does she have for that? Again, it feels like she's crying to the teacher from this one. Like, I would assume that going in the ceiling is against the rules, and for the good reason that, yeah, maybe it's dangerous and it could start a fire or something. But the reality is that they have these big name stars like, you know, Logan Paul, Rosanna, whatever. Like, they're channels with millions of views, right? And millions of subscribers. If someone does something in the moment, they probably just forgive it for them. Like, they probably don't want to like knock someone out for technicality because it looks bad, for sure. But like, if you see her message here, it looks so jaded. Her message was, let's see, if you don't know, MrBeast edited Rosanna and Crackety out of the top 3, creating a fictional story where Logan Paul was the top 3. MrBeast does not deny this. Why did you lie? The Rosanna says. Why did you say in the video that you found Logan literally 1 minute before Zach? I outlasted Logan, and I was proud of what I accomplished. It actually built some confidence in myself, and that wasn't there before. And MrBeast responds saying, I don't know, been a while. Let's call and figure it out. She kind of just seems like she's bitter here, that she didn't have enough clout to be in the top 3 or something. I do feel kind of bad for her. If she was robbed out of prize money, then I feel like she has a claim. If she was robbed out of just screen time, then that's kind of just on her, I think, for not being more entertaining. Because that is the reality of these shows, is that, you know, the cute character, the entertaining character, they get more view time, they get more audience time. But you should not rob people of their prizes. Absolutely. All right, let's go
If
back.
it was eliminated,
I think
Mr. Beast would eliminate me.
He was in the ceiling!
Again, she kind of makes like that claim, like if she had gone to the ceiling, then she would have been eliminated. How does she know that? Like, how does she know these things that would happen unless she's just assuming that it's a bias because Mr. Beast doesn't like her, or she just wants, you know, dudes to win or something like that? Interesting claim. She maybe does have a bit of, you know, a bit of a claim there, but it feels just like not sour grape. So it just feels like bitterment. Embittered. And it's Tickle Ticks McGee, member for 1 month. Thank you very much. And Excumer, 50 North Korean coronas. I'm confused. Is she personally friend with 100 villages in Ghana? Huh? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, so Mr. Beast has done a lot of good for a lot of people. For example, he did build wells, houses, give people surgery and stuff. Obviously, those people are people that Mr. Beast doesn't know, which kind of goes against the narrative of this video. Again, this is the weakest part of the video, I think, is the idea that like Mr. Beast is playing favoritism with certain people. Obviously, he's going to try and give more screen time to big names because that's how collaborations work, and that's how you grow your channel a lot. But I'm more interested in the actual legal considerations of faking giveaways and faking like not just giveaways, but also the, what are they called? The sweepstakes style things, and some of the things that's gone on with his chocolate company, which is pretty sus. As that will come up to that as we go along. But thank you much for the donation. Much appreciated. So what is this? Pause if you want to read. I do want to read. Creator Games was not for charity. Oh, what's this? Creator Games 2 and 3, Trivia and Hide and Seek, had nothing to do with a charity. The winners of the competition would receive prize money under the vague condition that they give their money to their fans. Hey, my cousin is a fan of my videos. Zach King made 2 highly viewed monetized videos with the prize money. Both of the winners of Creator Games 1 and 2, D'Amelio sisters and Zach King, were accused of cheating. Mr. Beast does not care about fairness in his competitions. He only cares about making the best video possible. Okay, I mean, the trivia tournament also had multiple factual mistakes. No one seemed to notice spell possum and oldest living animal question. Correct answers were wrong. I guess she wanted to spell opossum. I don't know what this is saying. Ensuring fairness in challenges like this is not difficult, but Mr. Beast thinks it makes the videos worse, so he doesn't do it. TikTok star, blah 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 blah. This is kind of funny though. Like this sort of statement, like if I do a video and I promise all the proceeds go to children, and of course I'm someone's child, yeah, that's a bad move. So if Mr. Beast promised them money and they were supposed to give it to a charity, and then they used it for their own purposes, then that's not necessarily Mr. Beast's fault, but it's still a pretty shitty thing to do.
Also, I think some of the Mr. Beast giveaways have been fake, but I'll get to that later. So now that I've explained...
Again, in your expose video, I wouldn't use the word, I think some of these are fake. You need to really do your due diligence in this making a video like this. Show which ones are fake. Show the evidence. Don't just make up statements like, this guy who's winking was added in post. How do you know that? How can you verify that?
Some of the ways that Mr. Beast lies to build trust with his audience. I want to go on to explain how he exploits that trust for profit through running illegal lotteries, selling fake signatures.
See, I'm more interested in these ones. The illegal lotteries sounds much better than the fake videos part.
Giving children diabetes and more. A call to action is simply when you tell the viewer to do something, saying,
like, subscribe right now for a free cookie. One day.
Subscribe is a call to action. Early in his career, Mr. Beast found a better version of this where he takes a call to action and he adds positive or negative reinforcement to it. Now, as adults, we can recognize that subscribe for a cookie is a joke. It's not a real offer, but again, Mr. Beast's audience is primarily children who may have authorities in their life that actually use sweet treats or video game detentions as forms of reinforcement.
You better subscribe or I'll delete your Minecraft account. So if you don't subscribe to his channel, your life improves. Good to know.
And you aren't born understanding sarcasm. Whatever the reason, these reinforced call to actions are more effective than just saying subscribe. Oh, but there's an even much better version.
I'm not sure this is because you're reinforcing positive things they've had in their life, like their parents giving them cookies for doing chores or something. I feel like it's just because it's funnier and it's more entertaining than saying, please subscribe. If you say, please subscribe, and I'll dance around like a fucking retard or something, like I feel like you'd be more likely to subscribe, right? Even if I don't do that. just because it's more engaging. It activates the neurons, right? So I don't really have a problem with that at all. I have much more an issue with the like subscribe and you get a free car. That seems much worse.
The call to action giveaway.
If you guys want to win a brand new PS5, all you have to do
What the fuck's going on with this guy's chin?
Effective than just saying subscribe. Oh, but there's an even much better version. The call to action giveaway.
If you guys want,
Is this like chin edited in post? It's like the Giga Chat edits, right? Where it's just like this. Is this real? Maybe MrBeast does fake his videos. I don't know. That's a pretty big chin right there. Surely it's trick lens.
to win a brand new PS5, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel.
I can't believe people are still doing fucking giveaways. Holy.
Didn't PewDiePie do? I feel like PewDiePie has done giveaways. If he's complaining that people still do, if you've never done a giveaway, and then you can complain about it, sure. If you have done it and just complaining people are still doing it, then you've already. That just seems like you're climbing up and then pulling the ladder up after you. I don't know about that. Giveaways are pretty stupid though. Like the chances of you winning are so infinitely small that it's not worth doing. What is this? Meme, you should have a problem with these people. You should have a problem with these men and their boyfriends influencing other men's young boys. I do. That was the first part of the video, and we did an entire different stream talking about it. But this is the part that I want to talk about mostly tonight. There will probably be future ones on this topic, actually, because this guy has said that he has much more information he's going to put into part 2 and 3. But yeah, just rewind the stream to the beginning, and we talk about how the Discord leaks and everything. I do have a problem.
It's so annoying. Stop this fucking shit. I'm so tired of it. Fucking 10 years of YouTube. People are still like buying subs for this shit.
So over the next 7 days, I'm going to be giving 1,000 random people that subscribe a free Samsung Galaxy S24.
How is this legal? I don't get it. All you have to do is subscribe to your channel.
All you have to do to enter to win one of these phones is subscribe.
It's a scam. Holy shit.
I literally spent over $1 million on these phones, and we literally found him 1 minute before Zach. I spent over $1 million on these phones. All you have to do to enter is hit that subscribe button.
Samsung, I just want you to love me. So yeah, that's what a call to action giveaway is. At best, they are a way.
I mean, you do have to be very careful with these sort of statements. Now, it isn't typically enforced, but you really do have to clarify for legal reasons, like subscribe and you could win. Don't say subscribe and you will win. But giveaways is real. Like, you can argue about whether it's a good thing to do or not. I feel like it's a waste of time because the chance of you winning is so low. But you know, I guess it doesn't cost you anything, right? Who knows?
To buy subscribers, but much of the time they are legitimate scams. Either a YouTuber doesn't actually give away a prize, or in the case of these live streams,
yeah, I do feel like people that do fake giveaways, those should be penalized on YouTube for it. Like if you say you're going to give away 1,000 phones or whatever, you really better give those phones away and post receipts. Otherwise, because there are these channels that say like every week I'm giving away a PS5 for every week, and they just never give away prizes, or they'll like post Amazon gift cards, but they've already spent the balance. Rice Gum did that a lot actually, and those people should be penalized for doing so. Like if you're going to make a giveaway, you better be doing it.
Illegal lotteries where the only way to win a prize is by making a purchase. And obviously I'm not a lawyer, so I'm just going to show you the law and then show you irrefutable evidence of what's being done, and you can make your own conclusions. The FTC defines a lottery as containing 3 elements: a valuable prize, random chance, and consideration, which can be time or effort, but in most cases is just payment. To successfully run a contest or a sweepstakes, you must eliminate one of these factors. A contest, for example, eliminates chance, and a sweepstakes eliminates consideration. In determining if any MrBeast...
All right, let me go back a bit. I want to see that in detail. Lawful alternatives. All right. Lottery defined. Let me go back. All right.
Being done, and you can make your own conclusions. The FTC defines a lottery as containing 3 elements.
All right. Distribution of prize determined by chance to a person who pays consideration.
A valuable prize, random chance, and consideration, which can be time or effort, but in most cases is just payment. To successfully run a contest or a sweepstakes, you must eliminate one of these factors.
Lawful alternatives. I've never really heard about this before. Interesting distinction to me. Key to a lawful promotion is to ensure that it falls outside the definition of a lottery by removing one of these elements. Okay. So you can have a prize, but it can't be determined by chance. Right, okay.
Contest, for example, eliminates chance, and a sweepstakes eliminates consideration. In determining if any MrBeast giveaways have been illegal lotteries, we need to identify a prize, which is distributed through random chance and cannot be won without spending money. On August 2nd, 2020, MrBeast...
good question by M, member for 19 months. He says, how about 5,000 local grifts? Or gifts, I suppose. Yeah. I guess the the counterpoint here would be you would say, well, I'll get to it eventually, so you haven't really scammed your audience. This is what Logan Paul's doing right now to CoffeeZilla. So if you've been following the CoffeeZilla crypto scam, he absolutely scammed his audience, but now he is suing CoffeeZilla for defamation. And I believe that Logan Paul's claim is that because he eventually worked on it, but he only worked on it because Coffee made the video, that it was not a lie, and he delivered it eventually, basically. That doesn't hold water to me, and I think that it's not going to hold up in court. I think he's going in for a bad time. But I need to. Oh no, wait! I've got some spicy water right here. Look at that, strong sparkling water. I thought I was out of drinking juice.
Live streamed him and his friends signing limited edition shirts celebrating 40 million subscribers.
Don't even have to leave my
and here
table,
are just some of the clips from that stream.
For those of you who are just joining, if you buy one of our limited edition 40 mil special shirts, we're celebrating 40 million subscribers with a really big video, then we will sign that shirt, and some of them will get random prizes like this. In 10 minutes, right, because we got to give them time to do their card, we'll give...
Okay, so I don't have a problem with this so far. Some people will win a prize, but are these all signed shirts? Like, it said fake signatures. So what are the fake signatures?
2 orders, $500 each. 5 minutes, someone's getting $3 grand in the order. In 5 minutes, we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to put $1,000 in a random order. 2 minutes, newest order gets $2,000. Good luck, everybody.
So this was a 6-hour...
Yeah, I've heard that. Like, again, like a lot of these beginning claims are very weak, in my opinion. There are some good ones too, especially the Ralph story in particular. But it gets worse as it goes along, which is what I'm looking forward to, because I've seen up to about this part of the video, like literally about halfway through, and then I don't know what happens. Let me see. Was there anything else in this Chucky part? So let me see. All right, we'll go back to this post at the end, I think, or maybe halfway through.
Live stream. They took it down off YouTube, but 5 hours of it are still up on their Facebook page. And during those 5 hours, I counted...
Well, I mean, this kind of makes sense. Like, so I actually do this as well, is I unlist a lot of live streams, and I do that purely for algorithm reasons. If you have a channel like MrBeast's, where you have like, and let's take a look at MrBeast videos, right? So all of MrBeast's videos have a very similar format. They're very short, you know, between 10 and 30 minutes, and they have a lot of views, and they're all very highly edited. If you have a live stream in between these videos, it can kill retention, because YouTube usually focuses you on one group. Now, at the moment, because I'm only putting out live streams, I'm not unlisting my live streams, and also because the content is still relevant. Typically, I want to unlist my live streams after they become an irrelevant story. So when people stop talking about Kris, like, you know, 4 or 5 months down the line, I'll probably unlist this video. Because it's not going to be getting any views. Nobody's really going to miss it. And I feel like it clutters up the channel. Now, I also unlist my Friday streams, but for a different reason. But some streams are going to just keep up forever as well. Spoiler alert, in August, there'll be more video content, because I'll be focusing on Rings of Power is what I'm looking at doing, and getting into video editing on this channel in a big way. And but it's going to conflict a little bit. Like, that's the problem, because YouTube, again, doesn't like it when your channel does different things, because apparently the body cam footage is coming out in August as well. So it's going to be literally competing. Which you'd rather see, the Rings of Power meme videos or like the body cam footage? You're going to have to, which way, Western man? All right, let's see. Where were we?
46 illegal lotteries. These lotteries are also run poorly multiple times.
I look fabulous today. Thank you very much. 5 minutes it's all part of my natural water diet, which ends on the 1st of August.
Chance to win, and then 7 minutes later go, actually, the newest order in 30 seconds is going to win.
Don't worry, both are happening, guys. Don't worry, the body cam videos are coming, and the Rings of Power videos are coming. They're both going to be here eventually.
Thing again, we're going to put $1,000 in a random order. Hey, Daryl, don't we owe someone $1,000?
We do.
Yeah, so, all right, so the newest order, in 30 seconds, we are going to put $1,000 in your package.
Stephen K.
Okay.
Oh,
Stephen King. And there is no second giveaway 30 seconds later, like Jimmy said. This is just one very shady giveaway.
Is this true? Is carbonated water bad for you? How is that possible? It's just water and carbon.
They just want to talk about how Stephen made a profit.
Stephen's a handsome name. So he actually walked away with some money.
We're proud of you, Stephen.
I counted 13 of these extra shady lotteries where they did not give the prize in the original time frame that they said.
Okay, so we're going to put 2 iPhones in this pinata, and we're going to give it to someone who orders a shirt in 3 minutes? 5 minutes. Buy a limited edition shirt or hoodie, and we're going to pick a random one in 10 minutes and give them $2,000.
Have we done iPhones yet?
Yeah, oh, we did one. Oh, wait. Hey, Daryl, first, actually, before we do that, we never picked the pinata.
So these clearly fit the definition of an illegal lottery.
I'm not entirely sure about this one, because, like, when you're doing a live stream, there has to be a certain amount of allowance for making mistakes that just happen based on people being imperfect. I may, obviously, when I'm reading things, I make a lot of mistakes that I can't edit out because it's live. Sometimes you just get random thoughts or you forget something. I feel like there should be a bit of an allowance here. Although I do have a bit of a problem with like the next order in 30 seconds wins a t-shirt, because again, it's like, it's a very insidious way to just try and drum up some fear of missing out purchases for people watching as well.
These clips are also not out of context. No one ever said no purchase necessary. There's nothing in the description or on the website. At one point, MrBeast is informed that they ran out of PlayStations, and he says, "Are we trying to not sell merch?"
Oh, no, PS5 not
out of
secured.
PlayStations. We don't have any. We have to give away. Are we trying to not sell merch?
So he clearly knows that they're making more money by running these illegal lotteries. Another shady thing he did was constantly suggest that they're doing too many giveaways to make a profit.
My guy over there doing the numbers is like, stop, please. Like, you do realize every time you give away an Xbox and $1,000, you don't make.
So like, obviously the point of this is to make money. A lot of people like Jimmy says a lot that he's not just fucking rich. He is just rich. He does spend a lot on his videos. Make no mistake. Like he spent over $1 million on the Squid Game videos easily. In fact, it may be in the range of several millions of dollars, but he made it all back. And he makes a lot of money on sponsorships as well. But he does dump a lot of money into his videos. But I don't see why this should be surprising that he's trying to make money selling t-shirts and then it's like complains that maybe he isn't.
Make money. I'm like, oh, I know we're not gonna make money. What are we doing, guys? We're gonna check after the stream, and it's gonna be like, oh no, what a waste. Yeah, I know. We're gonna break neutral.
When there was just no way they were ever even close to losing money on this stream.
I don't know who this is, but you just got a pair of AirPods. Oh my gosh, we're not making money, guys. We need to stop giving everyone something. We've just lost like 7
almost
everything that someone's buying.
It is a pretty shady sales tactics. I'll agree with that though. Extremely shady. Yeah, it definitely is salesman talk.
We put something in their package. I'm not going to make money.
In 5 hours, they gave away about $50,000 worth of stuff and sold over 50,000 t-shirts. Selling these t-shirts at $42 each, profit margin would be about 20.
Who buys a fucking t-shirt for $40? Like a merch shirt? Like aren't merch shirts like really like much cheaper than that?
$2. But even if they were making like $1 per shirt, they would still be fine. Also, by my estimates, only 1 in every 1,600 orders actually won a prize. And I guarantee he has real-time analytics on his laptop. He knows they make more money every time he says, "Oh my God, guys, we're giving away so much stuff. We're not even going to make a profit. Please, don't you want me to make a profit?"
Is that true, Ethan Ralph? The guy on the right met Tardsky and Ashton. I've never heard Ashton before. That's actually kind of funny.
That's why he keeps saying it. Also, they just don't show how winners are picked, so it's probably not actually random. You know, humans have biases. Imagine Jimmy tells the guy off camera, "Hey, pick a name right now," and he sees 2 names. One is easy to pronounce, one is not.
Get fucked, Chinese people. Like this is just true though. This is just true. Like sometimes if I'm like trying to read a name in chat and your name is like just a bunch of garbage, then like I won't read the comment because it's just like it just sets myself up for failure. This is a funny example. I like this. So props to the editor on this one. That's clever.
This is why lotteries are heavily regulated to ensure fairness. Also, obviously, you have to be 18 to play the lottery. It's gambling. MrBeast.
So like the idea that a lot of industries aren't capitalizing on childhood gambling is just straight up false. I think everybody knows this, but loot boxes is just gambling for children. Everybody knows it. It's kind of surprising that it's even allowed, really. I think a lot of parts of the EU ban that shit. Like I don't have a problem with loot boxes for cosmetics, but I think Overwatch is the example that kind of made me the most mad, because I did like Overwatch quite a bit. It was a fun game, but I bought it at full price, and then I had to buy skins as well. That was kind of bullshit, right? But to be fair, the skins didn't give you any tactical advantage in a game. I think that's an important distinction as well. Holy shit, 420 people watching. Nice. You should have hit that like button. But yeah, anytime a game has like power connected to paid transactions, and it's a full price game, then I have a big problem with that. Any paying for power typically ruins every game it enters. Tribes Ascend could have been the best game in the world, unironically. Probably would have been my favorite game ever if they hadn't ruined the game with paid transactions. It was so much fun. I heard there's a beta for a new Tribes game, but I haven't got into that. My friend was playing it though. He said it was pretty good.
18 to play the lottery. It's gambling. MrBeast isn't just promoting gambling to children here. He's running the casino. And this isn't even close to the worst stream he's done. 4 months later, MrBeast signed shirts again, but this time it was a 24-hour live stream with way more illegal lotteries. And by the way, the rest of these streams were taken down shortly after upload, so all I have is some old clips and Reddit threads talking about them. Now,
I mean, they're probably unlisted. They probably still have access to it.
This stream did say we are doing a ton of giveaways, no purchase necessary in the description.
Also, if it's a 24-hour live stream, those just don't get archived on YouTube, so they just automatically get broken. I learned that from. I mean, I knew it was going to happen, but learned that from experience. But I promised you the next time I do a 24-hour live stream, I will break it up into segments so that every hour of it will be viewable on repeat. But I really wanted to just have my live stream counter go up to 24 hours for the first one. And I tried to archive it, but I actually ran out of data space in that one. So unfortunate.
But to be eligible to win most prizes, you had to make a purchase.
Would you guys prefer? Would you prefer that we throw money in random orders, or that we throw items in random orders? Yeah.
Somebody screamed it.
I mean, like, if we're just going to take this question seriously, money is always better than an item because money can be used to buy said item.
In chat, I want to switch. Hey, buy a shirt.
In 30 minutes, we are giving away my car to someone that buys merch.
Which each giveaway is its own independent event. You can't give one prize to someone who buys something and a different prize to someone in chat. The prize where you have to buy something is still an illegal lottery, which obviously MrBeast knows this, but he's a poker player. He likes a little bluffery, a little plausible deniability, pretending to be ignorant of the law.
YouTube's a little different than this. Because YouTube, I can just do stuff like that. I can just be like, you know what? Pull up a database of 100 people that bought chocolate bars and pick 100 random ones.
Got it.
I think I can do that over here. I don't know. So I don't want to say anything. And then someone be like, yeah, actually, that's illegal.
Right.
I could not find any way to enter the big Tesla giveaway without spending at least $42.
And we're giving away Tesla to someone random who bought stuff.
They also gave away 24 tickets, which gave you the opportunity to be in a video. Again, most of these...
I mean... The giveaways don't, like, if you're going to give away these sort of prizes, it's stupid to enter them thinking you're going to win a Tesla. Like, if you bought a t-shirt for the hopes of buying a Tesla later, or getting a Tesla for free, then that's just a dumb move on your part. But this kind of does make sense. I mean, this is something that people are allowed to do. I'm not sure if this actually breaks the law at all, but I mean, it's pretty dumb to offer it, and it's also pretty dumb to enter it. Because you know you're not going to win it, right? Surely.
Tickets, you had to make a purchase to win.
One random person that buys in what time frame? 10 minutes. We're going to put this in someone's order that buys something. And we're going to have 24 people. We're going to put them in 24 different circles. $1 million on the line. Have some fun. You know what I'm saying?
Also, this video never happened. There is no MrBeast video of 24 people in circles competing for $1 million. Unless it ended up being 100 people in a circle competing for $500,000, but that's a smaller prize and much worse odds. So, like, did they just pocket the money or what? Hey, it's the pilot guy.
Who is this Mac guy? Was he just a nobody that they just picked to make a celebrity or something, or what? I still don't know who Mac is.
Woo! Let's get it! Wait, he's about to be the first one out? That's unlike him.
Even though you got out first, I still have a prize for you. Just wait here.
Oh, first person out gets a car, and it just happened to be your friend Matt.
All right, so Brent says, sure, you old people know it's BS, but most of MrBeast's audience is kids. So my question is, if they're all children, like actual children, who don't know better, then where are they getting the money for this from? Like, I think you have to be younger than, say, 14, or let's say 13, 14 to not know the difference between this. Do these 13, 14-year-olds have their own credit cards and their own jobs? How are they paying for these? Parents' credit card? Then it's the parents' fault. If the parents' credit cards are being used, then the parents should be charging these back or telling their kids not to do this. Like, there is an element of responsibility here for the parents, right? It's certainly there's very shady behavior, and you have to be very stupid to fall for this. But like, anytime something like this comes into the equation, my question is, where are these kids getting this money from? Fuck them kids, but not in the way that Kris wants. Very, very good of you, Ethan. That's a good one. That's a good one. Most people are financially irresponsible. Of course they are. That's why the lottery makes so much money. Most people are stupid, but should we make laws that prevent people from being stupid? It's an actual question. Like, I'm not saying there is a right or wrong answer. Maybe we should. Personally, I don't think so, but it is something to consider. Should the lottery be illegal? Should smoking be illegal? These are all choices we have in our own lives, and every time we make a law that removes a choice, is the world better or worse for it? It's a question we have to ask in a lot of situations, because I am pro banning smoking in a lot of countries, honestly, just because smoking has a hazard effect on other people. Now, if you can smoke by yourself where you're going to be all alone, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But I do have a problem with smoking in public and smoking in restaurants. But I might be a bit more liberal on that decision, because that's kind of the standard where I'm from, is that in Australia, there's no smoking in restaurants anymore. But I was a kid young enough to remember when they could smoke in restaurants, and I absolutely hated it. But to be fair, also I have a bias against smokers, because I just think it's disgusting. But no, make up your own choice.
Another thing that just annoys me is Jimmy constantly says during these live streams that he's just doing this for fun because he loves giving things away.
Oh, and I just like giving away stuff. It's kind of funny.
Imagine you just lost a bunch of money at the casino and the owner comes out and he says, guys, the reason I do all this, I just love giving away money. Also, you're 7 years old in that example. It's insane that he can flip these massively profitable illegal lotteries targeted towards children as an act of generosity.
I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to go place an order at shopmrbeast.com. Anyone watching?
I mean, I agree with that statement, though. This is not a lot. This is not generosity at all. It's a money-making venture. But I didn't see this as anything but that. Like, MrBeast is very shrewd at making money, and like he also engages in pay for play. Essentially, he will sponsor people. He will give people things in the expectation that he's going to receive something in return, i.e., like shilling his products. And again, that's a bad thing that MrBeast does, something that he does deserve criticism on. But I wonder if that's because MrBeast has kind of stunted his own growth. Because you have to imagine you're MrBeast, and you're the guy that's known for giving away money. How could you ever trust someone to be your friend or your partner or anything? Like when MrBeast got a girlfriend, I think like his first girlfriend, it was just some Instagram thought. And I was like, she just DM'd you on Twitter or something? Like, after you're just famous for giving away money? How could you ever trust that woman? Like, I really don't envy MrBeast's social situation. Certainly, I do envy his fame. Of course I do, you know. But fame is like a drug to most people anyway. But, like, I would never want to be in that situation where I could not trust people because I thought they were just getting a handout from me. That sounds awful. That's why if you win the lottery, just don't tell anyone.
And we're going to throw iPhones in some of them.
And again, there are very few videos of this live stream on the internet. I think MrBeast probably copyright strikes re-uploads. But almost any clip you do find will have some new violation of...
I don't think that's the case. Like, if you're going to say that MrBeast is copyright striking live streams, you better have some evidence of that. Otherwise, it's just pure defamation. The more likely is that if a live stream is removed, deleted, or privated after the fact, it's very difficult to download it. And also, while you can record a live stream live and then re-upload it, most people don't do that. Most people use a service like, you know, Y2Mate or something to download it, and they have difficulty downloading particularly long things. So, for example, when I was talking about the Chrissy Mayer stream, I wanted to download a local copy of that just so it would be easier to play, wouldn't have to deal with any interruptions, and also just in case she unlisted it because maybe she got a shower call or something. It proved to be too annoying to do so. I could have just screen recorded it if I wanted to, but then I would have had to wait the entire duration of the stream because I wasn't using my typical YouTube downloader. It wasn't working for it. So I would imagine that the simplest answer is the more likely one. It's just nobody cared enough to archive a live stream of people buying t-shirts. Are we back? I got MrBeast shower call. MrBeast called me and told me to stop streaming. Yeah, I think we're back now, right? Yeah, you got to post those F's in chat, guys. Yeah, I'm muted. I don't think so. Yeah, MrBeast suppressing me. He's cutting me down, right? We back. Post one in chat if we're back. We'll get back into it. All right.
Sweepstakes laws.
Well, I thought it was him. I was like, keep going. Wait, let's go. Wait, it's literally like his initial. Who is it? My cousin. Wait, really?
Actually, that's illegal.
Some of the common complaints we see in threads about this live stream are that they only signed large t-shirts. So when they selected an order to give a prize, it was apparently always a large or extra large t-shirt. They kept saying things
that could just be that a lot of fat people are ordering t-shirts. That's probably the reality there.
Like buying the next 15 minutes for a chance to win and then not honoring it. Multiple people claiming that their name was read to win a prize and they never received it. This person is still tweeting.
See, that's some good evidence. I like this. If your name gets called out, you better fucking get a prize. Otherwise, MrBeast should be liable for that. Because that's just like the most, like at a very visceral level. Just you can imagine yourself in that situation. You get called out for getting a prize, you don't get anything. You just be so crestfallen.
tweeting about it to this day. Now, there's a lot more people complaining about the deceptive sales tactics. Reading all this really upsets me because I spent money I honestly didn't have for 5 shirts at different times during the live when they said things like buy now and you will get prize or money. And I received 2 orders and nothing but shirt, both with MB and one with a heart and one with a smiley. I was hoping for at least a couple things for Christmas for my family.
All right. I'm sorry. I have to say something about this. Yes, I don't like MrBeast's practices, but this person is absolutely a dullard and deserved everything they got. If you were watching Holiday Chicken, a Redditor, of course, if you were watching this and spent money you didn't have for t-shirts, hoping that MrBeast would buy your family Christmas presents, then I really don't have a lot of sympathy for this person in particular. I spent money I didn't have because I was going to get a prize / money. Like, I kind of feel like you deserve it at that point. But again, yeah, these practices aren't good, but it's just so effective because these people are so fucking dumb. Like imagine you make this mistake and then you tell people about it as well. If I did this, I would just not tell anyone because I would not want my shame to be covered. She's 7, you a-hole. She's no way she's 7. She's buying Redditor has a 7, like my base 70-year-old has a Reddit account. I don't believe that for a fucking second. This is some dumb chick, I think. Just based on, or maybe it's a dumb chick, you know, because they've got the Reddit emoji thing here, whatever it's called. Sorry. Like, I'm call it like it is, guys. Call it like it is. I'm sorry, but this person kind of deserved the t-shirts. They paid for t-shirts. They got the t-shirts. What more can you complain about?
This commenter also goes on to explain that she's disabled, has PTSD, lotteries and scams.
Yeah, a lot of 7-year-olds have PTSD. Again, not to A-log this one individual Redditor, but I don't believe she has PTSD or
for at least a couple things for Christmas for my family. This commenter also.
All right, she is disabled. I don't believe she's actually disabled. I think that she's self-diagnosed. She's like, I am disabled because I have PTSD, and that's double dipping on a fake disease, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but I don't believe it. Sorry, don't believe it. I feel like she's also expecting people to give her money from this Reddit post. Like, she's like, I spent money I didn't have. MrBeast didn't deliver. I have PTSD and I'm disabled. And they was expecting the DMs to come say, here, where's your PayPal, queen? I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Goes on to explain that she's disabled, has PTSD. Lotteries and scams specifically target vulnerable populations like that. I'm disappointed.
That's true. That's true, and that is the kind of a very pernicious thing about these things is that it's typically the people with the least money that generate the most money in lotteries and these sort of things. So that is sad, but yeah, I absolutely join my Discord and win a Tesla Model S apparently, or allegedly. Probably not going to happen.
Shirt and was so excited. He watched the live stream and saw that people who bought would receive $100. He was excited to win something and be a part of his favorite streamer, MrBeast. When the shirt arrived, he was grinning from ear to ear. When he realized that there was no $100, he was visibly disappointed. He said nothing other than, I guess he meant everyone except me. He loves his shirt, but I'm really upset seeing him hurt. And obviously,
I mean, this one's a bit more sympathetic because it's a mum talking about it, but like, she probably should have been doing something here. Like, my son bought a t-shirt and was excited, but he really just wanted the money. So it's like, is the kid here just wanted money? He didn't really want the t-shirt at all. Like, I don't know. Yeah, this is a learning lesson. I think I have to agree. This is a learning lesson. You don't get everything in life. That's the way it is. You got your t-shirt you paid for. Oh well.
That's me. He loves his shirt.
Do you think the kid actually said this? Well, I guess MrBeast meant everybody except me, mummy. I don't know. This seems like my base 7-year-old said this sort of thing again. It is a little bit sad because I can kind of imagine a child there, but like, I don't know. My kids don't pay shit. They just take it. Again, yeah, what money is this kid using as well? I'm kind of curious. If the kid is watching the live stream and the mum is there, I assume it's like a 5 or a 6-year-old because they're like monitoring what they're doing. If it's like someone that has like a job and a credit card, like a 13, 14, 15-year-old or whatever, like, you know, maybe they'd have a credit card at that point. They probably shouldn't, but maybe they do, or they're using mummy's credit card and paying them back or something. Then it's kind of odd for me to think that they're so excited about getting a MrBeast t-shirt. I have to assume this is like a 10-year-old or something.
But I'm really upset seeing him hurt. And obviously people can lie on the internet, but a lot of people are independently
Do you think someone would do that? Go on the internet and tell lies? I don't know about that.
claiming the same things. Like that at the end of the live stream, they said they were putting $100 in every order. Now, my speculation is that they put $100 in every order that came across the table that they signed. But I'd be interested to see how they worded that. If the video of this live
The wording is important. I agree here. If you say every package, it better be in every package.
Ever resurfaces, I think a lot of these claims will be proven true, which MrBeast definitely has this stream saved. He saves all his footage. So I'll ask you, Jimmy, will you publish this to prove your innocence? Also, using archive.org, we can see what the website looked like on the day of the stream. And while there's no mention of any sweepstakes whatsoever, it does say this limited tee signed by MrBeast and crew. But the description says it's signed by a member of the MrBeast crew. And it doesn't say anywhere that other members will sign.
Wait, where's the lie there, though? Oh, wait, did you say and crew? Like, I feel like that's a little bit of a tricky wording, but I'm not sure if I think that's false advertising.
No mention of any sweepstakes whatsoever. It does say this limited tee signed by MrBeast and.
All right. Yeah, I guess the expectation is that MrBeast and the crew sign it instead of one member of the crew. But I thought that was just the thing, that it was one person was signing one of these t-shirts, not necessarily MrBeast and all the boys. Again, a little bit tricky, but yeah, okay. I can say this. I can say this being false advertising, sure. Also, like $42 for a t-shirt. Holy shit. $42 for a MrBeast like graphic tee. If I'm buying a $42 t-shirt, it better be like a suit shirt or something. I don't know. Like, how much is a t-shirt? Like, how much does a t-shirt cost? Maybe to be fair, I do live in a country that has a very low cost of living, and everything is very reasonably priced here. So maybe I'm just out of touch with American standards. But how much does a t-shirt cost in your country? I feel like $20, right? Like at most. Unless it's like a dress shirt or like a really high quality like silk shirt or something like that. $20 is what I expect to pay, hopefully less, for a t-shirt.
Crew, but the description says it's signed by a member of the MrBeast crew, and it doesn't say anywhere that other members will sign MB, deceiving people into believing it was signed by MrBeast. So here's a clip of Tyler forging, or not, maybe not forging, using MrBeast's signature. So Tyler signs MB, which is MrBeast's signature. Then he covers it, signs his own initials, TC, smirks, looks around, and then quickly slides the shirt away.
little smirk caught in 4K. That's actually pretty funny. Like if they were all signing this MB, I wouldn't actually have a problem with that, because that'd be fine. It's just like MrBeast crew. But if you're signing it MrBeast and then your own name, that is pretty sus. And that little smirk there, like he's probably laughing at a joke that's happening off camera. This is a very funny clip, though. Very funny clip there.
Could you make it any more obvious? You know, you don't accidentally have someone else's signature as muscle memory. And again, I'm not a lawyer. I think this is fraud. Maybe they could say it's the brand's signature.
Yeah, that's what I expect. That's what I would assume it to be the case. It's like the brand signature rather than Jimmy's in particular.
It's clearly implied that this is Jimmy's signature, which was established during the last live stream.
Hey! MB, MrBeast. So this is MrBeast's signature.
No way, this one was signed by MrBeast. It's just got the MB, but that means it's signed by MrBeast.
All right, so if they've actually established that this is the true and real signature, then I do have a problem with it. So you know what? This is a point for the video. But like the fact that people are saying like this one was signed by MrBeast kind of implies that everyone expected that their shirts would be signed by different people, and like getting a MrBeast one is the lucky one. So this is a bit sus here.
That's obviously his, MrBeast. This is so cool. That's obviously his, MrBeast.
You know, some people bought these shirts as collector's items or even investments, and this puts in.
Is the video winning? I'm not sure. I think it's supposed to get a little bit better. There has been a few pieces of information that have been good so far, but a lot of it is just kind of superfluous. But like, if you bought a MrBeast t-shirt, like thinking you'd make money on it, like, come on now. These MrBeast t-shirts are going to increase in value as the years go on. When he's the president, this will be a real investment. Like, imagine like the father or something. He's like, honey, I spent our life savings on MrBeast t-shirts, but don't worry, they're going to boom in value when he hits 300 million subscribers. It's about the totality of the actions. I understand that. But I'm saying that a lot of this video could have been made a lot more succinct and a lot more potent. Like if you add in these like ridiculous things, like, oh, they made like the graphics of the train moving really fast. It kind of takes away. For an expose video, you really want to be very punchy. You want to be very hard hitting. You want it to get in there and do the damage and get out, because attacking MrBeast in any other time than right now would be an almost insurmountable task. But it just so happens that this video dropped at the exact same time as the Kris Tyson stuff, which gave it a lot more power than it would have otherwise gotten. Like, it's kind of insane that like people are actually watching a video that is this long, like an hour long on this sort of thing, because it's very difficult to get people to watch for even 10 minutes on a regular video.
To question the authenticity of all MrBeast signed merch, which otherwise could have been very valuable one day.
Also, I would say that like you should probably start with the hard setting stuff first as well, because again, more people are going to watch the first half. So if you really want to show that MrBeast is faking shit, put all the really serious stuff at the beginning, or at least a good chunk of it, and then maybe fill out the runtime if you want with the lighter stuff, and then maybe have a big finale as well. Like you want to have that like the roller coaster ride of like attention, right? Like you see in any sort of movie sort of storyboarding. Starting weak and ending strong, while it sounds like a good idea, is not necessarily the best if you want to expose someone or if you want to retain your audience. Although this video is doing quite a lot of traction though, so maybe I'm wrong. What do you think?
This was clearly muscle memory, and judging by his body language, he knew he exposed this. Even Tariq notices Tyler slip up and immediately looks into the camera, looks guilty, and then readjusts his body and rubs his hands together. Also, MrBeast said during the live stream that this is the last time he'd ever sign anything, and that was just a lie. Illegal lotteries targeted towards children and selling fake signatures. I mean, imagine if any other YouTuber was caught doing this.
You're very smart.
I mean, yep. In retrospect, I actually agree with this now. Since if they were saying that this was the last time he was going to say everything, and they had set up a previous stream saying that this is only MrBeast's signature and no one else does it like that, then absolutely this is fraud.
Just throws away millions of dollars on YouTube videos as a gambler. Who would have thought?
By this point, MrBeast noticed a problem with these CTA giveaways. I mean, obviously they're illegal, but more importantly, they're not as profitable as they could be. Look at it like this. There are two value propositions at play here: the perceived value of the product and the perceived value of the chance to win a prize. So for something like these $42 t-shirts, if the viewer values the chance to be in a video at $10, they need to value the t-shirt at an additional $32 to make the purchase. So the more expensive the product, the less effective the lottery is. You want to get the product as close to $0 as possible, so people are just paying for the perceived value of the lottery. That's what's most profitable, because humans can't accurately comprehend the difference between 1 in a million odds versus 1 in a billion odds.
I mean, he says this, but then he also said earlier in the video that MrBeast sold over $1 million for the t-shirt. So maybe he does know what he's doing on this. Price him at $42, which again, I would never pay.
They both kind of just compute as, I have a small chance to win, which MrBeast is well aware of this flaw in human mental arithmetic.
At past a certain point, the average human is like, large sum of money, click. And like larger sum of money doesn't really impact the viewing experience.
So also, the larger your audience is, the more profitable a lottery will be. Anyway, MrBeast wanted the cheapest product possible to use for these CTA giveaways. Basically a piece of paper, but you obviously couldn't sell a piece of paper without getting backlash. So in January 2021,
all right, here we go. Here's the chocolate stuff. The journey into becoming Willy Wonka. Now there is some actual very potentially actionable legal issues here in this part of the video, as I understand it.
After the last shirt signing stream, MrBeast did a live stream where for only $10, viewers could send a picture to the moon. Wait, JPEGs that are going to the moon? And of course, he did more illegal lotteries.
Just to keep things fun and interesting, as if putting a photo on the moon. It's interesting enough. Someone who puts a photo on the moon, or if you buy the bundle, whatever, in the next 30 minutes, we'll just fly you down to be in a video. 3 years later, the spaceship finally launched, carrying beautiful pictures of deceased loved ones to the moon, where they would be immortalized. It fucking exploded. So
I mean, if the rocket explodes, I'm not sure if... I feel like he did what he said he was going to do. If the rocket explodes, that's on the rocket.
Obviously, MrBeast refunded everyone, right? Right? Is it MrBeast's fault that the rocket exploded? No. Is it his fault that he advertised it as, for $10, I will put your photo on the moon?
For $10, I'll put whatever picture you want on the moon.
When he couldn't guarantee that? Yes, of course. October 16th, 2021.
I don't know. I'm pretty divided on this rocket situation. I'm going to make a poll for the chat, I think. Do you feel like he should have refunded the money, or the rocket malfunctioning is the act of God? Let's see. $10 for moon pics. Refund needed. Rocket robot. Rocket did nothing wrong. Rocket did nothing wrong. Rocket did nothing wrong. I don't know. I feel like the rocket exploding is just like something that can happen. Like if you promise someone like a ride around on a boat and the boat fucking sinks. I mean, I don't know. I guess in that case, you probably would refund them, actually, though. Could there be loss of lives and everything? I mean, what is he doing? Was he throwing actual pictures on the moon, or was it like a flash drive? Maybe he should just build another rocket and then just get SpaceX to fly it up or something. Looks like it's pretty divided, but like the refunders are winning so far by about it's like about a 20% margin. I thought this was going to be an NFT scam though when the moon talks started coming in. Who can say? Who can say? I don't know. I feel like the rocket exploding is just like give the guy a bit of slack on that one, because like it's so fucking expensive to send anything into space. Then again, I guess if you promise was made. I don't know. That's an interesting one. I don't know what I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel on that one.
Same thing. Buy this shirt.
I feel like I would forgive him for that. You know what? If I spent some money sending shit to the moon and the rocket crashed, I'd be like, I should have known or something.
To be in a video.
Shopify dashboard. We just have like a random number generator, and then like we just put the number. Like if there's 1,000 orders, we just put it, picks a number between 1 and 1,000. Then my people give me the name. So
hey, look, it's Kris. Before the events.
The first person that we're inviting to be in our Squid Game. If you want to enter, click the link in the description, buy the shirt or hoodie.
Actually, is that Kris? I'm not sure if it is. Let's see. Pause to read. I do want to read. The website did not have a no purchase necessary link hidden at the bottom of the page. Or the purchase did have no purchase hidden in the bottom of the page, but there was no mention of this anywhere on the stream. The title was literally buy this shirt to be in a video, and MrBeast said that they were selecting random winners from the Shopify order list. All the clips I saw were the same thing. Buy in the next X minutes and for a chance to be in the video. Okay.
Is Alonso Diaz.
But there's an actual $100 bill.
Wait, really?
Like they actually sent a $100 bill.
Wait, what does it say? Oh, now we have to read the message. You and your crew are an inspiration to our young ones. He wanted to send you $100.
If you send MrBeast $100, I feel like you don't do that without the expectation that MrBeast is gonna send like, oh, what a based boy for sending me $100. I'm gonna send him $1,000 back. I feel like this someone's trying to fish for a reward. I mean, just buy his T-shirt if you want to send him some money.
Everyone click the link or the view product thing in the bottom left. We're gonna open 3 packages, and whatever's in those 3 packages, we're gonna give someone random that buys.
Go 5 minutes without telling children to gamble or draw 25. That's pretty funny.
MrBeast is the American dream.
Now, I'm going to get to what, in my opinion, is the most unethical CTA giveaway that MrBeast has done. But before I do that, I really want to drive home the point that the closer a sweepstakes is to an illegal lottery, the more money it makes. Because, you know, every customer is supposed to be informed that they can enter easily for free and that making a purchase does not increase their chances of winning. Like, you're supposed to say no purchase necessary in all of your promotional material, which MrBeast does not do. This legal gray area only leads to people getting scammed, especially the elderly and children.
Yep, all those T-shirts are tax-free.
Gambling. The only people who benefit off of sweepstakes are influencers and scammers. Remember Wizza, a sweepstakes company that got exposed as a total scam and shut?
I never saw this, Wizza. Did anyone see this? Influencer scam. You've got Rice Scum in there. You've got, like, I don't know who that. That's like, wait, no, I know this one. What's his name? FaZe Banks, right?
Down. Even Omaze, the charity sweepstakes company, got exposed as a scam and had to shut down in the US. Or back in the day, there was Mystery Brand. You remember Mystery Brand?
So Mystery
This is all just loot boxes. Like, yeah, these are just big fucking scams. Anyone shilling these products deserves exactly what they get.
Brand is a website where you purchase different boxes, which.
But Arcada told me I could scam those children. It's not against the law. He told me I could.
Chances of winning things. Take, for example, this women's Christmas box. It costs $15 to open, and you can win the most expensive Los Angeles realty. But you can't.
Now, wait, there's actually an interesting thing that happens here in scamming that you probably are aware of because I know my audience is so intelligent. But so this like bad language here, the most expensive Los Angeles realty, $200 million. They actually purposely put in mistakes like this because it filters out people that are smart enough to realize it is a scam. Like whenever you get like one of those Nigerian prince emails, they always have terrible language because people that are smart enough to not fall for a scam they'll read those things and they won't waste the scammer's time. Now, scam baiting is a very fun and upcoming genre. But yeah, like literal just idiots are the target demographic for these sort of things, and they make it dumber on purpose to appeal to the audience.
Realty, but you can't even click it. Okay, it doesn't even give you more information, but apparently it's worth $250 million. I love that you can't click it. Like, they're just like, trust us. There's a $250 million house with your name on it. All the way down to Icicle, site balance. I'm willing to bet that this is probably what.
What the fuck is the Icicle? Is it an actual piece of ice, or is it some just like piece of plastic shit?
99% of the people are getting.
Hey, at least MrBeast never wanted to work with this obvious scam. I mean, at least MrBeast's manager never went on some podcast and talked about how MrBeast really wanted to work with this company. No, what's this?
Is there anything you've had to say no to? Yeah, tons. Yeah. So a good example. So it was about 3 years or 2.5 years ago when I started working with Jimmy. What was becoming really popular were these like mystery loot crate, like internet sites where it's basically like CSGO skins, but you'd go on and be like, here's the Supreme box and you pay $50 for it. And remember, yeah, didn't RiceGum did.
Yeah, I remember seeing that RiceGum was doing a lot of the shilling to his audience. He was kind of like, his channel was becoming irrelevant because he would stop doing any content and everything. But he wanted to monetize, like one big monetization bang before he went out, and he started shilling all these sort of things, and it was pretty bad. These companies, like if you actually scam out your audience with these sort of things, I have no respect for you. And I get a lot of offers, by the way, that I've just turned down straight away. The loot boxes one is kind of an interesting one. So I often get offers to do not loot box, but like snack boxes. But it's like a subscription model. I don't know how you guys feel about those sort of things. I decided not to take them so far. I feel like they're not really providing value, because it's like what is it like? You subscribe for like $50 a month and you get like a box of candy from Japan, sort of thing. That's typically what I get. Like once a week, I get like an offer to do that sort of stuff, and I've turned them down every time because I feel like it's just not good. NordVPN seems like a scam too. I literally got a YouTube sponsorship offer from like NordVPN, like right now, like in my inbox as of 58 minutes ago, like literally during this live stream. But it's not directly from NordVPN, and I haven't taken any VPN sponsorships because I don't believe in the VPN as a product. It doesn't really make you more secure. And you'll notice that in recent ad videos for VPNs, they've even stopped saying that, like, you're in danger of using the public Wi-Fi. If you use a VPN, you're safe at the airport. That's not true. That's not true. The only utility to a VPN is essentially getting around being blocked from a website or using like Netflix in a different country. And, if that's what you want to pay for, that's fine. They're usually very cheap. But like most VPNs are pretty much just scams, what they offer. But like I'll tell you why I turned down this invite right now. It's from Tashan Rajanatam. That's an instant into the trash box. That name says, "Hello, hope is all as well. Just wanted to follow up to see if you'd be interested in sponsorship. We also have brands that'd be a great fit for your audience. This is like a $500 offer. Not going to take it. Nope. Not going to take this one. That goes right into the trash. Into the loo with this one. Better off using Tor? Yeah, probably. It's very tricky. It's hard to find. It's hard to find good sponsorships because I don't want to shill something that I don't think would be of value to my audience. And sometimes the offers are very good too. Don't get me wrong, but thus far, I believe I have only done sponsorships with things that I actually think are good. I will believe in. Maybe not to my benefit, but that's the way I am. But I went through a period where I saw a lot of my like really favorite subscribers just selling out their audience with actual Ponzi schemes, specifically like BitConnect, and it really made me mad. There's one guy that I would love to just see him suffer because of what he did to his audience. I never bought BitConnect. I never got into that scam, that Ponzi, literal Ponzi. But if I saw bad things happen to him, I would not be upset. I'm broken. Okay. Maybe. But I never shilled a Ponzi to my friends and my audience. So maybe I'm not totally broken.
I hate a few people. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
I don't know about Raid Shadow Legends because would I take a Raid Shadow Legends thing? Probably not. But it is a game, I suppose. All right. I also really enjoy the Raid Shadow Legend ads that they have in Flash skits. Have you ever seen them? They actually make them entertaining. And sometimes the Raid Shadow Legend ad parody is actually kind of better than the actual video that they put up on their channel. They've got suits of armor and production qualities out the wazoo. It's really interesting.
Yeah, they got a lot of hate for that. Right. Jimmy was he wanted to work with that company when he heard about it because there was a lot of money and we wanted to give that money away in a video, and I had to talk him back on it. I was like, listen, we're not promoting gambling. I think people are going to see this negatively. So there's a long conversation that him and I had to have, which eventually we passed on the deal. And then Jake Paul and Rice Gum ended up doing that deal and got a lot of hate for it.
Jimmy, why is your manager saying that you wanted to promote this obvious scam to your young, impressionable audience?
What is this? Manager dog? Look at my manager dog. I'm going to jail. It kind of reminds me of that lawyer dog thing, right? My manager dog.
MrBeast launched Feastables, his new chocolate brand, back in January 2022.
I want to tell you guys about my new snack company, Feastables. They're made with only 5 ingredients, but still taste amazing. And I'm kicking off Feastables with something I've always wanted.
Has anyone tried Feastables? I've heard they're very mid, but I think that American candy in general is just not very good because they use high fructose corn syrup. Like the chocolate that we've got over here, like Cadbury's with real sugar, is really good. Like, I'm sorry, Americans, but your chocolate is inferior to good old Cadbury's from the UK, the best in Cadbury cream eggs and things like that. I haven't tasted. I want to go to America and taste the awful Coke and see just how bad it is, because I don't think I've ever really had high fructose corn syrup in a product before. I've just had natural real sugar. But I don't know. Let's watch DSP. Is he on?
10 random bars are going to have a mystery ticket inside of them, and if you get this mystery ticket, we will fly you out to compete for a chocolate factory in one of our videos. And on top of that, Chandler, we're giving away over $1 million in other prizes to random people that buy the bars.
Dude, I need to buy these.
It's interesting to look back at this because a large part of Feastables' marketing campaign was the fact that it's a better for you brand, that it's healthier for you than Hershey's, less sugar.
This is pretty outrageous though. Like, this is healthy for you chocolate. It's only got 4 ingredients. That must mean it's healthy. What are the ingredients? Well, sugar is a big one. Then there's, I guess, chocolate flavoring. And maybe some other shit. Oh, that's right. DSP did a chocolate review video, right? About he said it's pretty bad. I did see a bit of that. That was kind of funny.
I wanted to just make a better for you snack brand because I think a lot of the stuff out there.
I just want to make better for you chocolate. Kind of a exercise in futility there. I wanted to make health food. Cookies. Excellent. Perfect. Plant-based, gluten-free. Just like cocaine.
It's just terrible for you.
Because obviously so much obesity and disease comes from the stuff we eat. Like Hershey's, for example, there's 10 ingredients, super processed. Our Feastables bars.
Like this is such a brainlet argument. There's 10 ingredients in Hershey's. Our ingredients only has 4. That means it's healthier than Hershey's. You would have to be an actual moron to fall for that. So I do have a lot of problems with the chocolate part of MrBeast's business. Like if he just wants to make chocolate, that's fine. But don't say claims like, well, it's got 4 ingredients. That must mean it's twice as healthy as something that has 8 or more ingredients. That makes no sense whatsoever. Just because there's more ingredients doesn't mean it's worse. No, it's processed out to what do? It's fucking chocolate. Of course it's processed. Like you're not like grinding up MrBeast's original cacao beans, okay? Come on now. Best chocolate you ever had was Venezuelan. Like you can get some really good like bitter chocolates, yeah. But like, oh no, there's too many ingredients. Cadbury's is different against different countries. That's true. Like Cadbury's used to be really good, but apparently when they moved Cadbury's, like the American brand of Cadbury's is really terrible. Every Cadbury's that I've had has been good, but that's the New Zealand brand of it. Also Terry's chocolate oranges. Those are delicious.
For 5 ingredients, and just all the ingredients are way higher quality. It's infinitely better than the other options out there.
Infinitely better. Infinitely more health. Like what a fucking claim. What a fucking claim.
I got all the Feastable chocolates. Let's try them and rank them 1 to 6. I'm going to be completely honest. Totally not biased because if it sells more, I make more money. I'm going to be honest. And I hope Jimmy is sitting next to me.
I think we're phasing. Oh, I may have been disconnected again. We'll see. Post a F in chat if I disconnect. But like, does MrBeast have a personal vendetta against Hershey's or something? Stream dead F. I think it just went out for a second. Like, are you allowed to make these sort of comparisons in advertising? Like saying, like, Hershey's is a piece of shit. Buy one. I'm not sure if... Is that okay? I'm not sure. Minor F. Brief F. Okay, we're so back. All right, we're back, boys.
Yep.
I have seen this video clip before. It's actually very funny. This guy absolutely destroys Jimmy.
Well, you believe it? Yes. Not crazy, Jimmy. No. You don't like Crunch Bars? I do like Crunch Bars, but
it's like, it's not great. The MrBeast bar ain't great. You don't like Crunch Bars? Oh, I love Crunch Bars. It's like, shit. I brought you on and gave you stuff. You're supposed to say nice things about me, man.
Again, it's too sweet.
I literally think this is how Jimmy's brain works. Like he just automatically expects reciprocity from doing something nice for somebody. Like kudos. I don't know who this guy is, but this guy actually has integrity. Like good for him.
Let me try this. Maybe these are defective. Oh my god, this tastes good to me. Wait, we're supposed to be ranking them. I rated the first one, so we're going completely off of.
Oh,
we're going completely off of. We're in too deep. I rate this a 10 out of 10. I give this an 11 out of 10. Keep in mind, only 5 ingredients, infinitely healthy.
I don't give a shit if it's got 5 ingredients. How does it taste? If it doesn't pass the taste test, I don't give a fuck how many ingredients there are. Less, more, it doesn't matter. Now, obviously, I want something that's not going to give me fucking cancer, but more ingredients does not equal worse. Like some of your favorite foods have way more than 10 ingredients. Like, what is this idea? Again, it's just like this reasoning that only works on morons.
Here for you than the normal thing out there. Also my favorite so far. Okay.
How's it going, Andrew?
I didn't realize you were a dark chocolate guy. I'm not a...
Ooh, he loves the dark chocolate. Are you allowed to say that, Jimmy?
super dark chocolate guy. I do love dark chocolate. I get it a 7.8 out of 10. Okay, I'm starting to understand this, man. Okay, okay. I'm starting to figure this man out. You're gonna like this one, right? You like salt? Everybody has a sea salt guy.
I really like sea salt caramel chocolate, by the way. If you ever come to Japan, I'll be happy to show you around, provided you bring me caramel sea salt chocolate. Yeah, there's a lot of streams this week, actually. I've got a lot of stuff I want to talk about. Thanks for coming on earlier, Andrew. It's very helpful to have you over on the stream.
I'm going to get rid of these.
Is this dude's house? Is Jimmy actually just throwing chocolate in this guy's house? He comes to poor people's houses, you know, because he's black, obviously. That's why he's poor. No, it's because he's next to MrBeast. Actually, I don't know. Is this a rapper or something? I don't know. $10. That's a lot of money for a person of color, I imagine. Just kidding. The boogie references, guys. Come on.
So trust me, you're a dark chocolate kind of guy. Yes, I can read the room. The room is red.
Pause if you want to read. I do want to read. Let's go back. Mochi's delicious. Yeah, absolutely. I love mochi. You know, green tea mochi. That's the best one, actually. Let me see. Pause if you want to read. I think there is a mask-off moment for Jimmy. MrBeast has already filmed content with and promoted Keith at this point. Jimmy was definitely expecting a favorable review of his chocolate in return. Absolutely agree with that. Jimmy is well aware of the law of reciprocity. He often uses gift-giving as a business move. I think this is actually kind of... I think MrBeast is a stunted growth personality, because if you start off like very young and you get success very young, you kind of just stop developing as a person. A lot of people, as soon as they make it big, that's when they just stop aging. Well, I mean, they still physically age, but their mentality stops aging. That's why a lot of rich kids are very spoiled. It's because they've never had to work anything. And that doesn't mean that you don't have rich kids that have learned these things, because they had their parents that would actually, you know, force them to, well, not force them, but allow them the opportunity to develop in ways like not giving them everything straight away, not giving them trust funds, those sort of things. But I do think that Jimmy just doesn't understand the difference between favors and friendship. And again, because of his position, like I do not envy being MrBeast in his social life, because how could you trust a friend? How could you trust your girlfriend? If you're just known for giving away money, why would you trust anyone in your life if you're not giving them money? Let me see. So let me see. Here, though, Keith chose to maintain a level of integrity. Good for him. And give more honest review than Jimmy wanted. Personally, I think Jimmy undervalues his own integrity, but it's also especially important to for product reviewers. MKHB is a good example, because consumers are trusting these people to give unbiased purchasing advice. Yeah, reviewers make and break their entire career on their integrity. And it only takes one video to destroy it with a bad brand deal or something like that. So it's so important to not shill something like BetterHelp, for example. Jimmy clearly feels insecure, out of control, and betrayed at times in this video and reacts poorly. It is not fair for Jimmy to expect Keith to mislead his audience for Jimmy's profit. Regardless of the result, Keith likely lost some of his career opportunities with MrBeast moving forward. Jimmy is a sellout and surrounds himself with yes men. Who is this Keith guy? Keith. Is he a streamer? Is he something? Keith Lee. Who is Keith Lee? Keith Lee, TikToker? Is he a TikToker? American food critic and martial artist. Why would you bring a Why would you bring a? Why would you bring a food critic to review your chocolate bars? Of course, he's going to give a bad review, because he actually knows what good quality is.
Now in 2024, MrBeast changed the formula again to where it has mostly the same ingredients as Hershey's and even more sugar.
All right, let's have a look. Hershey's has milk chocolate, sugar, milk chocolate, cocoa butter, fat, milk, lecithin, PGPR, and natural flavor. MrBeast bars have milk chocolate, sugar, whole milk, powder, cocoa butter, unsweetened chocolate, lecithin, which is soy apparently, Interesting that's listed as soy on this one and not the other one. Natural vanilla extract. So apart from the only thing that the difference is this PGPR. I assume that's probably a preservative, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, by the way. Like salt is a preservative. What is it? What is this? What is this? It is polyglycerol polyrenolate. It's an emulsifier made from glycerol and fatty acids. Okay. I know it sounds like a scary word, but it's really not. It's not like the end of the world. The first Feastables are 60 grams versus 43 grams.
More
calories. I mean, this is like 20% larger, so it doesn't surprise me that it's got more calories. I feel like that's a bit of a it's a bit misleading in the video. But having the actual values of the sugar is much more important.
Bar. And this initial
Step away from. I know you want to do this. Like again, I have a bit of problem with this video because of this. If you want to criticize the information being shown, don't stand in front of the video. Like, I need to see what this says.
Calories per bar. Sugar
daily value, or is this percentage of the bar? I assume this is daily value, right? Because I can't actually make a judgment of these actual dietary claims if these are not equalized to a standard. Like this, I'm sorry, this is not a great comparison because you should have equalized these for the same amount of weight and dietary values and everything. Like that's just lazy comparison work. And it looks like this was lifted from somebody else's video or something else. But if you're trying to make a point that the MrBeast bar is more unhealthy than perhaps a Hershey's bar, you really need to equalize these. You can't expect your audience to do so. Because it seems like the only difference is just the weight. Like, how can I make an educated guess on which one is more unhealthy? This one has more sugar, but it's a bigger bar. So if I ate 43 grams of MrBeast bar, would I be still being in the same amount of sugar?
Calories per bar. And this initial ad for Feastables where he calls it healthy is still getting millions of views a month. Also, I don't think you should ever advertise it as over $1 million in prizes when more than a third of those prizes are just coupons for more MrBeast.
This is actual bullshit, by the way. This is real bullshit here. Like if you're offering prizes and they're actually discount codes where you have to spend something, then go fuck yourself. I have a big problem with this one. Like I said, as the video goes on, the claims get a bit more tangible. This is a big issue. Like, fuck off. Fuck off with these discount coupons. That's $5 of value. No, it isn't. A coupon isn't worth shit. If you have to pay money to get your prize, that's bullshit.
Products, forcing you to spend more money if you actually want to redeem them. Ooh, a $5 coupon for Beast Burger. Now it's
so Beast Burger in itself has a lot of problems, and I'm not sure if it's even existing anymore. But MrBeast has walked away from Beast Burger because it was just a bunch of ghost kitchens, which is really interesting. I never really knew about them before that video about the actual MrBeast stuff came out. But basically what happens is they give random restaurants, like not McDonald's, but like maybe a smaller chain, the menu for the MrBeast burgers, and then they cook them in the kitchen, then they just get picked up by Uber Eats people and shipped out. It's a big practice, obviously, but like you have no ability to do quality control when you're doing like this amount of ghost kitchens. And I think MrBeast lost a trademark dispute or something because he wanted to walk away from MrBeast Burger entirely, but they still have a contract. So the MrBeast Burger as it exists now, if it still exists, they're operating completely independently from MrBeast and using his brand names because of the deal that he signed. It seems like MrBeast would just shill anything, basically. At least if the price is right. There's a really funny like image. I don't think it's true though. Hold on, I'll show this. A little bit of a detour, so, guys. MrBeast Burger. Let me see if I can find this. This is totally fake, I'm pretty sure, but it's funny enough that I'm just going to pretend it's true. So when the Kris Tyson stuff came out, somebody posted this video, and I'm certain this is not a real product, but you've got the MrBeast menu here. You've got Carl's grilled cheese sandwich. You've got the crispy chicken tender sandwich. Discontinued. Chris's kitty dog. Chris's kitty dog. Not true, I'm sure, but funny enough that I'm going to pretend it's real. They're very, very funny. Not only that it is a sausage, of course, there's multiple layers to this joke, just like an onion or a hot dog, but the kitty dog and a sausage, come on, that's just premium. That's premium. Chris's item was a burger. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think this is fake, but I'm just saying this is so funny that I'm going to believe it's real. Because the only thing that really matters is if it's entertaining. No, of course not. I mean, that's just like that's just something I like to say. But it is very funny.
Single combo only costs $20.
Bob's Burgers Palace or fucking Five Guys. If this shit can be successful, fucking Five Guys.
It's so good.
Who cares? It's called Five Guys. What kind of fucking name is that?
It doesn't matter. The burgers are good.
Branding matters.
Yeah, I mean,
Ooh,
good
maybe you
argument.
should have spent a little less time on this beautiful logo and more time on making the food actually edible.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
Also, be for real.
Is Five Guys good? I've heard people talk about it like it's some amazing thing. But there's no Five Guys over here, so I cannot test for myself. There's a really good burger place in Osaka, though. It's called, well, it's actually all across Japan. But it's called Shogun Burger, and they use Wagyu in it. It's really good, like Wagyu mince. Oh, man, it's so good. It's so delicious. It's just like the fat content is perfect. It just melts in your mouth. Like, I'm not a big Wagyu fan, honestly. Typically, I prefer my steaks to be more lean. But like in a burger, it's the perfect.
Dude, Five Guys has a nice, clean, appealing aesthetic. You know, the name suggests humble beginnings. This is like a 8-year-old sloppy cotton candy piss burger. It literally looks...
I mean, there's no accounting for taste in these two, these two logos, really. Replay that clip. Which one? You have to be more specific.
Like a piss burger. Also, this digital reel is not remotely representative of their actual odds. Mark Rober has talked about this common deceptive casino tactic before.
You recall from the Carnival scam video, the most lucrative games for the Carnival owner are those where people overestimate their chances of winning. That is exactly what happens in this game, thinking you were so close to getting a jackpot, when in reality, you weren't close at all.
Yeah, but that's the way that carnies work, right? I think we all know that. Best burger I ever had was coffee rubbed. What the fuck? Is that a name, or is they rubbing their burgers in coffee? Coffee? What are you talking about, Kurt? Coffee rubbed burger. Coffee rubbed handmade burgers. Apparently this is a thing. Huh. I've never seen this before. Like, what the fuck is this? They actually just rub them in coffee? Like, what's going on? They dry rub the burger in coffee? How fascinating. I guess that could work. Huh. That's weird. I'd like to go to the US one day and just be fat. I really want to go over there and go to the Heart Attack Grill and just eat all the fat shit and drink all the high fructose syrup and see what it really tastes like. Because I've only been blessed with real sugar before. So that is my dream. That is my dream. That's the dream of every non-American, by the way, to go to America and become fat in Texas. Yes. Also, Bulletin My Beard. Welcome to Member Status. Much appreciated for that.
In psychology, this is known as the near-miss effect, and people will spend much more money to try and win because they think they can just do it on the next one.
Yeah, this is like kind of goes back a bit to where I said that like random chance is more effective than a guaranteed result. If you think that you're so close, that keeps you coming back for more. That's how gamblers get caught. And anyone that's been watching a bit of I can't show him anymore because people get mad when I show Bossman Jack. But like those highs and those lows, man, the crushing highs and it's the crushing lows and the dizzying highs of gambling. Pause if you want to read. I do want to read it. Problem gamblers have the highest suicide rate of any addiction disorder, apart from being a MrBeast cast member, maybe. Studies show. There has been a recent rise in gambling products targeting children. Yep, that's true. Video games especially. Many video game loot boxes and unregulated online casinos partnering with YouTubers and streamers are to blame. Either way, I find it concerning. At the time when the youth are living behind 7 layers of irony, and 3 anime profile pictures, it's hard to know what is a joke and what is sincere. I've seen ironic gambling memes used as a genuine justification for financial self-deletion. Make no mistake, if you gamble, you are a moron. Well, I mean, maybe if you gamble, you're a moron. I always win. If you promote gambling, you are a king of the retards. I can agree with this statement. It's not too late to escape from this idiocracy timeline. No, it's too late. We're already in. We've already got... Never mind. What does this say? Drink filtered water, eat healthy, exercise, save your money, and for the love of God, please stop gooning. Oh, true and based. Holy shit. Look at this hidden text down the bottom here. Hidden by the... Stop gooning. This is great advice. Like, this video just got 4 more points for that little sneaky thing. This is the why do I feel so fucking good all the time starter pack. Drinking water. Wait, filtered water? Do Americans actually have to drink filtered water? Tap water is just good where I live. But yeah, eat healthy, drink water, exercise, don't goon, and you feel great all the time. It's crazy how that works. Crazy.
I am absolutely pigging out on Feastables, and I'm trying to do this. MrBeast
Is this an Australian? She deserves everything she gets.
teaching us gambling. Minus points because there's no cool music. Anyway, let's gamble.
Also, these
time for Gamba. So actually, like, it is very fun. Like, the Gamba memes are very funny to me recently because, like, there's a post box pretty close to my house that says, like, my town, my Gamba. But Gamba means something over in Japan. Like, it means something different. But every time I see it, I have a bit of a giggle because I think of the Gamba meme. But the Japanese people are just, like, oblivious to it. So I see Gamba all around my house. So every time I go outside, it's like I'm going for a little bit of a Gamba.
Tickets, one of them just so happened to go to a YouTuber with 700,000 subscribers at the time. Just pure chance.
This was just taped.
It was taped.
No freaking way. So it is like really like total chance, obviously. Like you're one of like hundreds of thousands of names.
Talk to Jimmy, Bell. What do you got to say to
Jimmy,
say
thank
to him?
you for picking us.
No, he didn't. It was random.
I know.
Was it though? Was it random? Also, this guy went on to win the Chocolate Factory, and extremely unlikely.
I think actually, like, they had Gordon Ramsay is in the video there.
But
Hold on a second.
can we see how the?
Let me go back. Where's Gordon Ramsay? Like, yeah, this guy looks like Gordon Ramsay, but there's also Gordon Ramsay.
So this guy went on.
So I think he actually just shat on MrBeast's chocolate bars as well. Like an exact repeat with the Keith guy. They gave Gordon the chocolate bars, and he was like, "This is not that great. It's pretty average," which is pretty funny actually, because again, MrBeast seems so crestfallen. He's like, "Hey, you're supposed to give me good reviews for money." But to be fair, I don't know if I can trust anything that Gordon Ramsay says because he can't even cook a fucking grilled cheese sandwich. So why should I believe him on anything?
Win the Chocolate Factory, and extremely unlikely things do happen, but can we see how the winners were chosen maybe? Because knowing how important it is to Jimmy that every video has entertaining contestants through the whole video, it's a little suspicious. I'll just say, in my opinion,
I want to see like the absolute most degenerate gooning furry just be randomly chosen as a MrBeast contestant and see how far it gets. And just seeing the production crew like cringing as they're like, "Oh, what the fuck are we gonna do with this fucking beast?" He's like, "MrBeast, I'm a beast too. I'm gonna win, Jimmy." And they're just like, "Can we execute this guy?" Like off screen. You just hear like that silence, like poof, poof. Like they take him around a corner.
As somebody who worked for MrBeast, I don't think this large YouTuber won a ticket purely by chance. Also, I know that producers are sort of able to.
So fuck this guy. This is the dude that came to Japan, and he's like, "I'm gonna travel across Japan and not pay any fucking money," and he just like steals money from people basically. Like, I actually really don't like this guy in particular. He's like, "Oh, I can't speak Japanese. I'm not gonna pay the fucking bus fare," and they just fucking arrest him. And then he pretends that he's like stealing like hundreds of dollars in train tickets and stuff, but it's pretty obvious he's faking it. And so I can't actually believe Jimmy actually invited this guy. No, it's not Johnny Somali. It's I don't know this guy. He's actually a member of like the EU Parliament now or something. I'm not sure if he might be banned from Japan. Yeah, he's in Parliament now. He's making TikToks about being in Parliament. He's like, "I get paid $30,000 to be a UK Parliament member. Am I being paid too much? Like my TikToks?" Like, I hope they actually just like. I hope he goes to the UK and no, never mind. I was about to say something a little bit naughty that has to do with various solvents and UK individuals, but never mind. Never mind. I won't say that just now. But yeah, I wouldn't be upset. I wouldn't be upset if something terrible happened to him. If he befell a spicy fate while traveling to the United Kingdom, I would not be upset.
Pull strings behind the scenes to give some contestants better chances than others. And he runs these sweepstakes to like bribe children with gambling to consume more sugar. Like, this is far worse than a lottery ticket because a lottery ticket doesn't give you diabetes and only pay out your.
Why do you hate us in England? I don't. It's just bants. You just got to handle the bants from your estranged children, the Commonwealth. It's like you just get, family members like to make fun of each other. That's how it works. I love my UK people.
Rich and famous friends. Like, MrBeast is bringing hundreds of thousands, if not millions of
that's his name, Phidias or something.
People to the candy aisle, whether he wants to admit it or not.
People are just walking to the chocolate aisle, and instead of buying Hershey's, buying Feastables. Like, people who never would have bought chocolate in Walmart are walking to the chocolate aisle specifically to buy Feastables.
You're creating a new market.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm bringing non-obese people to the chocolate aisle. What a hero. Holy shit. Man, it's going to be hard-pressed to top this comment. Hard pressed on that one.
I'm bringing new customers to the aisle.
Okay, I guess he does want to admit it. Kind of a weird flex, not something I would brag about Jimmy. Also, maybe I should mention technically I'm a certified nutritionist, which really just means I paid $1,200 for a course and then failed to launch a health food company.
What a fucking retard. If you pay money to like become a nutritionist, it's so fucking easy. Don't eat more food than you burn in energy, try and keep a balance of protein, carbohydrates, and fats, and don't do any weird fad dieting. That's basically all nutrition is. Oh, wow. Did you consider just not being fat? It's basically that easy. You paid $1,200 for that? All right.
But I know that poor diet and especially excessive sugar consumption is the #1 cause of death and health problems in America, including some of the health problems that MrBeast claims to care so much about: blindness, deafness, loss of limbs.
These are actually like some of these thumbnails are very funny. Like this one, I don't know. I can't sign off on this thumbnail, MrBeast. They're like cold, soulless grin with the child with the like the fake teardrops. Like, oh, I can fucking see. Thank you, MrBeast. This isn't actually like. I do like that MrBeast helped 1,000 people see again. That is a good move. But this is a somewhat demonic thumbnail. Like, I don't know. Look at this. Look at these cold, dead eyes. Cold, dead eyes. Look at these fake. Look at these fake. I hope Kris didn't provide these teardrops. All right, let's continue.
MrBeast also just launched a combo with Zaxby's, which if you get a soda, it's over 2,000 calories for one meal.
There's obviously so much obesity.
That's a lot of calories. Like that's more than the average person needs per day. Typically, women need about 1,600 calories and men about 1,800. But if you're actually doing anything physical and you're a man, you're probably getting like 2,500 or 2,200 or something. And if you're training, you go up to 2,800 or something. Don't go over 3,000. Like bulking is a bit of a meme, honestly, unless you're an actual athlete. Like, don't fall for the 4chan fit meme where you like go mad, where you're drinking a gallon of milk every day. Those are pretty funny though to see people fail at those. But let's have a look at this. Actually, let's see. MrBeast box, 1820 to 2,150 calories. That's a lot. That's a lot. Exclusively at Zaxby's. The MrBeast box includes breaded chicken finger. So just someone else made this. What the fuck?
This is like more calories in one meal than the average 10-year-old is supposed to consume on a daily basis.
Tell me how I'm killing little kids.
New research finds
I mean, it's more than any adult should be wearing. Shouldn't you say that instead? But okay.
Childhood obesity rates are getting worse.
The #1 killer in America is obesity. The number of deaths in overweight people surpass alcohol and smoking.
I don't know who this 11 News Yuma woman is, but I want to see more of her.
Altogether.
For 30 days straight, we are going to be giving away $10,000 to a lucky customer who scans the QR code on the back of any new Feastable bar.
This is a big mistake. If the QR code is on the back of the Feastable bar, you just go to the shop and scan all the bars without actually buying anything. That seems like a bad marketing strategy.
We're going to be giving away $10,000 to a lucky customer who scans the QR code on the back of any new Feastable bar.
It's just disappointing to see somebody pretend to care about the health epidemic in the U.S. only when it's profitable for them. I know.
Yeah, what was she saying? Something about milk chocolate bars? Can I get that latte with breast milk? I mean, I'm sorry, breast milk. I mean, whoops, sorry, how embarrassing. Could I get my latte with breast milk? Yeah.
This point isn't going to resonate with a lot of people because of how normalized high calorie and high sugar diets are in America. But like bribing children to get into the habit.
What the fuck is this? Is this a real thing? Like, I know Americans are like stupid when it comes to this, but like Cosmopolitan, this is healthy. No, it is not. There was someone posted today. It was like, how many fat people have liberals killed by saying that healthy at any size is a real thing? It's a good question. It really makes you think, right? Really makes you think.
But like bribing children to get into the habit of consuming excessive amounts of sugar, like $10,000 a day as a giveaway is very deliberate because it's trying to create repeat customers that just buy out of habit. Like doing this, especially when you clearly understand how much of a health risk it is to these kids.
Because obviously so much obesity and disease comes from the stuff we eat.
It's honestly just
good question. Why sell chocolate and cookies then? That's a very good question. And burgers.
Evil to me, and I pushed back against this a lot while I worked at the company. For Halloween this year, Feastables is planning on putting $1 million in a chocolate bar, and they wanted to do a bunch of like scummy marketing and shit. True. My manager literally said at one point that they wanted to associate buying a Feastables with your dream coming true. So they're pitching ideas like, you know,
the American dream is buying a MrBeast chocolate bar. Praise capitalism, right? Oh my goodness.
Buy a Feastables, win 10K.
And this is the type of marketing speak that it manages my audience to believe that when they buy a Feastable bar, their dreams come true. And their dream is giving MrBeast all their fucking money. Mission accomplished, boys.
Buy a Feastables out of a vending machine, and the vending machine just starts spitting out money. Buy a Feastables, and it has a ticket to Disney World, whatever, right? And I don't want to.
Is that the Sydney Opera House? Wait a second. Roll back that tape.
Machine, and the vending machine just starts spitting out money. Buy a Feastables, and
why is MrBeast standing in front of the Opera House in Sydney with a Lamborghini? Like, what's going on here? Contestant almost died. He thought he could sneak this sneaky Australia pic behind me, but I thought I saw it. I saw that straight away.
Has a ticket to Disney World, whatever, right? And I don't want to put a lot of like hearsay into this video. You should just believe the receipts that I'm showing you and not what I'm saying.
Wait, what? Can I see that? Can I hear that again?
A lot of like hearsay into this video. You should just believe the receipts that I'm showing you and not what I'm saying. But
I mean, it's difficult for me to do that when you said that people were being photoshopped to be blinking and stuff. So I'm not sure that's a statement. When I say just post receipts, don't just tell people to listen and believe. Not really helping his argument.
I swear to God, I said to somebody at the company, I feel like Feastables is 70% a chocolate company and 30% a lottery targeting children. And this higher up person at MrBeast said it was probably closer to the other way around and was laughing about it. Like 70% a lottery, 30% a chocolate company. Everyone knows it's just the call to actions and call to action giveaways especially that drive sales. As soon as they stop, it's hard for large bargain retailers to sell this shit for 70% off. That's why.
That is crazy, actually. Is Feastables just a piece of shit?
That drive sales.
Sorry, is the Feastable bar just that bad?
They stop, it's hard for large bargain retailers.
MrBeast Feastable bars, 79 cents each. This one's already fallen over. Take a peek at our gift cards. Of course, they put the gift cards right next to the MrBeast bars because if you're stupid enough to buy one of these, then you're stupid enough to buy a gift card. Like, gift cards are the best scam ever invented. It's so dumb buying a gift card because, first of all, you've just guaranteed that you're going to give the money to the company. And second of all, you never even get full value because, you know, it never your $10 gift card never actually matches up with $10. Just give your children money or whatever. Don't give them gift cards.
To sell this shit for 70% off. That's why they push them so hard. Once they stop the diabetes lottery.
Like for real, can we talk for a moment? Like, the company's convincing people that giving people money as a gift was a bad idea. Like, oh, you wouldn't want to give someone money. That's a weirdo gift. Buy this gift card for like Wendy's or something. Like, that's the fucking most genius marketing strategy ever. It's like, it's almost as good as Diamonds Are Forever for that women or whatever. Meme doesn't know how to come out ahead on gift cards. You cannot come out ahead on gift cards. That's not true. Like, I'll tell you, my nana used to buy me gift cards all the time. And back in those days, I would buy the cheapest thing in the shop and they would give me change for my gift card. So I would actually go with a $20 gift card, buy $1 like lolly and get like $19 change. But then somewhere along the line, they change it. You can get ahead with gift cards. No, you can't. You're lying. Look, if there's some sort of special promotion or something, that's different. Okay. But gift cards in general are a big mistake. What if gift cards were made to only buy gifts? What? That doesn't make any sense at all. You paid off your IS debt with gift cards. Was it tax-free? Now you're tax-free thanks to gift cards? Okay. Apparently everyone's just making a bunch of money on gift cards and I'm just too stupid to realize it. Okay. That makes perfect sense. I'm stuck behind here in the grind and everyone's just living large with gift cards. Do not redeem. Exactly. I've been redeeming them. That's the mistake. The real thing you have to do is keep gift cards forever or something, right? They appreciate in value, I guess. I don't know.
No one buys. Also, this is the website right now. MrBeast wants you to join the crew. Just so weird and scummy to me. I believe all the feast.
Wait, what was that little spicy meme you put in there? MrBeast wants you to join the crew. Yes, I'm in. MrBeast does something really scummy here, by the way. He like tricks children in not only to buying chocolate, but he tricks them into working for him and cleaning up his fucking aisles. Like, he literally gets unpaid Jennies to clean up his chocolate bars. I think they mentioned in this video at some point.
MrBeast wants you to join the crew. Just so weird and scummy to me.
All right, neurodivergent 6-year-olds exist. MrBeast, I can milk you. Right, that's funny. That is funny. Like, this little sneaky meme deserved more than a flash second. I like it.
I believe all the Feastables giveaways do have official rules and no purchase necessary clauses somewhere.
They do it for free.
It's very difficult to find them. In traditional media, if you advertise a sweepstakes like in a commercial, you have to say in the promotional material itself, no purchase necessary. Somehow MrBeast gets away with not saying no purchase necessary in any of his promotional materials, not the videos, the descriptions, pinned comments, nothing.
To celebrate our launch of milk chocolate and sea salt, we went out, we bought 10 Teslas, loads of cash.
This guy really come up and say that milk chocolate was the new flavor? Come on, man. But I do like sea salt and chocolate. That's good stuff. That's good shit.
And all these prizes you see on the screen. And prizes.
Let's see all those prizes. Let's have a quick look.
Milk chocolate and sea salt. We went out, we bought 10 Teslas, loads of cash.
Loads of cash.
And all these.
Wait, he went out and bought cash? Is that what he said? We went out and bought loads of cash?
Prizes you see on.
So you can win an Xbox, a one wheel, a scooter bike. What are these? Razer earphones and stickers. Wow, amazing.
The screen. And prizes aside, unlike Hershey's, these bars only have 4 to 5 ingredients and just
Literally doesn't make any difference. Stop bragging. I've never tasted Hershey's, I think, but like I don't know what MrBeast has against Hershey's. Is just Hershey's synonymous with chocolate in America? Is it just the largest chocolate bar, so he's just attacking it because it's the biggest one? It seems like he's got a real heart, like hate boner for Hershey's.
genuinely tastes good. Go to Feastables.com right now and order some chocolate. Only problem is the chocolate river is deteriorating. All the
The only place you'll find no purchase necessary is either on the Feastables Twitter account because it's a rule of the platform, and even still they try to push it. No perched neck, or hidden deep in the Feastables website under a FAQ. And to enter for free, you have to mail in separate 3-inch by 5-inch hand-addressed written index cards, up to 10 a day. Do you think kids...
Wait, what the fuck? No purchase necessary mail-in. To enter the sweepstakes without making a purchase, handprint your complete name, address, city, state, zip code, email, and daytime phone number, including error code, on a 3x5 card, and mail the business size envelope with proper postage fixes to MrBeast Feastables, Kalamazoo. That can't be a real place. All mail-in entries must be postmarked by November 27th and received December 1st to be sent to entry. Each mail-in entry will count as 30 entries into the sweepstakes. Each request must be mailed separately. No typed, computer-printed, mechanically reproduced, photocopied, legible, incomplete entries and such will be entries as void. Okay.
Hand-addressed written index cards, up to 10 a day. Do you think kids are going to do that shit or just beg their parents when they're at Walmart?
I mean, to be fair, I kind of did. I entered competitions quite a bit as a child because it was, I don't know, something to do, right? And I won like a, I guess it wasn't like exactly the same as the sweepstakes one, but I did mail in like 3 Paddle Pop sticks and I ended up winning like a Game Boy Silver. No, sorry, it was a Game Boy Color with Pokemon Silver. Absolutely changed my life. Wonderful day when I won that. I was like, holy shit, I actually fucking won. I was like, yes. And what did I pay? Like, I basically paid $1.80 for that because it was like, yeah, it was like 60 cents a Paddle Pop, right? Wow, rigged. Yeah, my dad worked for the Paddle Pop Commission. It was all rigged from the beginning.
For the YouTuber diabetes lottery ticket, how is this legal? How do you mail something without making a purchase? Cards, envelopes, stamps. The free entry method can cost more than the chocolate bar itself. Also, going back to sweepstakes law for a second, payment isn't the only form of consideration. Consideration can also be time or effort that directly benefits MrBeast in some way. Like, I don't know, if he told his fans to clean up and organize his Feastables displays in Walmart for a chance to win $5,000.
This is the funniest thing to me. I need your help. Next time we see you Feastables in the Walmart and soon to be new retailers, if you could clean up the presentation and make it look better, it'll make me happy. Literally work for free. This is some slimy ass shit. Like making children work for free to clean up your like actual Jannies sweep it up. Sweep up my fucking chocolate bars, you pieces of shit. I think he actually says like hide other competitors' products at some point as well. Like that's some actual like he should be litigated against, I think, for that. Like if you're actually hiding a competitor's product, you pay money to be put on the shelf. Like obviously he's attacking like a big brand, so I guess I'm sucking off the big brand's D or something. I don't know. But like if you legit like are trying to make it as a business, you're paying money for shelf space. That's one of the most competitive industries, really, like the confectionaries, right? And then some dude's just like, hey, guys, just go hide my competitors' products. Like, fuck off. Go fuck yourself.
Shelfie cleanup and $5,000 drawing?
Shelfie cleanup. Oh, my goodness. Literal Jennies. The Jenny internship.
They thought this was going to be a monthly thing, but it got a lot of controversy, obviously. How can I successfully clean up the shelves? Wow, glad you asked. No bars on.
The funny thing is, though, like this is a pretty good example of something that's going to result in what's called perverse incentive. So if my understanding of this is that you had to go find an aisle that had like messed up display of MrBeast Feastable bars, and then you took a picture of it before you cleaned it up, and then you took a picture after it. So it is, yeah, you could do that for free, right? You can go clean up a chocolate aisle for free. But what's a lot easier than that is finding an already neat chocolate aisle and then making it, just destroying it, and then reversing the images, right? So that's called perverse incentive. This happened in India. It was really funny because there was too many snakes in India. And they were like, look, if you bring us 10 dead snakes, we'll give you like a shiny penny Indian people. And they thought, like, well, this surely Indian people will go out and kill snakes and bring it back for us. But what actually they started doing is they started breeding snakes. It's much easier to breed snakes than go out and hunt snakes. So it actually resulted in an explosion in the snake population. And I would assume a similar thing actually would have happened here, where it was much easier for people just to take a picture of the clean aisle, then destroy it, and then just leave the place, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if he actually faced some threats for making this, because I would assume that's what a lot of people did.
On the shelf, go find an employee and ask them to check to see if there is product in the back room and ask them to bring them out so you can put it on the shelf to match the tags. What the fuck, dude? Imagine a 7-year-old looking for the Walmart manager.
You gotta love like the AI generated image where it says like Walmart Mo longer. It's supposed to say manager, but it's just like the warped images, right? Like it's Walmart's up here is pretty good, right? That's pretty good. But then you've got like the Walmonger on the tag there.
So he can ask to stock shelves for a chance to be compensated? Dude, was Walmart in on this? This was not just one off-the-cuff tweet. This was like planned with instructions and graphics and everything. Also, a company asking children for selfies is a little bit weird. And while you're at it, if you want to
not if you've got Kris on the marketing team, right?
Maybe move some Hershey's bars and make sure that Feastables has plenty of space, I wouldn't complain.
Yeah, see, this is actually like a really piece of shit thing to do. Let's see. And while you're at it, if you want to maybe move some Hershey bars, like literally hide our competitors' products. I can't believe you actually got away with this. You can't keep getting away with it, bros.
Some Hershey's bars and make sure that Feastables has plenty of space, I wouldn't complain. I just cannot believe they were going to give $5,000 to one of MrBeast's child laborers for stocking shelves. And no one at MrBeast was...
This actually reminds me, like recently I watched a documentary that was very interesting. It was about a gold mining town in like the worst place in the world, basically. It's like this disgusting mountaintop covered in trash. There's low oxygen. There's so many contaminants from gold mining that it's like a cancer trap up there. And they have the most insidious work policy. Basically how it works is you work in the mines for a month. And then you get 1 day to work in the mine for yourself. And any gold you get on that day off, you get to keep. It's just actual slavery. It's like so funny, like how terrible it is up there. And obviously what happens is a lot of people like find gold during the month and try and hide it. And then they try and like, oh, I found it on my day off. Wow, whoopsie daisies. And then they just beat the shit out of them if they find them like sneaking gold. It's like blood diamonds, but with gold. A real place that it just exists like this. Holy shit.
It's like, hey, this is a terrible idea. Actually, if you said that, you'd probably get fired.
This is the best tasting chocolate on earth. Good job, boys.
Whoa, 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 whoa. How do we know that's the best tasting chocolate in the world?
You're fired.
What? So I am against MrBeast's false marketing, but no, I better not say what I was about to say. This is a pretty crazy ad though. It's just like fired the one black guy telling the truth. Hey, how do we know this is you're fired, dude? Get the fuck out of here. Go back to cleaning up shelves for nothing. Exactly.
Best tasting chocolate in the world.
You're fired.
What? This is such horse shit. You can do that? I mean, that is a bit of a stretch.
Yeah. The most shocking result was that Feastables never earned anything higher than a 3rd place ranking.
But I do think their branding is...
But that's just a food theory. Oh, sorry. I fucked it up. Never mind. But that's just a theory of food theory is what I was going to say. I thought was that like literally MatPat for like food or some shit? Where is it?
Yeah. The most shocked...
It literally was. I actually didn't know this existed. The food theorists. I legit didn't know they had a channel. I thought they just had the film one. I didn't know there was a food one as well. Oh, whoopsie daisy.
Result was that Feastables never earned anything.
It's just such MatPat style, but it's like discount MatPat at home. Because I'm pretty sure that's not MatPat's voice. It's editor Gerardo. We have MatPat at home. It's like, hello, editor Gerardo.
Higher than a 3rd place ranking.
But I do think their branding is like world's best chocolate bar is how do you get away with that? World's best chocolate.
World's best pizza.
What does that even fucking mean?
Define that yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. But I would think you'd have to, I don't know.
Yeah. I guess you could just say whatever you want in America or something. I don't actually know. But it just reminds me, there's a funny little marketing thing where in New Zealand, they say things like, it's world famous in New Zealand. Kind of just reminds me of home when I hear those sort of things. World famous in New Zealand, or 3rd best comedy folk duo band. There's a bit of chuckles that you can have, but saying world's best, that's a bit off the mark. Come on now.
I'm sure whoever worked on his marketing gave some thought to it or something.
Okay, one last point of consideration. Prolonged attention is definitely a form of consideration. In the attention economy, it is the valuable resource that advertisers direct.
Ooh, look at that. $253,000 for a video, $27 playback CPM. That's some nice shit. Actually, this looks like a live streams revenue. Just in the base of this graph. I don't know. Examoon with $2 Canadian says, what flavor are Feastables in India? Does it smell? They have the same flavors in India as they do in Canada. And the price is about the same as well.
Actually pay MrBeast for. So in these live streams when MrBeast says, hey guys, today we're doing a bunch of illegal lotteries, but also we're going to be giving away some free stuff to people who keep watching. He does that to boost viewer numbers.
I'm going to give you guys a reason to keep watching, okay? Here's what I'm going to do. Randomly, I'm not going to tell you when, it could be 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour. I'm going to randomly pick one person watching this IG live stream and one person watching this YouTube live stream. I'm going to give you each $5,000. So keep watching.
There's no predictable intervals for when MrBeast will give things away for free to people who watch.
That's what makes it more effective, though. It's like the not lost bus, sorry. It's the waiting for the bus fallacy, where it's if you don't know when something's going to happen and you've invested more time into it, you're more likely to stay. If you tell them that there's going to be a one giveaway in 10 minutes, people will stay 10 minutes and leave in 10 minutes. If you say it's in 10 to 20 minutes, you've got to stay who knows how long.
So you have to be present.
And if you invest 20 minutes over, say, 10 minutes, then you're more likely to stay for the next one, but you've already put in, that's 10 minutes, 20 minutes down the drain, right? So you may as well stay for the next one, because otherwise you're not going to get their money back.
When they happen, which means viewers have to keep watching, which is time and effort that directly benefits MrBeast. The more viewers, the more money MrBeast obviously makes, either directly through sales or AdSense or just getting boosted in the YouTube algorithm. So even the free giveaways could and should be against the law. MrBeast just uses gambling psychology to exploit young children for profit. He's just become the first casino where the currency you pay with is attention.
Do you think attention is the most valuable currency in the world?
Well, of course.
Or labor or money sometimes.
Yeah, his core audience is like, I'd say like 10 to...
Hey, look, it's another Australia shot. They thought I could get away with having the Sydney Hub Bridge in there, but I saw it straight away. I see that. And nobody spots Australia like I do.
12-year-old boys. Older people are a little bit over him. Some people kind of question the ethics, you know. They sometimes say in these videos where he like builds all these wells or, you know, cures people of this blindness. It's almost like he's exploiting people for these views. So older audiences don't...
I mean, he is. Like, let's make no mistakes. When he makes 1,000 wells in Africa, he is exploiting people for views. But the net result is better than not doing it, so I don't have a problem with it. Like 1,000 people now have wells in their villages. That's a good result. Yes, he's exploiting for views, but it is a benefit. So it can be both things. It can be for views, but also be a good thing as well. Like if the government's like the government literally complained in like Ghana or somewhere, they're like, MrBeast building wells is making the government look bad. Like maybe you should have built the wells yourself. Maybe you should have built them yourself then.
Don't love him, but this tween audience, they love him, and they're thinking, you know, watching him could get me a car, so why wouldn't I?
I'm gonna give you guys a reason. What the fuck?
Love him, but this tween audience, they love him, and they're thinking, you know, watching him could get me a car, so why wouldn't I?
This is that the Australian news presenter? Oh my goodness. ABC News Australia pictured an Australian woman. It's also tiresome. Also tiresome. Thank you, Sydney News.
I'm gonna give you guys a reason to keep watching.
Okay, now as far as fake giveaways go, I'm sort of limited in what I can say without exposing confidential information and getting sued.
When I saw her first, I thought it was a... Never mind. I was going to say I thought it was a Canadian, but then it was the ABC. Never mind.
So my official statement is that sometimes things slip through the cracks, and personally, I believe that is intentional. Here's one example where someone on Reddit posted saying that they were promised free dog food for life in exchange for letting MrBeast use them in a video.
I mean, I would prefer to win human food for life, but I mean, struggle bro is where we at. No, of course. He's obviously for his doggo. Let's see what it says.
5 months later, they still haven't received their dog food. I actually sent this.
All right, let's see. So a few months ago, me and my wife went to adopt our dog from a dog adoption center in Florida. To our surprise, MrBeast and his team were there and offered to give us free dog food for life to allow us to put him in their video. Obviously, we said yes, and it seemed like an amazing gift. It's been close to 5 months now, and we still haven't received any dog food. When I call the adoption agency to ask about it, they say that they're giving dog. They say that he has given the dog food to no one and has completely cut off contact. That's pretty shitty. That's pretty shitty. Come on, feed the doggos. Dang, I don't know what happened. We'll send to our PR team. Thanks. Hey, if you have any complaints to send to HPR, I'm your guy.
Post to someone who works at MrBeast, and they said they were going to send it to the PR team.
Wouldn't it be like, you know what I would like to see is like the monkey paw edition of MrBeast, where it's like you've just won a year, you've just won like a lifetime supply of dog food. And they're like, hooray. But then they give it to them all at once in like perishable food. They just like dump it. Like, it's just like a truck just appears and just gives them all the dog food at once. It's like, hey, I didn't want this. And it's like, you should have been careful what you wish for. I think Monkey Ball MrBeast is like an underserved demographic. Maybe I'll do that. It'll all be like prizes, but they're like all terrible in their own special way. It's actually a pretty good idea. I think that does have a marketable idea.
And then the Reddit post
The anti-MrBeast. You can even call him the anti-Beast.
So I don't know if it got resolved. Here's another example of things slipping through the cracks.
The second thing that I probably would do different is invest. And I know what y'all about to say. Y'all about to go to the clip too, where Jimmy said that we set a certain amount aside to invest.
I know you talked about wanting to maybe invest 50K and then set aside like the other 23 for just other little nuances here and there.
This is not me calling anybody a liar or anything, because I know what y'all do. I know what the internet does. But what I think what happened was somebody that worked for MrBeast or something like that was also probably help me invest, but that didn't happen. I talked to Jimmy after I won $1 million, after I finally like got the remaining amount in my bank account. I was telling him, I was like, man, I don't want to fail. I don't want to be like how everybody's saying, like I'm gonna run out of money and do all this crazy stuff. I was like, man, Jimmy, please help me. And he said he was gonna help me and we was gonna invest, but yeah, that didn't happen. So
I actually watched this video.
So what actually happened here? Did he actually get $1 million or not? I'm kind of confused. Did he just not invest it correctly?
MrBeast does say that they're not going to be irresponsible, that they're going to try to set Mark up for life, and that they are going to help him with investing.
What we're actually going to do is be
like, if they gave $1 million to this dude and he just wasted it all, then I feel like that's on him. Like, is he saying he just didn't get paid out or what? Like, what's happening here? I don't know if MrBeast can be held responsible for the actions of people after they receive money. I feel like that's asking too much. Spent it on weed and KFC. Well,
responsible and try to set Mark up for his future. So we're going to make smart purchases like a house, cars, and do some investing.
But according to Mark, MrBeast only gave him an hour to plan what house to buy and then gave him only 24 hours to spend the bulk of his money for a video.
Time. I wish I would have had more time, and I wish I would have planned out stuff better. Like, that was the best example I can give.
They did not give him the time to invest. So how does it work? So he's got an hour to spend $1 million or something? I mean, did he win $1 million and did he receive $1 million? Because if he got the money and he spent it wrong, then that's on him. 60 minutes to find a piece of real estate. All right, that's pretty shitty. That's pretty shitty.
Is when
there's no way you can buy a house. There's no way you can even like. There's just no way they can make it. They gave him 24 hours to spend and they pressured him. I mean, I have to see the video, I think, to make an informed decision on this.
We had planned out the house and stuff. I literally had an hour. He had somebody come to my house.
1 hour to plan spending $1 million is insane. No, you literally just go buy gold, like someone said in chat. You just go buy $1 million worth of gold, and then it's like, oh, congratulations, you got your gold, and then you just sell it whenever you want. Literally just buy something that it can be resold like anything. Just, oh, you got $1 million, you got to spend $1 million in an hour. Holy shit, I'm gonna do this. Give me 1 million in the NASDAQ or something. And like, oh, congratulations, great.
And we sat down and we planned all this in an hour. Yeah, they came to my house and we planned this out in about an hour. So I wish I would.
They took him to Best Buy,
and I wish I would have did a couple things differently on the time management side, which I guess I really couldn't help because I had to spend it. I had to spend the money and I had to like do all this. So
I'm starting to think you might have been a little bit better off if you didn't make him spend $1 million in 24 hours for content.
Can I just say I'm super glad you won the $1 million.
I mean, is there any way for this guy to lose though? Like, if he's getting MrBeast to spend money and he's not losing money, even if he doesn't get the entirety of the $1 million, he's still up surely. So I'm kind of struggling to see the negative of this guy's particular experience. Like I said, I'd probably have to watch the entire video too of this spending $1 million in 24 hours to get a proper context. But it seems like anything he gets above 0 is something.
I need from you is a signature right here. The vehicles are yours.
What we're actually going to do is be responsible and try to set Mark up for his future.
You better not read it. You're a millionaire. You ain't got time to read.
The more you...
look at that rare Kris in the background. You've got the rare Kris with the extra accessories that no longer is there.
You're a millionaire. You ain't got time to read.
The more you show us around, the more I'm like, thank God you won the $1 million.
Upper Echelon made a video about this particular sub story. Okay, that might be good to watch at some point.
So, you're selling Krabby Patties, eh, Plankton? That's right, Squidward. And there's a free bucket helmet with every purchase. Care for one? No! You may have hoodwinked everyone else in this...
This is getting dangerously long for a live stream as an episode of SpongeBob. So we're going to pause it there for a second. There we go.
Watertown, but you can't fool me. I listen to public radio. What's that supposed to mean?
It means you set up Mr. Krabs. You stole the crown so Neptune would freeze him and you could finally get your stubby little paws
What are this? This is a particularly long for a cutaway segment.
on the Krabby Patty formula. It was you all along. But you made one fatal mistake. You messed with my paycheck. And I'm gonna report you to the highest authority in the land, King Neptune.
We'll see about that, Inspector Loose Lips.
Is this just like an entire episode of SpongeBob at the end? Like they thought they could hide it in here? I mean, I can see the subtitles, but like, I don't know. This is really triggering my copyright warning detection.
Now activating helmet brain control.
Is this just the entire end? All right, I'm gonna skip past this.
Who can stop me?
What the fuck is this? Is this actually the ending? What the fuck is going on here? Am I losing my mind?
And reaching for it, and like
All right.
shocked. Like,
There was like a solid fucking minute of just SpongeBob in there. Like, what the fuck? I feel like I got scammed. It's just like, how do I end this? I have no idea. Like the Stephen King ending to what a video that was fairly entertaining, but has some problems. It's just like, yeah, here you go. Let's just throw in some SpongeBob. Why not? That appeals to the kids, right?
Who can stop me now?
now be like shocked. Like have your hands over your face, like you're emotional as you can be. So like have your hand reaching for it, and then like be like shocked, like you're, yeah. Now act a little surprised.
I mean,
Like-
this is just like how people get thumbnails. That's what's happening here.
Like, be like really shocked with your.
But you know what's funny is that I think it's literally right. If you just turned 180 degrees, you'd be able to see the Shadman picture. So he should have said, like, you want to look surprised, just look at that, like, look at that lolly drawing we've got on the window there. I'm pretty sure this is actually from that video. But there you go. That is the dog pack video. There was some good criticism in there, but there was a lot of fluff and a lot of stuff that didn't make sense at all. I think the best takeaways from this video was some of the actual scam practices. Obviously, the potentially illegal to the FTC with the sweepstakes, gambling, whatever. Big problems with those. I have some problems with these videos, specifically the faked videos, like the Lost Abandoned City and the Raft video, which just seems to be completely fake. Like Man vs. Wild tier fake, where he just like goes off screen and starts eating sandwiches. I'd be interested to see more of this, but he really needs to tighten up this production. But it does seem like there's a lot of shady shit happening over at MrBeast headquarters. Should have been edited down to a smaller video. Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. If you want to do like a hit piece, you know, if you want to swing at the king, you better not miss. Throwing in a lot of these like little things like, oh, I can't believe they had the flames on the train or something. That's just like a waste of time. All right, so we'll go back to this tweet that this person was saying. He said, let's see. Not only were the results of this video completely scripted, but the contestants were not randomly subscribers. He claims that, oh no, I read that one actually, sorry. Let me see. I also think that most of the MrBeast giveaways are fake. We do not fake giveaways, says this person currently working with MrBeast, so take that with a grain of salt. I have been hands-on with some of them and have personally been on the person to contact winners with our accounting department to get paid. If they have an accounting department, then surely they can post receipts. So that'd be pretty good for him. And maybe potentially opening this dude up to a lawsuit if they just post receipts. You also suggested we didn't spend $1 million on Samsung phones. I can assure you we did. Another lie from you. I could keep going on, but I don't want to be this long. Dawson himself said on Reddit that he was on shrooms and weed when filming this video. I mean, we kind of figured that out, right? Like if you go to the video,
do you think attention
like,
is
look at the beginning of this video. Look at the beginning of this video. Literally, like look at those eyes dilated. What is this guy working in a small law firm in central Minnesota with that amount of dilation? Let's see. So he admitted to being on weed and shroom while doing the video. Dawson was only employed from March 25th and was let go on April 19th, so less than a month. He was on a 90-day trial and we ended it early and paid him out on June 25th as we guaranteed him 90 days of pay so he could transition to a new job. I'd also appreciate if everyone reading this could help dispel this all fake rumors by spreading this misinfo. Jimmy spends unfathomable amounts of money and time ensure integrity of what he does, and I hate to see it when he comes into question with a bunch of lies. Dawson, if you leave this up, you are a hypocrite. Oh, look, Andy Worski responded to this. Let's see what Andy Worski says. Fake signatures, yes. Fake lotteries, yes. Rigging competitions, yes. Employees who keep winning, yes. Promoting gambling to kids, yes. Changing the ingredients in Feastables to make them very unhealthy and then rigging the chocolate factory competition. Being exposed for hide and seek competition. The hide and seek one, I think that I agree with Andy mostly, except for this hide and seek one. I feel like that's just some cope by Rosanna Pansino. But yeah, there's some very real criticism. But I feel like he's actually tarnished his own video by including some of these things. Like having this like 30-second or whatever segment of you just staring into the camera like stoned does not help your argument. There's some very, very real criticism for MrBeast. But if you bloat it with just these small things that people can attack, they're going to use that to discredit you. Like this guy's literally doing here. Like he doesn't have to address the fake signatures, the fake giveaways, because he's like, well, we use CG on your bus. Like, why would you even complain about that? Lol. That's why it's so important to make these strong, reliable, provable claims when trying to take someone down like this. And let me see. What is this? DSP craps all over chocolate bars. I heard that's a pretty good video. DSP reviewing the candy bars. Apparently, he shits all over them. We'll take. Well, look, we're not going to watch the whole video. Let's take a minute look or so and see. It's 11 minutes. Let's see. I'll skip to this random spot. And if you want to watch, let's see what DSP has to say about these chocolate bars.
One logic check, and you've already disproved the fact that anyone would want organics in their chocolate bar. All right.
Organics is such bullshit. Like anytime I hear someone say anything about organic, I like instantly just phase out. I don't give a shit about organics. It's just a buzzword. It doesn't even mean anything. Like something can be organic. People think it's like pesticide free. No, it isn't. You can absolutely use pesticides and fertilizers on organic.
And then on top of that, the fact that you're pushing this organics conspiracy, this organics pseudoscience on people.
True and real. Very
the
base
fact that
DSP.
your bar costs far more than the competitors makes no sense whatsoever. And then even
I mean, I will say that like you can charge more for a product if you have a brand attached to it, and obviously he's selling quite a lot of these because you can convince his mobile army of children to just do it. But yeah, if you want to go see this, I'll link this in the chat actually. DSP, because it is a fun little video. I did see some of it. Dirt is organic, true. Very true, very true. Tinkle Tits McGee says, remonetizing this stream, much appreciated. Love my supporters in the chat. I didn't even have to scam you for it, although you will be receiving a Tesla Model S at some point. Excellent with a $2 says, I took a Feastables earlier and it smelled awful. Okay. Really? I mean, what would you rank as your favorite chocolate bar, though? I'll tell you what's a really good chocolate bar. Actually, the Willy Wonka bars are pretty good. Like the Wonka bars from Cadbury. They're actually really good. I'm trying to think what my favorite chocolate bar is. Should we just have a chocolate review stream? Should we just become fat together, chat? I'll tell you what's really good. It's Peanut Slabs by Whittaker's. Those are like, if you go to New Zealand, get a peanut slab. They're like thick. I'll show you what they are. Peanut Slab. These are good. These are really good. Whittaker's in general is actually a pretty good chocolate brand, I think. But Peanut Slab, very delicious. Very, very delicious. Look at that. Look at that deliciousness. It's just like a slab of chocolate with peanuts inside it. Like, how could you get better? How could you get better? If I go to New Zealand, why would I? That's a very good point. I can't recommend actually going there, but if you happen to find yourself in New Zealand, then get one. What do I like? I like cherry ripes. Do you guys have cherry ripes? Those are delicious. Hold on, let me show this. Cherry ripe. These are good. I don't know. Everybody hates them but me. But I love my cherry ripes. Like, we have like these like mixed chocolates called like favorites, where it's just like the, you know, like the bag of like 30 different chocolate bars, like the miniature forms of them. Everyone never eats their cherry ripe, so I get them. So this is like the trash tier chocolate that only I eat, and I find them absolutely delicious. They're so good, cherry ripes. Much recommended. Oh, crunchy bars. Crunchy bars, I like those. They've got like hokey pokey in them. Crunchy bar. These are good. They're like is crunchy is like, because like hokey pokey or like you know, like this stuff, is this like do they have this in America? Crunchy bars? It's like honeycomb. It's just like it's like, I guess, sugar that's been like caramelized and puffed up. It's so good, the crunchy bar. You guys never seen this? No, it's not. It's Hokey Pokey. You don't know what Hokey Pokey is? Hokey Pokey is like the New Zealand's like national ice cream. It's like whatever the Crunchy Bar is, it's Hokey Pokey. Hold on, what is Hokey Pokey? Hokey Pokey, what is? I'm trying to think if there's another word for it. Not the dance. You can do the Hokey Pokey. No, it's not like that. Hokey Pokey food. Hokey Pokey ice cream is honeycomb toffee. So it's basically just honeycomb toffee. So the same stuff they eat in Squid Games is but Hokey Pokey ice cream is so good. Let me show you. Hokey Pokey ice cream. Of course, if you're in Australia, you can enjoy Golden Gay Time, which is a very real ice cream. But like Hokey Pokey ice cream is like, where's a good picture? These pictures look like shit. Oh, here you go. Here you go. Tip Top is the go-to brand of ice cream in New Zealand. So it's basically vanilla ice cream with these chunks of honeycomb toffee. It's so good. It's so good. Well, you know what I had yesterday actually was like Kit Kats. And I had a Kit Kat that was like a mint chocolate Kit Kat. That was really good. Very, very delicious. Yeah, Hokey Pokey is good, but Jelly Tip ice cream is a little bit better. I think my personal favorite is Jelly Tip. Jelly Tip ice cream. This stuff is good. This is good shit. Jelly Tip. I vaguely remember doing this stream before where we talked about ice cream for like 30 minutes. But Jelly Tip is very, very good. It's like you got vanilla chocolate, shavings of... Sorry, it's vanilla ice cream, shavings of chocolate, and then you've got like this jelly inside it. You know, kind of jam. It's really good. It's really, really good. Jelly Tip ice cream. I could eat this for days on end. And I have... What other ice creams they have? Scoop Locator. What the fuck? Look at this diverse group of European New Zealanders eating their ice cream and having their jelly tips. And also the Mental Health Foundation. Good stuff, good stuff. Miss the food reviews. The food reviews make people so mad. I get so many hate messages about doing random food reviews, and it makes me so happy. I enjoy it. I'm trying to think what else I like from my childhood. What is good food? What are your go-to comfort food, chat? As we just have a bit of a chill after the main part of the stream. Apparently I've got... Let's see. Okay. Apparently this is how I could make millions of dollars on gift cards. Let's take a read of this. There is a grocery store chain over here that uses their reward program, and you can get 4 times fuel points by buying gift cards. So $1 equals 1 fuel point. 100 fuel points when you get redeemed gets 10 cents off your gallon of gas. So $100 equals 10 cents per gallon of gas. But you can use as many fuel points as you have. So when you spend $50 on a gift card, you're going to use it anyway. You get essentially 20 cents off each gallon on your next fuel up. I know that I know a guy that buys a ton of these gift cards where he places for places he's going to spend money regardless, gets gas pretty much for free. Well, no, he doesn't get gas for free. He's just getting a discount. I mean, you're still paying for gas. Even if you get a discounted, it's still paying for gas. But okay, I guess it's a good deal for you, but it doesn't really work for me. So I still haven't cracked the gift card code, but thanks for trying. I still think gift cards are stupid. Obviously, if there's like you can absolutely make money off various reward programs, but gift cards in general are a scam. There was a really funny one where there was like you could get like air points for yogurt cups at some time, and this guy figured out that if he just bought, like, it was cheaper to buy yogurt than buy airline tickets, so he just bought like 100,000 units of yogurt, and then he was just flying for free for the rest of his life. There's always fun little stories like this where someone just makes a really dumb decision. Like another fun little story was when there was a guy, he was a car salesman, a Porsche salesman, and he went to get coffee in the morning, and they were offering a 2-for-1 deal. You know, so he bought a cup of coffee, gets 2 cups of coffee. He thought this was a great marketing strategy. So he did the same thing with his company. He's like, you know what? Buy 1 Porsche, get 1 free. And this goes down as one of the worst marketing decisions in history, because everyone just started buying Porsches and then returning them. So they get a free Porsche essentially. And like you'd have like the janitors in the town were like, you know, they'd mortgage their home, buy a Porsche, then resell it. And then you just got the school janitors just driving a Porsche for the rest of the year or something. That guy got fired as really fast, but not until like several Porsches had already left the lot. Very fun little story. Very fun little story. But that your little discount fuel story reminds me of when I was a child, and my uncle worked for it was Mobil Oil. So like the petrol company in New Zealand, they had a deal where if you bought fuel, for every $10 of fuel you spent, you would get a free cheeseburger. at McDonald's, and you got like a little card. And this is before the time where they said like 1 per customer. So if you had like 10 of them, you could just get 10 cheeseburgers at once. And because he worked for the fuel company, they gave him a bunch of them. So we just go there and we're like 20 hamburgers, please. And the person just looked at us in shock and sadness, and they just went and got us our burgers. It was great memory as a child. Just eating a big, like, if you're a child and you get like a bag of like 20 McDonald's hamburgers, you're like, holy shit, did I just win the lottery? It's amazing. So there's a good memory. Although I did spill hot chocolate on my lap that night because we went fishing. So we went to buy all the burgers and then we're going to go fishing. But I spilled hot chocolate on my lap and I had a wet pants for the rest of the night because of that hot chocolate. So that is the only part of that childhood moment that was ruined for me. So thanks for bringing that back up. Now I remember why I'm fat, because of all the because all my uncle gave me free burgers. Burgers? $26 hamburgers. It's true. It's 250 kilos of pure muscle, so it's fine. You just want a heart attack? Yeah. The moon was really big that night too. It's like my earliest memory is just like getting free burgers and hot chocolates. Meme chocolatey fans, Copium. Come on now. Rude. Very rude. You know that cherry ripes are made from pumpkin with artificial cherry flavor, so technically it's pumpkin ripe? I didn't know that, but that's fascinating. It doesn't surprise me though. You know Chocos? Do you guys know what a fucking Choco is? Because they make it. McDonald's apple pies are made of Chocos, by the way. They're not apples. Choco plant. I remember going on a massive tangent about Chocos at one point, both in streaming and also once in my professional career. This is a Choco. These things are fucking everywhere. Your backyard fruit roll. How to grow a Choco. So it looks like a shriveled, like a death apple or something. I don't know. But basically they're like a flavorless, fleshy fruit. And there was a massive conspiracy theory in Australia that all the apple pies were actually made from Chocos. Because these things are so easy to grow. And like I said, they have no flavor. So you just grow this plant and then you flavor them with cinnamon and apple flavor, and they just taste like apple. And then like remember that one of my family friends, like there was like a Greek family, they had like 10 kids. And one of the kids started working for McDonald's. And then I remember like we had a family dinner one day where we went over to their house. Because they had a lot more money than we did. So of course we wanted to go eat at their house. And I remember them asking him, like, now that you work at McDonald's, what do they make the apple pies out of? And he's like, well, it's Chocos. And we were like, we knew it. We fucking knew it. So we were vindicated back in those days. They've got like a weird name or something. Like I think Chayote, apparently. Chayote. Maybe you know them with that name, but I know them as Choco. And my mum would grow so many of these. They're like vines. They're like apples that grow on vines, basically. They're very, very weird, Chocos. Like we had so many of these. My mum would just say I could smash them in the backyard if I wanted to, and I would. I would just go into the backyard, just find a handful of Chocos and just throw them at a wall and see them explode. It was great. Very, very fun little memory. Only in Australia? Yeah, I guess so. Chocos, these nuts. Rude, but very funny. See, look, how to grow Choco vine, WikiHow or Pinterest. Fuck. How to grow in 12 easy steps. But this is like a fucking Pinterest thing. I hate Pinterest so with a passion. How to be self-sufficient, grow Chocos. I knew it. I knew it. Why is the wizard stealing Chocos? They're clearly the source of his Asian powers. Is this actually an Australian article? Wait a second. What is this? Yeah, this is ABC News Australia. How to cook and grow Chocos, the savory fruit growing in your neighborhood. This is a 3-minute video. I don't know if ABC News will copyright strike me. Probably. Let's see. Let's find out together.
It has the texture of the stalk of a broccoli and the flavor of zucchini.
I don't know about that. Like that's a pretty bold claim that it has the flavor of a zucchini. Does anyone know what a zucchini just tastes like off the bat, like straight away? This guy seems very happy with them, though.
G'day, guys. It's Tan the Fruit Nerd. Now we're here at
Oh, yes. It's it's the Ha Trong, the Fruit Nerd. Is this a real account? I want to message this guy. I wonder if I can get this guy on for an interview. Fruit Nerd. Let's see. It's what? No, it's someone else. Wait a second. When I go at Fruit Nerd, Andreas Ruiz comes up. Fruit businessman from Chile and the world with 1,000 followers. What the fuck? Did this guy just steal this guy's account or something?
University's Burnley Horticulture Campus.
Wait, where's he from? What part of Australia?
Burnley Horticulture Campus. Burnley.
Melbourne. Melbourne, of course.
Horticulture Campus. And behind these Narnia gates, we're going to find a fruit.
Narnia gates. Narnia gates? What does he mean by that? Like, surely Narnia would be a wardrobe. Like, is he talking about the mansion that's in like thing?
That could be growing in your neighborhood. Let's go find it.
He gets into the gated community. He got the Asian pass for one day to get into the gated community to go find the Chocos.
So here we are. If you don't know what this is, Anthony Albanese does.
This government couldn't run a Choco vine up a back fence.
What a quote. What a quote. I'm going to have to ask BP if he knows what this means now that he's been to Australia. This government couldn't run a Choco vine up a back fence. Yeah, because Chocos grow like weeds. There's like way too many of them. This is so Australia.
Back fence.
Oh, wait, I'm going to screenshot this and show it for people later. There we go.
Up a back fence.
This is a Choco fruit, and this is a Choco vine. Now, this Choco vine has completely engulfed this banana plant. Just like Choco.
I don't feel so good, banana bros. I don't feel so good. The Chocos are literally choking. That's actually probably why they're called Chocos, but they like choke every other plant.
Choco vines have engulfed backyard fences, dunnies, and garage.
So dunnies is like a toilet. So Chocos even devour toilets. So if we just get the Chocos to India, we can redeem them. Please, sir, do not redeem my country. All covered in fucking Chocos.
Across the coastal cities of Australia. Now, we call it the Choco here in Australia, but in other parts of the world, such as Mexico, where it originates from, it's more commonly known as the chayote. So even though the Choco looks like a green pear...
It's literally Choco these nuts. What's going on here? Myra, with a 50 Swedish krona, says, does Max Mirror documentaries? I'm sure we could get him to do one. I'm sure I'll hire him at some point. There is actually a documentary with Max Mirror on my Japan channel where he shows me around Tokyo. It's not really a documentary. It's just a little adventure, but it's kind of the closest you're going to get.
Yeah. It has the texture of the stalk of a broccoli and the flavor of a zucchini. So it's kind of like a savory fruit. So this is a...
I think this man knows a little bit about savory fruits, if I had to wager a guess.
Fully matured grown Choco. And this is a young tender Choco.
I've never seen a Choco this big before. Like, this is my experience of a Choco plant. Like this, like shriveled piece of shit. I guess that shows you how good my mum is at gardening.
Its skin is much thinner, and it can be eaten raw or in a salad. That's quite sweet, like broccoli.
What? What the fuck? Do Asians actually just go around eating things and saying, this tastes like broccoli, it's sweet, innit? What does he mean by this? What does he mean by that? Oh, it's sweet, just like broccoli. Are they nutritious? That's a very good question. I have no idea.
So this is the real Choco, but it shouldn't be confused with the false Choco, which is the common moth vine.
Oh, we had these too. Like when you open them up, they're like full of like fibrous, like fluffy stuff, almost like cotton. Oh man, I love tearing these things apart. I didn't realize I think they're like poisonous actually as well. The common moth vine, interesting.
Now the moth vine and the fruit is much lighter. This is only about 50 grams. This is about 300 to 500 grams. Now the moth vine can be poisonous. The latex that comes from the skin isn't edible, so don't get them confused. Now,
a literally latex plant. That's fascinating, actually. Because I remember all these from my childhood, but I haven't seen them in years. So this is actually like a trip down memory lane.
Also with the Choco, it's got quite a loby leaf. It's quite nice and big and large, like a grapevine, if you will, whilst the moth vine has a very small ovate leaf. So for me...
All right, chat. Without cheating, what does ovate mean? Don't look it up, challenge. Nobody knows what an ovate leaf means. I guarantee I have no fucking idea what it means.
I grew up eating sul sul, which is what we call it in Vietnamese. My mum would make a simple stir fry in 5 minutes with just some vegetable oil, shallots, garlic, fish sauce, salt, and sugar. So how do you cook them? Well, I cut them in half and then...
How does he do that with his hands?
And I usually remove the seed. If the seed hasn't grown that much, you can actually eat it and it is quite nutty. And I also remove and peel the skin.
I'm getting major sus vibes from this guy. It's quite nutty. I wouldn't eat it, yeah. Knife hands, yeah. He's just pulled out his like katana and cut it immediately. You just couldn't see it. That's how he did that clean cut.
Because there is a little bit of tannin in it. Now, importantly, when stir-frying chocos, it's important to cook it for about 5 minutes because the flesh will turn slightly translucent and the raw flavor will give way to the more savoriness of the fruit.
This is false. It tastes like fucking nothing. There is no taste to it. It tastes like a nothingness. It's just flesh taste. There's no taste. It's just texture. At least in my experience, my inferior grown chocos apparently.
So not only are the fruits edible, but the shoots are too. So if you get the young shoots and you just you stir fry them gently, it'll break down a bit of the
I bet you thought you couldn't shoot someone in Australia, but you can apparently.
fiber, and they're really sweet and savory. What you might find at the shops are the more smooth skin variety chocos.
Who fucking pays for chocos? They're just like, they're like trash weeds. You just get them for free, like apples.
But if you find one in your neighborhood, they might be a little bit more spiky and wild because most of the wild grown chocos are the spikier variety.
Yeah, watered down
The
zucchini.
commercially grown ones.
Describe what a zucchini tastes like. I dare you. I dare you. This plant sounds dumb. It is very dumb. It is very dumb. I don't recommend chocos at all. It's literally like the disposable throwaway character, or like like nameless guard character that just dies in the first minute of a movie. That's what the choco plant is.
They're very smooth and easy to peel. So if you want to grow a choco vine in your own backyard, it's really simple. All you've got to do is buy the fruit and let it shoot itself. Because
there's the same instructions for watching this video. Oh my goodness. You just buy it and let it shoot itself. Whoa, whoa, buddy. It's just the right time of the evening. Oh shit, it's almost 1 a.m. No wonder it's so funny.
chocos are viviparous, which means it'll shoot from the seed from the inside. Now, you can just leave this at home on the table for a few weeks and you'll notice it start to shoot. I would say plant it in
Just leave it alone in its room. It'll shoot itself. Perfect.
a pot and leave it inside your home.
Just like me, right?
And then take it out and plant it outside in spring, not in winter, because chocos can be really sensitive to frost. So I hope you're inspired to cook some chocos or even grow your own.
Oh my goodness.
Catch you later.
The Choco segment. That's it for the Choco segment this week. Next week, we'll go back to see what we're doing with Chocos. What a weird little thing to find. Is there any comment section? Oh, there's no Chocos. You don't get the joke? Don't worry about it. Oh my goodness. Enjoy Chocos cooked or raw. Stick with beef. Yeah, good choice. Good choice. Choco cooking video when I can get my hand on some Chocos. I can't just find Chocos in Japan. I'd have to return to Australia to find Chocos. The idea of paying for a Choco is anathema to me because they're just so common and just such throwaway fruit. Dear. Like the only benefit for them is that they have texture and you can flavor them to be anything because they have nothing that you can describe by itself. Unexpected learning today, yeah. You have to buy some trash fruit, yeah. There's some interesting stuff you can get in Australia, I suppose. Start an import business, the all Choco invite business. I don't know if that's going to work. It's a low glycemic fruit, healthy choice to eat raw. I mean, so is grass, though, right? Grass is probably low in glycemic index. You don't eat it, though. Fill yourself up. I'd rather drink tap water. I love tap water. Unironically, I drink tap water all the time. The tap water is delicious over here. When are you doing a cooking with Kurt video? I never said I would do that, but I don't know. Kurt's been in the chat a while recently. Maybe I can ask him about that. We can do a cook-off. Beef Wellington, right? Grass is not a fruit, sir. Oh, fair enough. I get very suspicious when people use "sir" in a conversation because, like, and I had to hire someone recently to do something, like a Fiverr job, basically, and they started responding to me like every single sentence said "sir" in it. It's like, "Sir, are you ready for this, sir?" And they claimed they were Japanese, but I was getting mad Indian vibes from them. So every time I see "sir" too much, I get a little bit suspicious about people. I was like, I was almost going to back out of the deal, but then they actually did a fairly good job. I decided to trust them. So maybe I judged them unfairly. But just a heads up, if you're working in online or an Indian profession, over amount of sirs will not help you out. Thinking Nigeria. Didn't that Star Wars girl attack Kurt on Flashcast during the time Donald J. Trump assassination attempt? I don't know about that. Do you have a link to that? I'd be keen to see that. I thought that just Megan Fox was the last woman that attacked Kurt, but I'd be interested in seeing. It was Sean. Oh yeah, that was Sean. No, Sean is a good boy. Don't say that. Don't confuse me with that. Come on now. Which Star Wars girl? That Star Wars girl. She doesn't like Sean. Actually, I had something about that. Well, maybe not that. It was something else. Something like that. I've got a clip saved for another day, but not just right now. Kurt attacked Megan. Was it that way? I can't remember. It was a fun little. That was the auto. Was it auto parts thing? She got mad because Sean proved her wrong, and then she screamed and then blamed her baby. That skank is a sweep for neck. I don't know about that, but I definitely think that Sean did nothing wrong in that interaction. In fact, I think he held his ground quite well. Can't believe that she's hijacked Yellow Flash's stream. Breaking news of attempted assassination of a racket drummer. So effective. Oh, okay. Yeah. That was pretty cringe. I have to say the entire interaction was pretty cringe. Tug's getting sued. Is that true? Oh no, for what? What has he done? What is old Tug done? I haven't seen Tug in a while. Let me see if this is up there. Oh look at this video. There's a good video actually on my list. Look at this. The two videos that I watch. Discord leaks this stream that we're watching now. I can watch myself, or I can watch this BP video where he makes a robot that actually looks really cool. This looks really cool. Let's have a look. Let's take a look at this. Let's see I'm actually really curious to see this video because it's like really impressive. Like the way he makes like the fake. What do you call it? Fence. This looks awesome. I made a robot diorama from a box of junk. Sylvia challenge. This looks amazing. I'm going to link this in chat. Go watch BP's video and say that he was cheating by 3D printing or something, and he'll know where it's from. What is this? Breaking world news. Hey, Sean, you said I spread something about you. Bro, the president has just been shot. Yes, true. All right, that'll be it for the stream, lads. Go watch this video if you so choose to. If not, then we'll be back tomorrow. Should be a stream every day this week, maybe even 2. There was 2 today. Probably can't promise that for tomorrow, but I got stuff to talk about. And there will probably be a gaming stream this week. And we're going to play... Hold on, let me open Steam and show you what it is. We're going to play a game called Super Seducer. Super Seducer, the game about learning how to be a better lover or something. Let's take a quick look at a quick preview, I guess. You know a game is good when it's written in like Thai or something. So this is the game. Wait, is this person actually making a video? Like they're using their own shadow play to record the screen for their own video game trailer. This is what's coming up. Super Seducer. Let's see. This actually looks pretty fun. Let's see. What are the options? What are the options, chat? Oh, no, wait, you guys can't see it. There you go. This is the options for the game. So a woman approaches you. Talk to her from a few meters from the side and slightly to the side. Pretend to be blind. Wolf whistle. Wait until she's passing you, then talk to her. Walking up next to her. Yo, what up, girl? Walking with her. Is this an actual Indian Let's Play on how to pick up white women or something? Oh my goodness. Let me see. I saw you and wanted to let you know that you are very elegant looking. Hey, don't I know you from one of my yoga classes? Why don't we go? Didn't we go to the same college? Hey, do you have a minute? I think you're really beautiful. I'd love to go down on you right now. Yes, let's pick the D option. But yeah, this is just a YouTube video, obviously. We'll check this game out sometime this week, I think, or on the weekend. But I will play this game. I'm not going to play Cuck Simulator, but I'll play that game. Why does your brand add stuff when you're reading things? It's because I'm broken as an individual. Too many neurons firing in the old noggin in the wrong place. All right, guys, that's the end of the stream. Thanks for watching. Thanks for those likes. Be sure to let me know what times you prefer, because I'm doing a bit of testing. Today we tested at about 1 p.m. my time for the stream about the next body cam footage updates and everything. Let me know if you prefer that. Obviously, this chat's going to like this stream because it's a little bit biased, but that is it. Peace. Bye. Have a good night. Cheers.